The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is St. Patrick's Day here at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. This sports show begins right now.
Yeah.
Here's to you, huh? Here's to you watching at home, remembering that there is an annual festivity that reminds us all that you're allowed to have a great fucking time. And I know the last 2 years, 700 days or whatever it's been, with Uncle COVID being an absolute asshole, has been tough on us all. But the Irish, those of us who like to booze and other Irish stuff.
Oh, right. Eat potatoes.
We'd like to remind everybody that on March 17th, you're allowed to look in the mirror and say, hey, today, in other days, I'm allowed to have fun. I'm allowed to forget about life for a little bit. I'm allowed to raise a frosted mug of green beer and say, hey, there's red chips, there's blue chips, there's old chips, there's new chips, but there's no chips like friendships. Slancha to you all. Let's have a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Cheers to you boys.
Cheers.
Talks the Table is here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Cheers to you guys. The green keg came in properly this morning. Mitt tried to tap the keg. And before that happened, obviously, I said, now listen, I haven't done this in some time. Okay, I have not tapped a keg in a while, but we need to get that motherfucker outside, okay, because I've seen how this goes before. We go out there, Mitt tries to tap it, it explodes in his face.
Yeah.
It was a perfect beginning to the St. Patrick's Day. Now we got some ice cold beers, frosted mugs, and March Madness is officially beginning here in the coming moments.
Hell yeah.
What a beautiful Thursday. We have Ian Rappaport joining us in about 10 minutes because he continues to report these contracts in a fabricated fashion, which I thought we had figured out with Aaron Rodgers' contract that was no longer happening. Von Miller signs for 6 years, $120 million.
Whoa.
Woo! Is that real?
No.
think so.
No, it actually wasn't. It wasn't.
No, not at all.
It's like a $40 million deal or whatever, but they added 6 so that they could separate the salary cap so it could be a little bit more cap friendly. Brandon Beane didn't stop there. Give me Von Miller for a 6-year deal that we can spread out the salary cap hit. Give me O.J. Howard and we'll cut Cole Beasley. The Bills have been active over the last 12 hours. Speaking of active, the Deshaun Watson watch has heated up immensely.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving out their projections on when this thing's going to end. Look for that thing to end tonight or tomorrow morning. Jay Glazer, which hashtag
Jay knew.
But in this particular case, Jay didn't know. Other people came out and said, look for no real timeline on the Deshaun Watson because he is actually torn. Because all the presentations that were presented to him from the Panthers, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Browns were all so damn impressive, and he doesn't know what he wants to do yet. So look for this to take a little bit of time. Then our guy Lombardi comes out and says, look for this thing to end in the next fucking 12, 36 hours.
Okay.
As of this morning, by the way, Cleveland Browns out of the sweepstakes. I know the AFC North foe there at Tone Diggs, who has a nice, green beer over there. Drinking the Deshaun Watson not being in the AFC North. That's good for you. And a guy named Joe Person, who works for The Athletic down there in Charlotte, he said the Carolina Panthers also probably out of the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. We don't know who he is, but he seemed to be very, very convinced that unless a Hail Mary comes, Deshaun's not going there. So that leaves 2 options now. It's the Saints or it's the Falcons. It's him going back home to Atlanta, the only team that he met with in the home city.
Yes.
He went to Atlanta, which is where he's from, to meet with the Falcons. That was a big piece of information. Maziano even said, this is interesting here, says Maziano. Then he followed up with the Saints for a second visit. It's like a recruiting situation. Where's he going to end up? I have been pretty steadfast since the Falcons have gotten into this. that he's going to end up with the Falcons. Just because publicly the Blank family has been promoting, like, hey, this guy was a ball boy for us. Come back home. We love you. I guess the pitch and the presentation was very in-depth. Every team had their owner there, their GM there, and their coaches there. So that's not different with the Falcons. But I guess the Saints, who were able to get rid of $71 million in cap space, not only just to get back to the salary cap, but now they have $31 million available.
Jesus.
So they were able to clear $100 million in about 3 weeks. They're now in top 10 in cap space whenever they were the worst just 3 weeks ago. Mickey Loomis down there.
How about it?
Making absolute magic. New head coach, still got studs on that defensive side of the ball. Offensive side, you still got Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara. Taysom Hill just restructured his contract, but they listed him as a quarterback, by the way. Not TEHQB specialist, nothing like that. They said QB, Taysom Hill's contract. So that could be a desirable position, but I've always thought as soon as Atlanta got in, he's going to want to go back home. Just with everything that happened, if that was me, give me fucking back home.
Yeah.
All right, everything that's going on, I'm going back home. They're all in. I guess either choice is a winner, I guess is how everybody's viewing it. That could end today. And with March Madness happening, there's going to be a lot to chat about. At Ty Schmidt, you're rocking the Irish jersey. Big win over Rutgers last night.
Huge win. I mean, I did bet on Rutgers, so, I am not. That's not the reason.
Coach Lou Holtz made an appearance on the show yesterday. You bet against them?
Well, yeah, but, Mike Bray, I just didn't know Rutgers. I'm a Big Ten guy. I've been watching them all year. They're a tough team, tough as nails. They choked pretty much. It was a great game, went into double overtime. But no, this is a Brady Quinn Notre Dame jersey circa 2006. I haven't worn this thing in probably 15 years. I looked at it, said, fuck it, it's St. Patrick's Day. Let me throw this thing on today.
And I see the hat.
Obviously, Hawks fly. Hawks have to fly. I think they tip at like 320, so I'm very, very excited for today. I'm ready to go.
How far do you have the Hawks going in your bracket?
I haven't won them the whole goddamn thing.
Yep.
Oh, really? So you're going to lose?
No.
Yeah.
No. Hey,
that's what Iowa does.
In years past, that is true. But I tell you what, I've never seen a Hawks team fly like I've seen this team fly this year. I really haven't.
Hey, these birds are flapping.
These birds are flapping. Midway through the season, too, I said, listen, I'm done watching these fucking games. Okay, this is the same Iowa team I see every year. A lot of promise. Then they choke. They play terrible in the Big Ten. Then they got hot. Then they won the Big Ten.
Whoa.
Then they kind of got screwed over with their seeding in the tournament. But everyone's saying, hey, this draw that they got, don't worry about the 5 seed. Iowa is primed and poised to go all the way to New Orleans
kind of
and win a national
everybody's saying that, right?
Yeah, a little bit. But they got the guy. I mean, Garza was good, but he's a post guy. We got one of those guys who, when you need him to make a shot, you absolutely need a bucket. You got Keegan Murray, and he's putting all the other Hawks
underneath his wings. The cool thing about Iowa is they will kick a guy right out and, hey, fuck Luka.
Yeah, I don't care.
That was wild.
Get him out. Player of the year.
That's what you just said. Yeah, he's good. He's point guy. Get him out of here.
Jersey retired this year.
No. Yeah, we retired the man's jersey a year after he
so you
left.
never have to talk to him again.
No,
talk about him again.
I love Garza more than most. But listen, it's Keegan's team now, okay? And that team that Garza was on last year, they choked in the second round and got beat when they shouldn't.
I have Iowa doing that again this year, by the way.
Choking. And that's fair because that is typically what they've done in the past. But this team's different. This team will fly like they have never flown before, and they're going to fly all the way to New Orleans.
They tip off today at 3:20?
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck to them. We'll be obviously watching the games live right here in the studio. For those that have never seen this show while March Madness is happening, let me break it down for you. I don't give a fuck about any of these teams.
Nope.
Okay, I don't even think West Virginia got into the poopy CBI.
Yeah, turns out they did
They
not.
didn't even get invited into that.
They didn't.
So for me, I am just betting massive amounts of money on each game. Enough for me, $1,500 on each game.
That's enough.
Okay, that feels like enough. I have Colorado State.
Yep.
I have Providence,
right?
And I have
Memphis.
And we have a graphic, bang, right there. Zito just did that. So this is what we'll be watching live during the show. So if you want to watch alongside of us, which I think the rest of the country is going to be doing, this is classic, can't go to work day.
That's right.
Work from home day.
St. Patty's.
A lot of that St. Patrick's Day and this happening.
Yeah,
and
there's going to be.
I mean, we have a terrible, terrible service on this TV, so that is going to have to get fixed.
Yes.
Especially with how much money I have currently riding on all these. But look for the show to get distracted often. And we apologize. But it's St. Patrick's Day. The green beer tastes delicious.
It really is.
Hey, happy Irish Day to you, Connor.
Hey, thanks, Pat. Happy Irish Day to you. It's never been better to, be from the homeland in Ireland. And this is one of those days you look forward to every year, just like July 4th. It's like July 4th for Irish people, but it's more exclusive,
No, well, yeah. Exclusive means
lot of people
everybody
celebrate.
thinks that Schmidt is like the most German name of all time.
Paul Schmidt.
Yeah.
See, listen to the
Yeah.
Paisan
Yeah,
back there.
exactly.
I've even
Well.
gotten. Listen, I've done St. Patrick's Day with so many fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nightmare fuel.
No.
For me, sorry.
No, it's good time because today everybody's Irish.
Sure.
Everybody's Irish except for the hardcore Italians Instagram account. You know?
Yeah, well, they don't know shit about
They
it.
need to get banned from the fucking internet.
Still spreading
They're
misinformation on this program, huh?
What's that?
It's Italian holiday.
Kick them out.
Go figure. How do you? This is what
St.
I said.
Patrick
By the
was-
way, I texted this to Nick because Nick was sending the same shit to me this morning.
horseshit.
Hey, good morning, Pat. Boom. Here's a meme that St. Patrick's Italian. Boom. Here's another one. The Irish didn't even do St. Patrick's
That's
Day. It's the
horseshit.
fucking Italians. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
exactly.
This is what us Italians do. I'm learning. And the 23andMe and 0.01%. Us Italians got to make it about us all the time, huh? Is that what we got to do?
bullshit.
Is that what we got to do? Make it about us all the time.
No, we just like the truth because he was a Roman and he was kidnapped by the Irish because they couldn't do anything good on their own.
No.
I don't think that's true.
That's not how
He's probably too big of a fucking badass for Italy. No, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a
Well,
bad
you guys
thing.
can't get rid of these snakes? I'll come over. I'll get rid of the snakes. No problem.
Listen,
You don't know.
we drink the green the beer, we have the mozzarella,
What?
we get the black out by about noon. The cakes and eggs are fine, but the provolone is better. We eat this thing up and we collect the mozzarella. Right? That's what you guys do, huh?
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I've never seen you guys acting like that before.
Nope.
St. Patrick's Day, all you guys running around with your little leprechaun fucking hats.
That's
you
right.
two. You guys, what's that called? Cultural appropriation.
Yeah,
you
bingo.
two doing
That's
every St.
despicable.
Patrick's Day.
I'm 2.5% Irish. I don't know what you're talking about. I love to celebrate the homeland on this day every year.
2.5.
Listen up, you Mick. Don't you? And you were throwing that around by
Mick
the way.
Marolda,
Yeah. Okay, Nicky O'Marolda. Unbelievable. Let's get to some news. All right, Tone Diggs, great to see you, buddy.
Great to see you, pal.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Slancia.
Gin Dan.
Slancha.
Slanch.
Gin Dahn.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, only the real ones know, so.
Is it
Is
Italian?
that Italian thing?
Yeah, it's Italian.
Okay.
This is This is an Irish day.
You son of a bitch.
This is I got a text from a very, very Italian man at 5:30 this morning.
Okay.
Like, hey, good morning. Congrats on your day. He reminded me also that St. Patrick was an Italian man.
Sure.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Just one day. You think Timothy McAfee's over there having a good time hearing about all these goddamn Italians?
I doubt it.
Thinking it's their day? And then Tim finds out on my 23andMe that I'm also 0.01% Italian. He's like, who the fuck in our family tree
Yeah.
was Dosey doing around? Joining us now with some NFL news, hopefully to keep us updated. A man who has gone back to his old ways of reporting contracts conveniently immediately after reporting the Aaron Rodgers contract. He's the one who reported a 6-year, $120 million deal for Von Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport.
What's up? What's going on?
Raps, 6 years, $120 million, huh?
Yeah. Now, one thing, as a noted contract expert told me right afterward, this guy, it was you, wanted to know what the real details were. So I immediately informed this person, again, you, that it was really a deal that averaged $17.5 million over 4 years, and that was the important part. So I made sure to get that out immediately, first and forefront.
No, because the headlines were 6 year 120,
120
6 year 120. That was the big deal. That's what you reported. And then we found that very interesting, because I didn't know if you in the past had put out like Von Miller's looking to get $20 million a year. So that's why you reported the 6 year 120, not the actual contract?
Well, I must say, I thought Von Miller would get 17.5 a year, which I originally thought was wrong, but then it turns out it's actually right.
Brandon Beane's active. They get O.J. Howard. They bring in Von Miller. How many years is that Von Miller deal actually? Like, they're not expecting him to play this thing all the way out, right? This is a salary cap spreader?
No, I think it's really a 3-year deal. I mean, it's basically 17.5 over 3 with
Not 5.
51.5 guaranteed. So that's like, it's basically a 3-year commitment. It's so interesting with the Bills because, obviously I was tracking this yesterday.
Nice call.
And I knew the Rams were in it. I knew the Cowboys were in it. The Browns were in it. And then there was a mystery team, and nobody would tell me. And it took me a long time to figure out that the Bills are the mystery team. And that's sort of what I've learned is like the Bills are always the mystery team because they don't want anyone to know they're involved. And they insist on secrecy, which is hard for me, but who cares? It also makes it a lot more fun when it's a big splash signing like Von Miller and it just gets dropped in our laps like that. That was a pretty cool moment, I have to say.
Do you think Vaughn was planning on going back to LA, or once he heard all the interest from everybody, he was like, well, I'm not doing the hometown. We won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Way to go. Somebody's about to pay me $17.5 million for 3 more years. I don't know if the Rams were ever going to do that. Was anybody else anywhere close to the money that he was getting from Buffalo?
No, I think those were the 2 strongest offers. Cleveland was in, but I didn't get the sense he really wanted to go there. Dallas was in, but not nearly sort of serious enough. I think they talked about money, but I'm not sure Dallas would say, we really made an offer. I think they would say we talked, but it wasn't going to work out for us. They were not in that stratosphere. During the Super Bowl week, my colleague Mike Garafolo reported that Vaughn was really going to test free agency and could leave. And I was kind of skeptical and even said something. I'm like, are you sure? Because in my head, obviously he's going back to LA, but he was right. And Vaughn must have known, I'm going to really explore and I'm going to go find the best team I can. I'm going to go find the best money I can. And, the fact that Von Miller, one of the top free agents, future Hall of Famer, chose the Bills over LA and the Rams is literally unbelievable. And Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have created that situation. It's awesome.
Well, and Josh Allen, and I think they're currently the odds-on favorites to win a Super Bowl next year because of how the season ended. Yeah, I think so. At FanDuel, I believe they have the best odds. It's them, the Chiefs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and the Bucks got in there. It's a very.
Did that jump yesterday?
The Bills did change for the division minus 50 points, I think. It got better. The odds got...
I think for this, too. I think they were 700 and went to 650.
So when Commander Carson signs, 0 change for the Commanders. Whenever Von Miller signs, bump up in that thing. Yeah. It's interesting to see who the sports books respect and who they don't respect. Let's keep it moving with somebody I assume they will respect. Mike Garafolo just reported the Browns are out of the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. A man named Joseph Person, who we don't know personally, he's in Carolina. He said he feels like the Panthers also out on this. Saints and Falcons are the last 2 left. And how do you see this playing out, you think, with Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, so the Panthers have not officially been eliminated. I would say Joe is usually spot on. So
Had a baby Joe!
They have not been,
Joey!
Slancha Joe!
Hashtag Joe No.
Person's a great guy. I've known him for a long time. That's not why he's spot on. I'm saying those are 2 separate things, but I have known him for a long time. I would say the Panthers still have a shot, but have not been told they're out. But it does seem to be it's going to be Falcons, versus Saints, and I think it's really interesting because there's a lot to like for both places, and the ramifications are crazy. First of all, I think if the Falcons don't know today by 4 p.m., they have to pay Matt Ryan's $7.5 million bonus. But is Matt Ryan going to get traded today by 4 p.m.? I don't know that that's even – I mean, I guess anything's possible, but I don't know that that's definitively going to happen. If he goes to the Saints, then he immediately becomes the face of that franchise and city, and I think that's a great place for him. Plus, he doesn't have to face Dennis Allen's defense twice a year, which is also probably pretty good for him. So 2 really, really good options. And I get the sense the trade packages are pretty similar.
So the trade packages already had to be okayed by Houston, though, right, before they even met with Deshaun? Is that an accurate report or no?
They had to be in the ballpark. I would not say they're done. They had to be good enough. It couldn't be all right, 1 first-round pick. It had to be all right, if this is in the ballpark, yes, you can have a meeting, and then let's say he says, all right, I want to go to New Orleans, or all right, I want to go to Atlanta. My guess is then they would start really negotiating, and then we'd figure out what the trade package ended up being.
Okay, so Matt Ryan, he did not restructure his contract. That's why the $7.5 million is still due, I believe, if I'm reading all these different reports accurately. If he was to restructure it, the new team would pick that up. Everybody's just assuming the Colts are getting, if Deshaun goes to the Falcons, Matt Ryan's coming to the Colts. Doesn't Matt Ryan have to waive his no-trade clause, and has he already been a part of this whole thing?
He would have to waive his no-trade clause. He has not done it yet. But I'm kind of among those people that think that's at least a possibility because, it's funny. Chris Ballard, I know he gets criticized for some things, and he's definitely been real patient this year when everyone's dying for him to sign a quarterback.
I'd say, yeah.
This could actually play into his hands absolutely perfectly. If Deshaun Watson goes to Atlanta, then he might end up with Matt Ryan. And, that's a pretty good quarterback to add to a really good rest of the team. You might actually be pretty happy with your Colts.
I'd be pumped about it. I would be pumped about it. I mean, we're seeing, where's Jimmy G going then? In Cleveland? Is that a top-tier quarterback like they talked to Baker? Because that entire situation is publicly awkward. Now, granted, that has happened in the NFL in the past and people have gotten past it. But what's going on with Cleveland and Baker, you think?
So I think the Aaron Rodgers situation kind of changed my thoughts on this, because I remember thinking a year ago, I'm like, I think they could just fix it, but it's going to take so much work. With Rodgers, I'm talking about. It's going to take so much work. Like, I don't know. And then they did an incredible job, and they fixed it. And that makes me think that the Browns can fix it too. Like, the Browns are a good team. They got a good defense. They got a good offensive line. They got 2 great running backs. They have Amari Cooper now. It might be the best place for Baker. And so, like, yeah, I think the Browns could fix it. And then if, let's say Matt Ryan, let's just play this forward. Let's say Matt Ryan goes to the Colts. Then, like, could the 49ers just keep Jimmy G to training camp in case someone else has an injury, or beyond? Could they just keep him and play him? Like, all these things are possible and interesting.
So, I mean, Baker and Aaron, obviously 2 very different situations there. Mm-hmm. Chris Mortensen said yesterday on ESPN that the Browns are looking for an adult at quarterback or something like that. Like, it's getting interesting on how this whole thing is panning out. Hopefully it all works out. Hopefully the Colts end up with an absolutely incredible quarterback. When do you see the Deshaun Watson domino falling? Because there's numerous reports. Hey, look for it tonight or tomorrow. 24, 36 hours. There's no timeline because he's torn. Everybody's reporting different things. What is your sense on this entire thing, Rap?
My sense is we'll have a pretty good idea today. I don't know for sure. And it is an unbelievably difficult decision. Like, I think he likes a lot of these places. And it sounds like the process was really good. So I hope we know today, just for my personal sanity. But it could be tomorrow. I mean, we could get to a situation where everyone's eliminated but 2 teams, and he goes, you know what? I need to be sure. It's a choice of a lifetime. It has wide range of ramifications. I might sleep on it. So, like, I think we know today, but we could know tomorrow.
All right, I know you're in the middle of something. You're in a very nice car. What is that? Is that Genesis? Rolls Royce?
This is a GMC Acadia? GMC Acadia.
Whoa! GMC's doing it, huh?
It's my wife's car. She's got the nice car.
Well, she's a badass, obviously. Is that Jude and Max in the back there hanging out? Where are you guys headed on a
Jude and Max, you want to say hi?
Hey, great flow. Hi, Leah. Hi, boss.
Hello, Mrs. Sheet.
Hi, Mrs. Sheet. Yeah, very nice to see you, Miss. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Don't be boozing yet, okay, Jude and Max.
No hey, guys, no booze.
Hey, it runs in the family.
Yeah, be careful.
Runs in the family, okay? Jeez Louise.
Oh, my God.
What are you guys going on, a family trip right now? Or is that
I'm going to have to explain that to them a little later.
No, they know. They see your IG stories. This guy was just hammering whiskey. What is that, apple juice? Huh?
After free agency, I needed a little. It has been a week, and it's not even done yet. So.
Well, yeah, and you're picking and choosing how to report contracts. That has to be a lot of stress.
God.
That has to be.
No. Only real true value. I'll report the overall, and then I will dig in the details and get real true value, and I will send it to you. Not every time, but a lot of times.
Yeah, but that's not how you reported the 5-year 186. You reported that one will earn, like I said.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Like I first reported, yes.
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, you're the best. We appreciate you for taking time. Enjoy today. If you hear anything, please let us know. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, pal.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport and the Rap Sheets.
Hey, Rap Sheets!
All right, we'll get to a break. Colorado State up early.
Yeah, they can't miss from 3.
Dogs. Hey, let's go, boys.
Yeah.
I parlayed all 3 of those, too. So today's potentially a $10,000 hour and a half here.
Let's go.
All right, I'm up $6,000 because of Peter Kiss last night.
Shout out.
My fucking dude.
Yeah.
Peter Kiss in Indiana with that. I got them winning, by the way, another one.
Oh, yeah. Trendy pick. I like that.
They're
hot.
Is that trendy?
IU or Wright State?
They've been playing very good.
IU. I got IU.
Yeah.
Just strictly because of that fucking kid.
They're hot, and St. Mary's is hot. It's going to be a good ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
St. Mary's.
saw him play live. Yeah. They got some dogs.
Well, that guy who's from Center Grove here in Indianapolis.
Jackson Davis.
Tall, light-skinned kid with the
fro.
With the fro.
He's a dog.
Jackson Davis,
very
He's a
good.
player.
Oh, yeah.
He drove the lane the other night, got like off balance, switched to his right hand with a lay. I'm like, ooh, this dude's got some dexterity too.
Yeah.
Peter Kiss. 1 over.
Yeah. Second half player.
Yeah, there's my bet from last night. I mean, I'm fucking maybe the greatest March Madness gambler of all time.
You're hot.
Yeah.
I am hot right now. 2 out of the last. I'm 2. Gumpy, did you get off the Schneid or what? Are we back?
Yeah, 1-1 last night.
Okay,
Here we go.
I mean, Notre Dame winning once it went past midnight. Rutgers had no chance. It was St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, and Bray actually said, "Happy St. Patty's
Yeah.
Day."
Give me the whiskey. What?
What? We're Irish Catholic.
What?
It's our lose day.
What?
We can't lose day.
What?
What's Rutgers?
What?
New Jersey. It's a bunch
Yeah.
of. There's no way.
Not a chance.
There was no way
not a chance.
Notre Dame was losing after midnight. Now, granted, there's no way I was going to watch the end of it either.
No chance.
So it was nice to
Might
wake
be the
up.
game of the tournament.
It was awesome.
Unbelievable.
They were hot out there on True TV. What the fuck? All right.
Yeah, it's a big time for them. And TBS. Big weeks for them.
I saw the Impractical Joker still doing it without Joe.
Yeah.
What?
Still doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of commercials
How's
last
that
night. Did you
How?
watch the fucking game? You didn't watch the game last
Didn't
night.
watch it.
Literally,
No.
every commercial break was Sal Volcano.
Yeah, it was.
And Murray and
Guest Joker.
Big Q with Eric
Andre, yeah.
Andre's again. By the way, that is something I would enjoy doing at some point.
Gotta do it.
Being
Yes.
a guest Joker at some point.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
it's
be cool.
just it's a hall pass to do whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, we're filming. We're filming for something.
So Practical Jokes, you ever heard of it? It used to be 4 guys, then 1 guy got kicked the fuck out of here for whatever reason. Still 3 guys. The guys you like the most are still here, still doing it. True TV, you know, from March Madness, also in Practical Jokers. The rest of the year, really nothing.
Nothing.
But here we go.
Used to be Cops.
Cops is on True TV?
I thought, yeah,
Thought so.
before. But now they do the live PD thing, I thought.
Well,
about,
IPD got canceled.
Yeah.
Oh,
big
yeah.
time.
Cops is actually coming back, I think.
Oh, let's go.
What
That's
about Magic
great news.
Truthers? Is that still on it?
So that was that guy,
Dude, it's not Magic.
what was his
Truthers.
name?
Carbonaro.
No,
Carbonaro.
Carbonaro
no,
effect.
Magic Truthers. We had him on the show.
No, the Magic Jokers, the guys who
I think it was
came
Magic
on.
Trick.
Oh, the Rabbits.
Oh,
Yeah.
big trick energy.
Big Trick Energy, BTE.
I don't know if they got picked up for a center season.
I don't
What?
know if they did either.
I think BTE needs to be LIVE, not on TV.
Okay.
I think that's what inevitably people started thinking after watching maybe a couple minutes of first episode.
I think
Like
you're probably
BTS.
I think you're probably right.
Behind the scenes or the music group?
Come on, the music group.
I don't know. Sometimes behind the scenes do very well.
Yeah, we did a little BTS around here.
Yeah.
Speaking of BTS, we're boozing. St. Patrick's Day. Colorado State's up 14-9. This thing's running like a GIF brick.
Uh-huh.
Now they're back at
Good
the
board.
half
Defensive
court.
board. And one.
And one. Ooh, great bucket.
Get off me!
Let's go.
Let's go, Colorado State.
Was it Roddy?
Yes, it was.
Give the ball to Roddy.
He's the big guy underneath there in the green
a
shoes.
beast.
He's St. Patrick's Day. He's got those fucking green shoes.
Oh, steal.
Hey, Juwan Howard's going to smack somebody if this. Let him start picking it up a little bit.
Other
He's
coaches.
on the court, dude.
Put a helmet on.
Colorado State's got some dudes, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big white up top, 2 ankle braces,
Why?
What?
pick and roll,
What?
feed back to the big white,
What?
swing, 1-on-1 into the paint, dish, kick, back to the big white
Here we
in the
go.
paint, dish.
Oh, boys.
Jeez.
What
boys.
a fucker.
What a
We're good to
possession.
break. We're back in 4 minutes. Let's go, Colorado State.
Here we go, boys.
Damn it! The hell are we gonna do now that football's over?
This guy doesn't get it. What are you talking about? What? Are you kidding me? We got fucking Morgan State and Norfolk State on right now.
Who cares about that?
Let me tell you something.
Tell
that,
me.
that we found out a long time ago, okay?
Okay.
You win $50 on football?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel good?
Yeah!
Okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm bummed it's over.
Guess what? That same $50, you can win on Morgan State versus Norfolk State. It all pays the same.
What?
Connor, they're right. $50 won in college basketball is the same as $50 won in pro football.
We're back! Yes!
Out of respect for the Intercontinental Championship,
wait a minute.
I was going to try to remain professional, but what are you doing out here? Huh? Why are you here?
Podcast? Huh? Think you're gonna main event WrestleMania with me? Get out of here! Get this guy out of here!
something. Pat, come on. Pat, come on. Enough, Pat. Pat, come on. Pat, come on. Pat, enough. Come on, enough. Pat, enough. Not like this. You're a pro, dude. Don't let that punt get to you. Just don't let him get to you, man. Not like that. You got him at Maney in a couple of weeks. Just let it be. Just let it be. See, now you got the security out here. That's how we're doing this. Huh? I hope you're ready. Huh? Come up here. That's a damn shame it had to happen like that. Pat's being escorted out by the security right now. Intercontinental.
What happened?
What's up? So what did he
What?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Are you
What?
serious?
What is this?
What? Just
Oh, hey, you got one of these?
Holy shit!
Wow.
What the?
What is that? I ain't one of these.
What? This is
I ain't one of these.
this is Baby Belt 2.0. This is better than yours.
Whoa!
No, that ain't. Look. Hey, look at mine, AJ. Huh? That is this one. You got that little baby version. Look at that. You got a little baby Jesus title.
No. Oh, no. This has been my bracelet I've been wearing around the house lately.
Yeah, see, this ain't fitting around anybody.
No way.
Don't you worry about that. This is a thigh wrap. You know what are you doing?
Look, see, it's perfect. Right behind my bracelet.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here. Colorado State up 16-11, causing turnovers and absolute chaos for the Michigan Wolverines.
Oh, yeah.
Juwan Howard, coach of the Michigan Wolverines squad, is going to end up smacking a little white guy that's coaching Colorado State around because they seem to be absolutely dominant. Running good pick and rolls out. Oh, no. Welcome back to the show.
Moving picks.
Swallow the whistle.
Hope you all are enjoying your day here. It is St. Patty's Day. We have some green beer in the studio.
Nice.
Diggs and I, we're both on keto. So we have to start counting the amount of carbs in our beers. Things have really changed because there's a keg out here, and not once did you see my feet up over my head.
No.
And that is why I'm mature now. And I feel like that should be at least talked about for a second or two.
Yeah.
It is great to be at this stage of life where immediately upon seeing a keg, I no longer have to go into a handstand and just take that thing down.
Yeah.
It is great to be at this chapter, especially with WrestleMania 17 days away.
Hell yeah.
You think Austin Theory's doing any of this? No. But this also toughens you up.
Yeah, it
Builds a
does.
little callus. While he's popping his boobs and filtering his face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing? I'm toughing it up in the old school way. Happy St. Sláinte to all of us.
Sláinte.
Remember when we used to keg stand every keg? Remember when now a face needs to be kicked? Remember when? It's country music season too, by the way. The weather's starting to get warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The weather's starting to get warm. Once the fall comes, winter comes, normally heavy into rap. Okay, I go right into my rap cave. Rap is whenever the weather starts getting a little bit chilly. Football season, my dog's going.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
But whenever the weather starts to turn and break, boy, it's country season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you go from KC Boys of Fall to, rap season.
See, that particular Kenny Chesney song, I think, is terrible.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kevin James is in the music video.
Yeah, so.
Music video is great.
Yeah.
Piece
okay.
of art.
Fair.
But the song, it's like, all right, how many?
Yeah,
just
exactly. You ain't seeing
corny.
Toby Keith doing this bullshit.
Yeah, no
So
way.
if he
Not a
wants to do
chance.
that, like Kenny, let's see a slant route. Let's see you throw a fade.
And he was all American.
Yeah, Kenny's on the outside. He's not going the inside. You ever seen that guy?
Yeah.
4'7".
Please, he seems
Incredibly talented. Okay, I like a lot of Kenny Chesney's music.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you guys, I thought I was relating to Kenny Chesney a lot with that one album. Then he won an award, and 55
Yeah.
people, writers went out there. And I was
That's
like,
right.
whose brain am I singing along to?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think maybe that was my change of heart maybe on that guy. Luke Combs, though.
Oh, yeah.
Zach Brown.
Of course.
Brown.
He was on this morning.
Middle linebacker.
Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, yeah. Florida Georgia line.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Baby, you a song, you make me want to roll my windows down and cruise. Come on.
Yeah.
Love country.
This is going to be the worst show we've ever had.
Oh!
Somebody's having a better St. Patrick's Day than us. Who got paid? The Falcons are signing cornerback Casey Hayward to a 2-year, $11 million contract, source said. Some key veteran help in the secondary. Congrats, Casey!
Hey! Go, Casey.
Rappaport reporting that from his GMC Acadia, where he had his entire family. I don't know where they're going. Probably to booze a little bit on St. Patrick's Day. Congrats to Casey Hayward. They're making plays. Now, they are still in the running for Deshaun Watson. So I wonder what that does with the salary cap. Only $5.5 million, it appears. Also, some more salary cap conversation. Mitchell Trubisky's $7 million a year contract, $5 million in signing bonus. So he's only going to be worth like $2 million to the cap.
Damn.
So this guy, with the way the Steelers have set it up, they bring in Miles Jack out of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They give him a 2-year deal. They kick Schobert out. So now Schobert is a free agent.
Yep.
There's a lot of teams making moves. Bills, Atlanta, New Orleans, Pittsburgh. The team with the most fucking cap space, though, still seems to be chilling. Patient, just waiting it out. Patient.
That was interesting to hear Rap Sheet talk about the roster bonus that's due to Matt
Tomorrow.
Ryan. Yeah, so like if they really do, like, is there a chance that Matt Ryan gets traded, like potentially today? Or I mean, obviously the Deshaun Watson thing, but like before that becomes final, do you think there's a chance that Matt Ryan's on the move?
How great would that be? You know, if his literal first hour of being an Indianapolis Colt, we have to pay him $7.5 million.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
Nice little tax him up front. Good for Matt Ryan. I want everybody to get their money.
Yeah, boy, Matt.
I want everybody to get their money. But him not restructuring his contract to make it more salary cap friendly is a big deal because wherever he goes, he can do that. Now, granted, that would be investing in him long term, though.
Yes.
Because anytime you do the salary cap gymnastics and turning into signing bonuses and kick it down the road, you're expecting him to play those amount of years because if he doesn't, that's when the can that you kick down the road is flipped on your head like the keg was on Mitt earlier today.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I saw he goes from 40 to 48 million, which I mean,
So
that's
much
a big
fucking money.
So
Yeah,
much money.
It's a big number.
You
Either
have
way.
to split it if he does come to the Colts.
So let's just, if he comes to the Colts, he would be a $48 million quarterback.
Yes.
Carson was 30-something.
Yep.
Phil Rivers was 25 guaranteed.
Yep. And Jacoby.
Jacoby was 20 million guaranteed before that. And also
Luck got 25 on his way out.
Luck,
the year
Ish.
before. So
Paid Jacoby
we're
and Rivers at the
spending
same time,
a
too.
lot. What's that, buddy?
Paid Jacoby and Rivers at the same time, too.
Oh, yes, I was 45 million in quarterbacks there. So it's 45 million with Luck and Jacoby that first year. Then it was 45 million with Jacoby and Phillip Rivers. Then it was 30-some million for Carson. He's gone and no first-round pick. And then if we get Matt Ryan, it'd be $48 million for that.
yeah, in no playoffs.
Conservative with the money. Conservative with the money.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
It's kind of contradictory.
Yeah, and
But if you win fucking games, who cares?
exactly,
Yeah.
that's why it makes more sense. Why don't you just load up on the defense, go get Honey Badger, and then just draft a rookie quarterback and let it ride?
At My Sports Update, Ari Mirov has an update on something. The new Falcons cornerback Casey Hayward teams up with A.J. Terrell in Atlanta. They share the same agent, David Mulligata, who also represents Deshaun Watson. Mulligata, by the way, has been by Deshaun's side this entire time. When there was 22 allegations against Deshaun, Mulligata was still posting about Deshaun with rookie players.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're all in this thing together. And by the way, that type of loyalty is notable, incredible. And David is a hell of an agent. He makes things happen. He is like the up-and-coming the up-and-coming power broker of the NFL. And now he's got Deshaun picking and choosing, got Casey Hayward going in there. It's a busy time for him, but I feel like all things are going to come up in good for him. $31 million, I believe, is what Deshaun's cap hit will be, but everybody's expecting at least a suspension of 4 to 6 games. That could go down to $22 to $24 million. What do they have to have available for when they sign him pre-suspension announcement? That's interesting. I guess salary cap gurus will dive into all that, but allegedly that's supposed to happen today. That's the next domino to fall.
Especially the Saints, from what they've done already, they'll be able to make it work, it seems like.
Let's go to the 5 Energy phone line on this goddamn St. Patrick's Day. I guess the Colorado State team's still up.
They're crushing.
Reggie Miller's eating Wendy's.
Whoa.
Oh, he's living at Wendy's.
Cooking.
Yeah.
What was that? The Wendy's in Birmingham? was the most popular Wendy's I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really? Top
tier, then.
40 cars at the drive-thru.
Really?
Jesus
Friday
Christ.
night.
Do they not have a Chick-fil-A's?
I did not see one.
Are they a big
'Cause that's
dope
normally
town?
where all lines are.
What's that?
Are they a big dope town?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think probably every town's a big dope town.
Yeah, you never know with Bama.
We went to some brewery across the street from this Wendy's. Drive-through was around the building, out to the street.
Ooh.
I haven't seen. I was like, is Wendy's fucking giving away something? What is this?
Gas?
Yeah, are they giving away gas
Free
over
gas
here?
at Wendy's?
He was like, no, that's just flame broiled over there.
Wow. Well, Dave's classic. You can't beat it, so that makes sense.
Hey, you know, I used to go JBC with some of those spicy nugs.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
Well, Wendy's had to run with me.
They did.
Personally.
Oh, and they're on the dollar menu at the time.
Oh, Birmingham has not given up on Wendy's yet.
So
Good
those
to know.
flights, we used to order 100 spicy nugs.
Yeah, a bucket of nugs, and then we went back the next week, and they actually disbanded it because we ordered it.
Yeah, we're potentially the only people that were ordering it. Jawan Howard getting interviewed at halftime here by Jamie Erdahl. What happened, you think? He said, well, I'm going to go in there and smack the shit out of him.
Turn it around.
I love that is, as an outsider who doesn't pay attention, that's all I can think of. I know he's part of the Fab Five. He was a very good NBA player.
Oh, yeah.
But all I can currently think of right now is him palming that dude's face after a little bit of a give and take after a game. I love it. I love it, by the way.
A lot of people were saying the team was better when he was suspended because what's his name took over, longtime Temple Wild.
Phil Martelli.
Phil Martelli.
Yeah, well, how come
St. Joe's.
Not every college basketball coach, but a lot of these college basketball coaches look to be car salesmen in sweatsuits.
Oh, yeah.
Just
You guys
about.
get that same thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good look.
Last night, the guy had his hair actually super glued to his head.
Yes, he did.
And then his beard was interesting. And then the sweat was just pouring down. And it always looks like they're working some angle.
Oh, yeah.
But boy, they know the fucking,
Oh, yeah.
you want to run the weave. These guys who sell cars know how to do it.
That's right. Well, most of them are, in terms of recruiting and whatnot, probably cheating too. So a lot of them are just used car salesmen. I mean, the amount of cheating that's going on, and it seems like a new guy's getting fired every year for cheating. So
Well, Peter Kiss, by the way, we need to get him on one of these big programs.
yeah.
I think he's been on 3 schools already, Bryant, Rutgers, and somewhere else. So he's a hired gun. Like, we get him somewhere next year.
Let's get him in West Virginia so maybe we can get into that CPD.
CBI.
What's it called?
The CBI.
We didn't even get into that.
No.
Yeah, that's
How bad do you have to be? I think we could probably field a team to get into CBI, right? And West
Absolutely.
Virginia didn't even get in there?
maybe.
What the hell are we doing? Are we smacking the floor? Probably not.
Probably
Not
not.
West Virginia,
Probably not.
no.
What's the deal?
We would
You
be.
guys not pressing this year? Or?
Maybe people figured it out. We've been doing it for 10 years.
Press Virginia's dead.
Well, I don't know if Press Virginia's dead, but it does feel like the effectiveness of it is certainly long gone. We should have a moment of silence to that. We didn't even get into the fucking CPT.
Damn it.
Huggy Bear had a good run.
Yeah.
He was wearing sweet sweatsuits. He was sweating.
Always.
What? He was talking his shit.
What?
He actually told a player one time while having a heart attack on the floor, "You did this to me."
Yeah.
Elite Eights, Sweet 16s.
What?
Now I can't even get into the fucking CTJC.
No, you can't.
They'll be back.
Maybe next year.
Like Jesus coming out of that cave. Bob Huggins, that West Virginia basketball team.
What?
Peter Kiss is moving the rock.
What?
Jesus is walking out.
What?
You think you killed me? You did not.
What?
Kiss and Huggy Bear coming together.
What?
Winning it all next year.
What?
I don't know who the other 4 players are or are going to be, but that's fucking going to happen.
Yeah. Kissy Bear.
With that being said, I have money on this, and I don't care.
No, second half. That's
Me
college
okay.
basketball. It's so early in the game.
It's the first game too, so I mean, in about 2 hours here, when we have like 4 different, when you have multiple bets in at the same time, and you can be fucking popping back and forth, like this is. You're right. I mean, we're just watching a fucking college basketball game.
This is
right
just
now.
this is a
yeah,
regular
exactly. The
season college
madness hasn't actually settled.
I'm
in yet.
drinking a little green beer, a little
What?
boozed up,
Why?
baby.
Oh, yeah.
I think I only got like this is like 5 grams of carbs already in me.
Sure.
So for my daily count, trying to keep it under 20, I'm gonna have to take it easy and slow it down. But it does taste delicious.
It is
does.
delicious.
We had frosted mugs too. I don't know if
It
everybody
smells
saw
keep
that.
it
Unbelievable.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Nice touch.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good about that. The wife got the keg of green beer, ordered through a local bar down here, the Saint Shack. No, Patron Saint.
Saint.
Patron Saint, great bar here.
Yeah.
Great bar.
Down in the basement, get after it.
Yeah.
They got everything. It's a great bar. They ordered we get a bucket for the keg, has holes in the bottom of the bucket.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, so the ice and the water did just run all over our thing.
Classic.
The beer did explode all over our sidewalk, but the beer tastes delicious and the ice cold mugs are fantastic.
Yeah, it really is a nice touch. You've outdone yourself.
Did you guys do St. Patrick's Day in Iowa?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? Just kind of whack, like a couple bars open here or there?
No. I mean, well, what are you talking about? You know, when I was in college, I mean, there's fucking 45 bars, you know, right there in the same
You
little
guys go out
location.
in
It was
the cornfield, everybody.
Yeah, no. See, not.
All right, let's go shuck some corn.
Yeah, shuck some corn, eat some potatoes.
Hey, here we go.
I'm sure there were a fair
Cabbage.
amount of hayseeds who
Watch out for
did
serial
celebrate
killers.
St. Patrick's Day that way. I was not one of them. I wasn't fucking
I would like to let
shucking
everybody know that a
corn.
field party with the farmers are a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You
they
bet.
get fucked up too. I mean, there is no tomorrow, and there's windshield wiper fluid bottles coming out with different stuff in it. Oh, this is apple taste. It's like, oh, nope, that's diesel. Yeah. All right, thank you for that. Those are a blast. But St. Patrick's Day, what do they say? Savannah, Georgia, Chicago, and then the best in the world is at Pittsburgh.
South Boston, I thought is what they say.
No, they're
Basically where it
Because you
started.
guys got the mosh and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, we don't have any mosh. It's
no,
strictly.
you dump a body in a mosh.
Well, yeah, in case any Italians show up to South Boston on St. Patrick's
Well, that's
Day.
what we're saying.
There is a
Pittsburgh
mosh.
is a very. It's basically everybody in the city comes and blacks out.
Yeah,
together.
they're also making it about themselves, saying St. Patrick was Italian. So, I mean, I don't know where to stand on Pittsburgh St. Patrick.
After my 23andMe, I honestly don't know how to feel about that because you're taking a shot a little bit, but also going to bat for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
It's
don't
nice
know.
because everyone comes together. Because there are a lot of Irish in Pittsburgh as well, so that everyone comes together for one day.
Pittsburgh's an Irish-Italian town, and then the Polish kind of sneak in the side door there.
That's
But you
how
gotta
I
tell
know.
them where the door is.
That's how I know.
They're
so dumb.
The Polacks didn't deserve that.
Yeah, but
23andMe told me I had zero Polish in me, so I'm not going to bat for them.
Yeah, no way.
I love Polish sausages.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
pierogies.
Man, they are so good.
We had a pierogi place at the end of our street growing up.
Oh, Rosie's. It was fucking unbelievable.
Rosie's Hoagies.
No, pierogies.
Pierogies.
Don't be an ass.
Now, granted, the hoagies is not, it's subs in Pittsburgh.
Ah.
Yeah, we don't do hoagies and all
No,
that stuff.
fair enough.
What happened, pal?
Colorado State is absolutely delicious.
You want me to cash out, FanDuel, huh? You want me to cash out?
The other game is 15-15.
Oh, the other game has started?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, South Dakota State Providence.
Madness
I bet on Providence.
Yeah.
Strictly because I love South Dakota State. So if they win, I'm happy. Providence wins, I make money. Big three ball from big tall white from Michigan. Clank. Guy with orange shoes passes it to guy with green shoes. Cross handle. Dish out. Kick. Trey bomb. Let's go! We should maybe go over to True TV if we get a chance here for the South Dakota State Providence game. Colorado State is absolutely yamming on Michigan.
Let's go.
That is wild to me, and that's what college basketball is. That's the madness.
That's the
Some
madness.
school that has no reason competing with like Michigan, who has like a $500 million budget. Colorado State coming out here on fire.
Couple dogs. We knew. Feels good to be 1-0.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to Colorado State Rams. Thought they were the Buffaloes. That's Colorado. Happy I didn't bet on them or say that out loud. Providence, 15-15. South Dakota State, go big, go blue, go Jacks. They're smacking the floor. Looks like they got great.
They're D'ing up.
Big, tall white underneath, battling with other big, tall white.
High shorts on this team.
I like the short shorts, by the way. These
Yeah,
have made
too.
a full comeback. Kid at Rutgers had real high ones, and I was thinking to myself, like, whenever we were kids, we used to mock the old guys who used to wear the short shorts, but now it's like,
They're all the way back.
let the thighs out, cuz. Oh, Providence. Shaking. Oh, no. Can't happen.
Two guys on the floor for South Dakota. How did he miss that?
Listen.
Should we go back to Colorado State? They're doing so well.
No. You gotta see this possession. Like, look at that. Active hands.
That's
Oh,
Big
Matt.
East. It's Big East defense right there.
I mean,
What is
look,
Providence? They're the Knights.
Friars. Town Friars.
Shit, they got a lefty. I didn't know they got a Phil Mickelson looking motherfucker on that.
yeah.
Sherman.
That was a
headband
bucket.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
headband
Walking,
on.
talking
I think he's
bucket.
their
I didn't know
guy.
that dude was a guy. I would have bet on them.
With their,
How come nobody told me they got a headband white?
He's their guy.
yeah, he's an. He's got
Fucking
a shoe.
Billy
to
Sharman.
sleeve.
Oh,
Bang.
we got a guy too.
Oh.
Oh no.
That was real bad. That was really
Hey,
that's good hustle. Guys wearing two different shoes, putting up threes 4 feet short. Good hustle.
Heart and
Great
hustle.
play.
Can't teach it.
I mean, you got to hit that. Oh, he,
He
did.
did.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Oh, behind the back for South Dakota State passes on a fast break.
I mean,
That was headband guy.
And I love South Dakota State. We should maybe bet on them. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Josh in South Carolina. What's going on, Josh?
How you doing? Keep it moving. What's up, boys?
Well, probably putting together our worst show of all time, drinking beers, watching games. So what's going on?
What?
Hey, man, I got a Watson question, but first, is there any way you can do an inverted razor's edge to this Austin Theory chump so you can drop him on his filtered face?
Okay, I would definitely take it in consideration. I think I'm surf walking when I come out, too. Just a little bit of a tribute to the bad guy. Chico deserves a little bit of love, but probably I'm too low on the totem pole to do such a thing. So I'll see what everybody else is doing. I'll kind of feel it out. But Scott Hall does deserve some sort of how you doing. Maybe just come out with a toothpick.
Oh.
Maybe come out with a toothpick for the guy. He's a legend, obviously. What do you want to talk about, brother, with Watson? I heard the Panthers are completely out. See ya.
I need your smartness to tell me why the Falcons have a better roster than the Panthers. I mean, they don't have CMC or DJ Moore. Come on, man. What are they doing over there?
Listen, I don't think anybody's saying they got a better roster than the Panthers, but I think the big thing for me on why I think Deshaun's going there is because he's going home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, it just feels like now would be a time. If you're Deshaun Watson, where would you want to be after everything that just happened? Probably home, right?
Yeah.
Around people that
you are loyal to
and
feel like,
and trust everything like that.
For sure.
Now, granted, if he stinks, it doesn't matter where you are; it's going to get loud or whatever. That's just me thinking from the human side of things. But we have been told publicly that he was impressed by all the pitches, and he is actually torn. And the New Orleans Saints were able to create $100 million in cap space in 3 weeks to make this thing happen. That's probably pretty impressive to him as well. Kamara is an absolute guy. Deshaun and Kamara on the same squad, let alone you throw in Michael Thomas and the gadget factor of Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, they could definitely do some damage. And Rappaport reported that if he goes to New Orleans, he doesn't have to play against Dennis Allen's defense 2 times a year. He's got Todd Bowles 2 times a year. I mean, there's going to be
other guys.
There's going to be good defenses. And this is just like what Russell Wilson was asked. I won't play against the best whenever you went to the AFC best. I won't play against the best that brings the best out of me. And the only thing Russell Wilson didn't say was they're in my fucking division now, which is what every one of those quarterbacks thinks whenever they go into a new division that might be good.
But does Deshaun have the capability of watching 300-plus games of all 22 tape in a week?
Well, that's what Russell Wilson does. And I watched that press conference yesterday that Russell Wilson did. Let's ride. By the way, it's sick.
That's really good.
So much better than Go Hawks.
It is.
Like at the end, he's going to say, yeah, we won on first down, second down, really put us in the thing. We had clear eyes, full hearts, and blah, blah. We had a lot of fun. Okay, Russ, good luck. Okay, sounds good. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. But he did that. He did that press conference, and they clipped it and put it on the NFL's Instagram or whatever. And he said, every time I lace up my cleats, I think to myself, this might be the last time I play. This might be the last time anybody ever sees me play. I would like them to remember me for a good thing. So even if we're up a lot, I'm going to give him my own. If we're down by a lot, I'm going to give him my. And we're never out of it, by the way. He actually looked to his side, pointed at Nathaniel Hackett, who said, holy shit, we got Russell Wilson. That's how that whole thing started. And I watched those clips, and I was just thinking to myself, God damn, it'd be great to have this guy as the Indianapolis Colts quarterback. This robot machine, always being the perfect human, is the perfect quarterback for a team if you are a fan of it. There was people that said that the Seattle Seahawks won that trade. I watched that yesterday with that presidential suit on and all the exact right things to say at all times. And I thought to myself, well, goddamn, the Broncos really did quite a number here.
Yeah, I love Russell Wilson now.
Me too.
Absolutely love Russell Wilson now. And I did not like him for a long time. And maybe part of that was the Seahawks-Packers deal. But you're right. I mean, if you're a Broncos fan, it's like, okay, this is what a franchise quarterback looks like. Like, this is the kind of guy we need.
Yeah, that's what Nathaniel Hackett said. Come on, guys. Holy shit.
Yeah.
We got Russell Wilson's here.
But are we sure Let's Ride is still better than...
Well, he might add that in.
Yeah.
After
I think he's still working on it. He only had his opening press conference yesterday.
Okay.
big win, maybe he breaks that out.
With that being said, we're not saying the Falcons roster is better than anybody. I think it's a human making a decision, so you have to take in the human side of things. Even though that might not be the case, I'm not 100% sure. Imagine if the Saints get him. That'd be a lot of fun. No matter where he goes, it's going to be fun. How many games is he going to be suspended? Who knows? Next hour, we're back with Quinton Richardson.
Ooh.
Wow. We'll see you then. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I signed with the Rangers. Marty was one of the first guys to welcome me on board, and he was awesome and great friend then and now. And I remember, do you remember Marty when I got you confused with another Marty? In Edmonton? Yeah, so we're out in Edmonton, and I don't remember if we were going to see a movie or going out to dinner.
We were going to see a movie, yep.
We were going to see a movie in Edmonton, so we're at the hotel there, and we're supposed to meet downstairs, right? And like say Marty, we're standing there, I'm like, we'd go up and change, and they're gonna come downstairs. We'll meet you in I'll meet you in 20 minutes, and we'll go to this movie. And so I go upstairs, change. I come down. I'm like, dude, I need a coffee. I got to wake up. So there's a Tim Hortons right down the street. So I start walking to Tim Hortons. And I'm like, I don't want Marty to come down here. It's like I'm like, I don't want Marty to come down here waiting for me. So I just pick up my phone and I type in, how when you search in your phone, like I just put Marty B. And so Marty B comes up and I dial it. And the phone rings and it rings like 3-4 times and it answers. And someone, Marty's clearly sleeping, like he's sleeping, and I hear, hello. I'm like, Marty, what's up, dude? Hey, I'm walking to Tim Hortons. I'll meet you back in the lobby, and we'll go to the movie. I need to get a coffee. It's just silent for a second, and he's like, Rupper? I'm like, yeah. He goes, all right, this is Marty. I go, yeah, I fucking know it's Marty. And he goes, no, do you think you're calling Marty Baron? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, I'm like, Marty, fuck off. Like, I'll be back in a few minutes. And he goes, this is Marty Berdor. And I'm like,
no, you woke up, bro.
And I woke him up from his pregame nap for the Devils. And I was like, oh. And it was just like this weird moment. I'm sitting there and he's like, it's Marty Berdor. I'm like, fuck off. And then it dawned on me, like, no offense, Marty, but you got kind of a very distinguishable voice. Yeah. And I'm like, actually, this guy doesn't sound French at all. And I'm like, sitting there, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, so hope you're well, bud. You good? And he's like, yeah, I'm just sleeping. I'm like, all right, man, take care. And I talk up. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So it was always funny. I had to change in my phone. I had 2 Marty B's and I chose the wrong one there. But hey.
Any stories, right, to tell everybody that you have Marty Brodeur on speed dial, like that is excellent.
Don't break the table, obviously.
I just break shit. Sorry, man.
Somebody came sprinting behind the barrier and tried to spear him.
I fucking dare somebody.
Oh no!
I dare the next fool.
Ass kicking.
What?
Saudi Arabia.
What?
Riyadh.
What?
Taking a jet plane.
What?
All the way there.
What?
All the way back.
What?
On the way back.
What?
WWE champion.
What?
Hey, you see?
Hell yeah!
Guys destroyed our shit. Is the MCDC name tag then? Because it's a long time. ACDC. Do you hate it? Do you love it? I feel like we potentially offended you after finding out you're a diehard Metallica guy and we call you MCDC.
No. Listen, I love classic rock as well. So. I don't strike you as a numbers guy.
Yeah, whenever I heard you, I was just like, you know what? I'm not 100% sure this guy is just going to be listening strictly to the analytics guy. I just kind of a feel I had.
I got through addition and subtraction. Look, the alpha comment was really, I wasn't directing that just at myself. I was saying that's Brad too. Brad's an alpha. That's our coaching staff. I mean, let me say this about our coaching staff. One of the reasons I made the hires that I did with these guys, I know you'll probably end up asking this, was because just coming out of this COVID, I wanted to make sure we had more flexibility with the roster. And if these coaches need to play maybe a couple of games, so, not everybody's thinking that way.
Right, it seems like every 3-4 years the Lions get a new head coach. It seems like the rebuilding process has been happening my entire life. 26 years old and I've never seen a playoff win for the Detroit Lions. So I want to know how you and your coaching staff plans to make this one different.
Yeah, look, first of all, I think I love Foxy, man. I tell you what, I love the optimism that he brings. Look, I would say this, to me, the short answer is Sheila Ford Ham. If you want hope, she's the one who's bringing hope. Because I had put serious thought into this as I was hiring my staff. I was thinking about hiring you to see if you would like to be, our special teams coach. And then I thought, you know what? I know you doing this radio, it softened you up a little bit. I chose not to. All right, I hate to say that, Pat. But, I needed to just let that be known.
Well, I want to let you know, true alphas know when to hang them up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Carroll.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on this glorious St. Patrick's Day Thursday. March Madness has begun and this show stinks. Hour 2 starts now. Yeah! Can't thank you enough for joining us. We have the game on, obviously, in the studio. We assume you all are watching along at home, maybe housing some green beers like us. And here's to you. It's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a 2 years. Yeah. COVID tried to kill St. Patrick's Day, but just like all good Irish folks, came back better, stronger than ever. Now we're drinking beers. There's school buses outside. There's a whole parade happening. All of Indianapolis is shut down. I don't know if they're doing it right. Most cities that get incredibly intoxicated for St. Patrick's Day normally do the Saturday before or the Saturday after. Indianapolis says, we're doing it on the goddamn day that St. Patrick, that great Irishman, freed all the snakes and got the hell out of Ireland and everything like that. So, sláinte to all of you for watching. Quinton Richardson will be joining us. He was in the NBA for 13 years.
Long time.
Now he has a podcast called the Knuckleheads Podcast with Darius Miles. Perfect guy to join us. Went to DePaul, McDonald's All-American, absolute stud. Perfect guy to join us during this March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
For those that are new here, that's the Toxic Table at Ty Schmidt. He's 10 to 12 beers deep in the last 12 hours.
Yeah. What? Yes, I am. And I'm ready to, add 10 to 12 more on in the next 12 hours.
The entire keg here being available for Ty Schmidt with frosted mugs is basically a death sentence to his liver.
Especially with Iowa tipping off at 3:20. It's just, it's not good, my friend.
Mrs. Schmidt, Caitlin, is just sitting there watching this whole thing. Oh, this is fucking wicked. Bitch. Ty, we're going to have to carry Ty around at 5 o'clock, but that's St. Patrick's Day, baby.
That's right. That's right. She's been there before.
Boston Connor, absolutely looking fantastic, wearing one of our cease and desist shirts from Larry Bird, obviously.
1 of 1.
He sent us, that is 1 of 1. Yeah. We put that up for sale for less than 12 hours, and Larry Bird's people said, I don't want fucking anybody ever remembering I even existed.
Take it down.
Get me off. He's on the new Capital One commercial, though, with Sue Bird. He daps up Charles Barkley and has a pretty good laugh at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Larry Bird laughs.
Great to see Larry Bird back in public, by the way. Absolute icon, legend. Tone Diggs is here, one half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys. He's obviously Italian, but he's Irish for the day because it is St. Patrick's Day. In the back there, Nick Maraldo, who is also Irish, but chose to wear an Italian shirt today.
Interesting.
Well, I'm also Italian, predominantly Italian, but today, we want to celebrate the heritage, so sláinte.
I don't know.
Sláinte. Zito, you having some beers back there?
What? Yes, sir. It was a little bubbly back there, a little foamy, so I had to let it foam and settle a little bit,
Well, I heard.
Okay, Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Foxy, Sláinte, pal.
Glad.
Are you Irish?
Scottish. Is that kind of the same thing?
I think so, yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
I've been to Ireland. That's why I went.
Hey, by the way, I've been to Ireland too. They do not like us.
No, not at all. They wanted me kicked out of a bar, actually.
Boom.
Good.
That happened to every bar I walked in over there. I honestly thought, hey, he's coming home, coming home. Patrick McAfee is here. That was not the case at all.
No.
Get this fucking yank out of here. Thank you. Can I have I'd like to buy a beer for everybody. We don't want your beer.
Yeah.
We'll give you one beer. You drink it in the corner over there.
Okay.
Sunshine! I guess. I did not expect that at all.
No, not me neither.
We'll have to go back over there, I guess, and maybe experience it. Joining us now is one half of the Knuckleheads podcast, which is an incredible podcast, alongside Darius Miles. This man was in the NBA for a decade and a half, 3-point shooting contest champion, former McDonald's All-American, went to DePaul. March Madness is happening, and South Dakota State has a white with a headband on who is silky smooth, but Providence is doing their thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Quinton Richardson! What's up, dude?
That's good, man. Thanks for having me. Good to be here. I see y'all boys like to have a good time.
I'll tell you, it's St. Patrick's Day, and us Irish white, like today is a day where it's like, hey, you're allowed to get absolutely intoxicated. My dad would be blacked out by like 11 or noon. Not a drinker, by the way, but just like, hey, we got to celebrate the fact that the Irish are doing something here. So it's a great day, Quinton. Let's talk. When you watch March Madness, are you as plugged in with college basketball as you are the NBA, or do you not care about college ball? Oh, he's frozen. That's probably our fault. It's probably green beer.
Well, it's so many people. I bet there's people pouring, green beer out on the goddamn electrical boxes.
That's probably true.
Oh!
Goaltend.
Oh. No. Ladies and gentlemen, Quinton Richardson! Yeah! Did we lose you? That's probably our fault.
I don't know. I'm here. I see what's going on.
Okay, you look amazing. You sound amazing. You were a little bit frozen there a second ago. Do you follow college basketball as closely, or are you mostly just NBA guy now at this point?
I do, but not as closely as I follow the NBA. Like I got my particular teams. My best friend coaches Cleveland State. They just got put out of the NIT. Dennis Gates is their coach. I follow them. Follow a little. I mean, obviously, I follow the major teams with the best players and stuff like that. But I'm not as in tune with it as I am with the NBA right now.
Can you tell by looking at a college basketball player whether or not they're going to make it in the NBA? I feel like the NBA is one of the only sports where it's like, that motherfucker's going to make it. That motherfucker's going to make it. That guy isn't. It's strictly because of the body and the type of build, or is there something I'm missing?
Usually for me, when I look at guys, I can tell I need a good game or so to watch them. After I've seen them play a good game or two, I can tell whether, I feel like I have a good kind of feel for whether they're going to be any good in the NBA or if not. But I mean, sometimes some guys slip through the cracks and, you kind of miss on them. But for the most part, I think most of us NBA guys can look at college guys and tell if they're going to translate.
You're an incredible shooter, obviously won a 3-point shooting contest, but you just had a stroke. Steph Curry has obviously come in and completely changed the game as a whole. There's a lot more guys that are just shooters that might be like 6 foot, 6'1", that think they have a shot. Is Steph Curry only being judged as a shooter kind of unfair because the dude's got sick handles? Like grew up in the NBA as well, right? It's not just like if you have a shot, you're Steph Curry.
Yeah, no, he's so much more than just a jump shot. I mean, his ball handling ability is, he's not the best, but he's one of the best ball handlers. He can pass unbelievably. And I think the thing about Steph that makes him so special is like when you think shooters, you think, okay, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, those type of guys catch and shoot. What makes Steph Curry so deadly is that he can come off the dribble. He can bring the ball up the court, boogie you down, mix you up, and make you look silly and still shoot the three from, 2-3 steps behind, the 3-point line. But also, he can get off the ball. He can go turn into, he could let somebody else have the ball, and he could turn into a Ray Allen and run you off a million screens and come this way, that way, and still shoot the ball as deadly. So I think, it's not a lot of guys that could do both of those things with the ball and without it. And that just makes him a dual threat that's just, he's horrifying to guard.
Yeah, he's awesome to watch, though. Like, as a spectator, it's electrifying. It looks like he's running a fucking marathon every game, too, whenever he's just going around. And then you see all the OGs in basketball, knees, iced both knees. It's like, well, Steph, I don't know how much longer he can do this. Maybe because he's smaller, he's able to accomplish that. But at what point does everybody's knees, because hardwood, by the way, not exactly the easiest, but you guys are just running gassers. Basketball is just gasser, back and forth. People are like, oh, they're not trying, they're not giving the most effort or whatever. It is immense amount of running. Is cardio like the number one thing for NBA guys, or is it more physical? What do you think?
I think it depends on the guy, but I think when you look at a guy like Steph, he absolutely is one of the highest and top conditioned athletes. And I think the thing that he doesn't get a lot of credit for is that he if you look at him when he first came into the league, he's done an amazing job of getting in the weight room and taking care of his body. He's added a lot of muscle. He's still in the scheme of things, he's a small frame, slight frame guy. But I think if you look at him from when he first came in to now, it's a huge difference, and he's added a lot of muscle to be able to deal with the physicality that he deals with.
What is that? Is that OGs telling me you're going to have to do this? Like, I remember LeBron changed from he was like a D end, and then he became like a split out tight end almost. Like he tightened up completely, started playing more. Zion is a big conversation. Who is going to have to tell him, like, hey, listen, you're a freak athlete, but you're going to have to change the way you operate to become the guy that we all think you're going to be? Is that somebody that does he have to do that himself? Do you think that's a business person? Do you think that's a team? What do you think that is for him?
I think anybody can tell him anything. The team can tell him, the team can try and force him, but until Zion himself makes that decision, not anybody else in his family, until he looks in the mirror and says that I have to do this and I need to do this for myself and for my career, nothing will change until he wants it to. I think he's the one who has he's in a unique situation. When you look at guys in their first contract, it's not a lot of guys that's made $100+ million off the court. He's dwarfed what he's made in NBA dollars and what he's made in sponsorship and endorsement money. So, whereas usually in a situation like this, you can dangle that in front of the guy. You can say, hey, you need to do this. You need to tighten up. You need to get this next contract. Like, in Zion's position, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because he's looking at it like they have to pay me. If New Orleans wants to keep me, they have to pay me. And so for that, it's like I don't need to do anything different than I've done. So for me, I think the biggest thing for him is for Zion himself. Once he makes that decision, I think all of us as athletes know, you're an athlete, you've been told by a coach or a trainer, you got to do this, but we all know that we are the only one who truly hold that power and who truly can make whatever these goals are happen by putting in that work and dieting and doing whatever you need to do to get your body right.
Quinton, I only played punter, by the way, so I had to take 3 steps, and I abused that. Hey, I got up to like 265, 270, and I literally was like, well, it's not broke, so I'm not going to fix it. Like, I'm just going to keep, and I got so fat. Then once I decided, like you're saying, to get into shape, I became so much better. Like, I became happier. I became like more energized. Everything became better, and the ball started flying further. Did you have that? Because you came into the league young, I assume, like most NBA guys. McDonald's All-American. Was there a maturity process that you had to go through naturally, and do you think that would have happened regardless?
No, 100%. It comes a point where you have to make a choice, and either you do or you don't. And I think that choice makes or breaks your career for the most part. For me, I came in at 19 as a pro. And when I got to New York in 2006, I lost my brother and I started to drink. I didn't deal with it right. I started to drink and I got heavy there. My whole career, basically the 3.5, 2 or 3 of those years in New York, I was heavy because I was drinking. And I got traded like 4 or 5 times in like a month over the summer, and I landed in Miami. And I remember having a conversation with Pat Riley and him looking me straight in my face and saying, hey, I know that you've been drinking, you've been doing this, you've been doing that. He said, this is the only opportunity. There's no second chance. There's no this. He was like, if I find out this, that, or the third, it's over. We just send you home. We wash our hands. It doesn't matter. So like right there for me was a point in my life in my career where I had to make a decision like, okay, nobody can tell me anything. Like, I have to do this. I went down there. I left I came. It was the middle of the summer. I left, immediately came there, didn't go back home, didn't bring any of my boys, any of my friends. And D Wade and Darrell Wright were on that team. They were like my best friends. They weren't even there for the summer. I was there the whole summer getting killed. And it was like, literally, I lost like 35, 40 pounds in like 6 weeks. And, that was that for me. I never went back to that. And it was like that's the type of you have to make that type of commitment, like you say, for the betterment of your career and for you if you want to really do that. But nobody can do it for you. You have to make that decision.
Hey, shout out to Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a big time. Yeah, absolutely. You still talk to him or anybody else around the league still? I assume he would appreciate hearing that he changed your entire life.
No, I mean Pat knows that I'm very, very tight with the Heat organization. Still got really close ties with Spo. I talked to Spo and the staff, a lot of guys off the staff, a lot. And yeah, I mean I'm very loud about that, about the impact that I only played 1 year in Miami, and it was an emphatic, it was profound that year of playing there. It taught me how to be a pro that late in my career. I wished I could have played for them earlier.
Let's talk about the current NBA. By the way, that's awesome to hear. And hopefully this is something that Zion will hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming a lot of people have told him, like, hey, you have to lock in. All right, you're no longer the kid that was a teenager on Instagram dunking on little white kids in South Carolina. You're no longer the guy at Duke that somehow you weren't able to win. You're no longer, like, you are now a professional. And if you really want to take this Zion, I know you're worth a lot of money, but you can become the next guy. Let's talk about who the guys are. LeBron James, 10,000 points, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds. Left-handed, he wrote that on there. And Omar, who runs SportsCenter, said that he did an interview with LeBron. LeBron thinks he's a fucking lefty. He just shot righty because he saw Michael Jordan do that. Is that bullshit, or is this something that actually happens, you think?
No, from what I heard, he truly writes and does everything left-handed. So, I mean, you got some guys that are like freaks of nature like that. He's not the only one. It's different guy. I can't call him off the top of my head, but there are some guys out there that are like freaks of nature like that. And I mean, everything that LeBron has accomplished, who would doubt that anyway? So him, then what? Kevin Durant, everybody just naturally in the NBA thing think he's number 2 guy or he's the next guy after LeBron leaves, or who are the guys you think that are going to carry the NBA here after King James's reign kind of ends? No, I think you have to still look at, like you said, a KD, the Steph, the Giannis, and then Joel Embiid, and those guys are right there at the top of the list for like the current guys right now. But I think you see the Luka Doncic's and the Jason Tatum's, the Ja Morant's, and some of these young guys that are coming along. They gnawing at the bit and trying to get their opportunity, and they want now. Hey, the NBA's in a great spot, huh? Because you think about like Luka. Luka, I guess, like talks shit. Trae Young talks shit. Ja Morant is a dog. I mean, they're in for the next 10, 15 years, hopefully. As Zion gets into shape, hopefully he keeps going. The NBA has never been in a better spot from outside looking in. Do you agree? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like you say, so many different superstars to root for and to be fans of, so much talent. I like right now, it's a lot of parity. It's not just like how it was in the last 5 or 10 years where it's this team or that team. Like right now, it's a group of teams, but you don't really know who it's going to be. So I think those things add to the excitement. And from a player standpoint, I'm a former player, so I always think from that, like when you look at the contracts these guys are getting, hey, the NBA is in a beautiful place. These kids getting there, they getting it right now. I'm not mad at them at all. It's only going to continue to grow, you'd assume. Let's talk about some changes that happened this season. James Harden obviously goes to Brooklyn from the Las Vegas strip club to the Brooklyn Nets. He lost 30 pounds overnight, Quinton. He lost 30 pounds overnight, wasn't able to play for Houston, gets into shape. He's playing for the Nets. Him and KD being back together with Kyrie feels like they're like a trio that is going to be a problem for 5-10 years. Welcome to New York City basketball. The Brooklyn Nets are the fucking team. Mm-hmm. Then COVID happens, the Kyrie stuff with the protocols where he's not playing. James Harden's there. He leaves. Now him and Joel Embiid are in a good spot, allegedly. Ben Simmons still not playing. I don't understand what the fuck's going on there. You probably know more than I do. But when you look at like KD and Kyrie and Joel and James Harden, and I know the 3 people or the power 3 is it going to become pairs now? Is that you think that's the next step of the NBA evolution for teams? Because everybody's saying that KD and Kyrie will be able to go on a run if he's allowed to fucking play in home games. Do you view it that way? I mean, I would agree if Kyrie is able to, play and the restrictions are off, that they are as deadly as anybody and as big a threat as anybody. I mean, you saw he scored 60 here in Orlando the other night. I didn't go to the game, but like I watched the whole thing. And so, I mean, you see what type of explosive player he is and the capabilities he has. And I mean, I think they have a great opportunity if he's able to play, even with Ben Simmons being limited or not available. I think those 2 guys are that good that they can, if they get on the road, it's hard to stop that. But as far as like duos going forward, I think whatever teams can get their hands on, I think you'll see, if teams can get 3 of those guys, they'll have 3. But if it's just two, right now when you look at the, Joel and Harden, those guys are duos, and so is Kyrie and KD. But I think, it's always going to be it's like a power race. It's like if a team could get as many of those guys as they could get, they're going to get them.
Hey, I don't think I know NBA basketball enough, just as an ignorant human. You're like, well, if you got one guy, you can win games. It's not like that anymore, right? You need at least two to make the magic work, and you need role players. Because the Lakers, I guess, lose all their role players. Now they stink, even though they're like superstar driven. How important is all of that, and what really makes an offense go in the NBA?
No, you absolutely. It's no longer. I mean, I think the league has gotten, so much talent has gotten too good to where one guy. I think LeBron did that for as long as it could possibly be done. But I think even when he was on his streak of going to 8 or 9 or 10, however many straight finals, he still had co-stars. He still had all-star teammates. It hasn't been where it's just one guy. I mean, Michael, he couldn't even do it. He didn't start winning until Scottie became an all-star as well. So, I mean, I don't think it's been where one guy can just do it. I think, LeBron moving from east to west or whatever, it shifts the balance of power, but I don't think one man can just win in the NBA anymore.
Hey, Lakers stink, huh? They stink. Hey.
I don't think it's just, I think a huge part of that is, Davis not being available. I think if Davis is there, he kind of...
Is that because he got rich? He showed up in that Phantom.
Yeah.
And then,
It's not because he got rich, man. I think the difference is that a lot of people don't understand that when you go to play with a Lakers organization, or you go to New York and you play for the Knicks, or you play for some of these certain teams where there's a certain standard that you're going to be held to. I don't think AD is doing anything different than he was doing in New Orleans. He had injuries and he was in and out in New Orleans and different things, but the difference was that was New Orleans. In LA, we expect championships, we expect wins, we expect our stars to be available. And when you're not, we're not just going to sit back and be okay with it. We're going to be like, especially if it's something where they feel they can be critical of it. The Lakers is the winningest franchise in the NBA. They have the most championships. That's their standard. Championships or nothing. So if we're not winning, we're not going to be a happy fan base. And now people are learning that. And it's not going to be just you're being celebrated when you're in this place where we expect you to, be available, and your unavailability is making us a sorry team, basically. Because I feel like if AD was healthy and he was available, Russ looks a lot better. LeBron looks, he's phenomenal anyway, but I think he still looks better, and the team is better, because when you look at the scheme of the makeup of the team, Anthony Davis was supposed to be the workhorse doing what LeBron is doing, and LeBron was supposed to be kind of like, all right, I'm in my later years, I'm still going to do me, but you doing the heavy lifting for the most part. And that hasn't been the case. So I think, when you look at the totality of everything, what they traded away for Russ, and then with AD being gone, those are huge gaps.
You still shoot well, I assume?
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. They ain't going nowhere.
What the fuck happened to Westbrook? That guy, he's chucking up air balls, and you got Karl Anthony Towns and Patrick Beverley.
Yeah.
Like, what is this dude? He's throwing passes 10 rows deep into the stand. What happened? Is he broken? Is it confidence? Do you think he wants out of there? What is it?
I think it's the totality of everything, because when this is how I measure when I look at Russ. I feel like it's absolutely totally going on between his head, because when he's not to the point where he'll still blow by somebody and kaboom, dunk on him. So he still has his quickness, his athleticism, but I think the passes, the turnovers, everything, those are coming from being in a very bad space mentally. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact, I can attest to that. When you're not right, for whatever the reason is, and we can assume whatever it is, but for me, I look at it as, I've always looked at Russ, he's the ultimate competitor. Nobody plays harder, nobody cares more, nobody has more pride about how hard they play. And when I look at him now and see what's going on, this is the sum of he's back home in LA. He's prideful about his city. He represents his city. And for him to not be performing at the level that he knows he can and that he wants to, and the team to be going the way it's going, and then you add all of the other outside noise, the boos, and like you say, the trash, all of these things that's happening. This has never been this. He's in unfamiliar territory. Now, it's his job to find his way out of it, but I'm not making excuses for him, but I do identify that that's the problem that I see with him. I don't see that his game, that he's like now he's falling off some cliff. I feel like he's in a very bad situation as far as like he's had the ball forever. He's been able to play his way out of whatever it was, and now he doesn't have the ball, and he's being asked to do things he's never been asked to do, and it's a whole myriad of things that's happening at once, and he's not, obviously he's not playing well. He hasn't had a great season, but I don't think that this is like the end of Russell Westbrook. Like his body and his game and the way he doesn't show that his health or any of that's declined. I feel like if he can get past this mental block, that he can be back to, Russ.
He needs ayahuasca. Mm-hmm. He needs to go do one of those trips. I know it's a white thing, but he needs to go down to Peru or down to one of these things and just get it all out of there. I've heard incredible stories of athletes and high-end people who, for whatever reason, get into a mental funk and they can't get out of it. And there's obviously there's sports psychiatrists and hypnotists and all that stuff for whatever. And I'm not saying everybody needs to do that, but it feels like he needs to get something out of there because the game is better whenever Brody is Brody. As somebody that enjoys just watching dogs. I like watching guys that are going to do whatever to win. And when he would yam on somebody, talk shit to them, and then threaten to fight a fan, it was yes, that is what I do. I like that guy right there. It's tough to watch. I didn't know he was from LA. That's probably even more.
Nah, that's definitely but that piles it on. It's not easy to play at home, and then when things aren't going right, it's that much tougher. And you care that much. He's a kid who grew up a Lakers fan. This is like a childhood dream of his, and it's not going well. That's very difficult.
Maybe he's pissed about Staples Center being.
Yeah, could be
crypto.
Hey, I don't agree with that either. I don't. That's foreign. I still call it Staples Center to be honest. I'm just gonna tell you that. I'll always call it that. I mean, I'm from Chicago. I still call the whatever tower the Sears Tower. So I don't even know.
No, what is it?
Willis.
No, it's Willis. That's the Willis Tower.
It'll forever be the Sears Tower in my eyes. That's just I'm like that.
No, it's the Willis Tower. It's the Willis Tower. I think the WWE had one of the last shows as Staples Center there. It was called Staples Center. It was because I don't think it turned over till either December or January. I forget what it was, but we were in there. And I said Staples Center 100 times. I'm live from Staples Center, live from Staples Center. And I had all these crypto bots, tweeting, it's the crypto.com thing, it's the crypto.com thing. I'm I don't think anybody's going to call it that for a long time, especially with them not playing great. Yeah. The Crypto is a sick name, though. If it wasn't the Staples Center, the Crypt is a sick name. We're talking to Quinton Richardson, 13-year NBA vet, host of the Knuckleheads podcast with Darius Miles. Can't wait to check that out, talking about the basketball world. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Quinton, how do you feel about the play-in game that they kind of recently implemented when the whole entire bubble started? We assumed it was strictly because they wanted to get Zion into the playoffs, so they decided to do that whole entire thing. Do you think it's good for basketball or no?
I like it. I'll say this, as a player, as long as I was in that top 6, I love it. But if I'm in that 7, 8, I hate it. Now, if you're in that 9, 10, or whatever down there, you love it. But it's kind of opinionated to me because I like it as a fan because it makes, like you say, you can't really do that tanking thing anymore, and it makes all the games down the stretch matter. You don't see guys getting set out as much at the end because all of these games kind of you jockeying for position. So for me, from a fan standpoint, I love it. But I could see myself as a player, if I was in that 7th and 8th, I'm like, man, this is the dumbest thing ever. Why am I you know what I'm saying? But if you not in it, you looking at it hey, it's some extra basketball to watch, so I'm cool. But that's my take on it. I like it right now as a fan.
Yeah, it's there's 80-some games, and then it all comes down to one game. So as a fan, it's exciting. This is like baseball. Baseball's got, 472 games?
162, yeah.
And nobody cares about any of them. And then there's that one night where it's hey, you get into the playoffs when people are actually going to watch right here. It's just such a different mentality in those sports. Such a long season. But NBA is so long. The road, the travel, the health, the amount of bullshit you got to go through. I think all that is so much more important than what's even going on the court. Last question from me before the boys have a couple more. And we appreciate your time here today, man. Really do appreciate your time. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
Happy St. Patrick's
Day. I'm sorry, I'm mad I don't got a green beer to drink with you guys, but it's all good. I'll get one later.
All right, well,
Send
We can send one too. Wow, you're in Orlando. It's going to be a little bit.
Yeah. 3 hours.
Elon needs to figure that the fuck out.
Yeah, hurry up.
Elon, we need to get shit like, I need to be able to just like, whoop, like right to
like
you.
at the bank when you point in the tube.
Whoop, up in there.
Teleport.
Maybe Elon will create those little fucking tubes so we can send a beer to Quinton Richardson down there in Orlando. Hey, the Pacers fucking stink. Why? What's that? Because when I came to Indianapolis, we had a team. I mean, we're competing against the Heat literally every single year. I was going to the games. The place was packed out. Indiana has always been a basketball state. The Pacers have always been a basketball team. Is it because we're not going to be able to get free agents in Indiana? Is it because the way the teams run? Like, why are some teams so poor, you think, for so long in the NBA?
It's a funny thing, man. Sometimes it has a lot to do with the ability to attract free agents, and to be frank, like as a former player, you think about it. When the guys that really have the chance to go where they want to go, they're gonna go to to either the teams that they got a really high chance to win, or to the cities that they're attracted to. And so for Indiana, that hasn't been the case for a minute. And I think they're in a situation where, you saw they just got rid of Domantas Sabonis. I love the young boy Tyrese Halliburton you guys just got. And, I think now things are kind of lining up for the team to make sense, because the Miles Turner and the Domantas Sabonis thing was kind of like they were not, you couldn't play both of them together, and both of them were good enough to be playing, so you had to let one of them go. So I think now they have more of a vision where they're going with that. And I think they kind of like in a not a true rebuild, but like a mini rebuild, because they're gonna have some draft picks and trying to get some assets and build right there with the young core they have. So I mean, I think I like some of the pieces they got, like Chris Duarte, like I say, Miles Turner, and Tyrese Halliburton he's going to be really good, I think, for a long time. So I think, you guys got some good pieces, Malcolm Brogdon, and they just got to continue to try and build on it. But you guys are right in that area where you're going to be in the draft lottery, and you got to hope you hit whoever you guys get.
You can do that.
You'll hit.
Hey, you got like a 4% chance of hitting.
You'll hit.
Yeah, but we lost it to John Morantless. Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
John was wearing a ski mask on a sideline, losing to the fucking
Grizzlies. You didn't lose. You lost
yeah,
by
you
50.
saw that, Quinn. Yeah, I did too. I'm like, what are we even doing here? I mean, we're getting our asses kicked.
Quinn, we were talking about duos, and we were talking about the NBA's young stars, and a franchise that you were great with. You didn't mention Devin Booker and Chris Paul in there. Obviously they made it to the finals last year. Do you think they're good enough to do it again?
I think they have a one-track mind. They are the team, those two guys, and I think the whole team from top to bottom line up, and they've come out from training camp, from the season start with a mindset that they need to get back to the finals, and they trying to win it. I think them getting there last year gave them a taste of it, and I think you saw a team that's come out this year and came out like a team that's trying to get back there and win it all and right the wrong from last year.
Hey, that place is awesome. Phoenix.
I love Phoenix. I only had 1 year, but I absolutely love Phoenix. I loved it.
So you're saying you can still shoot right now? You go out there, you light it up?
Yeah. As long as I got to stand still, I'm not about to run around and do all that. Like you said, I ain't got all that no more, but I could stand there and spot shoot with whoever.
Whenever?
Yeah.
Hey, I got pretty good,
Yeah.
I'm a white dude in Indiana, now. So, I mean, it is. It is. You know what I mean?
I've seen you shoot before. I see you got a stroke, but I'm confident in mine as well.
As you should be. Good.
Quinton, there are obviously outliers when you talk about Ja and some of these other guys who are younger and who are prominent stars already, but it seems like most of the guys who get drafted kind of just never amount to anything in the league. And, you mentioned you came in at 19, and it seems like in your era, guys made impacts being younger earlier. Do you think that's because of college, or why is it that, like 3 or 4 of these guys from every draft class really explode and become incredible, but then everyone else kind of just falls through the cracks?
Man, I don't know. I think, I talk to a lot of different people, around the league that's in the league, coaches and front office people. And I think, to me, the biggest difference of guys that make it and don't is the work ethic. Some guys show up entitled, or for whatever reason they don't feel.
Hey, there's a lot of that, Quinton, in all sports, it feels like, right? Is that because ever since you're a kid, you're kind of cradled? And I don't know.
That's the problem. I'm telling you, like that separates. I don't care what your background is or what's going on. If you have the work ethic and you have that desire and that mindset that okay, like, I'm here now, I'm gonna do what I got to do to stay. Cause that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the real part. Like, some people get here and they like, I made it. I got the money. I got this. I got that. Like, no, when you make it, like, that's when the hardest work starts. Like, it's like, now I'm about to work so hard that nobody's going to take this from me. You have to have that type of mentality that I control this and I'm going to do from my things that I can control as far as working hard and showing up, being where I'm supposed to be. Like, those are some of the little things that people cripple themselves with. Being late, you know what I'm saying, missing things, not being where you're supposed to be, because then that coach get that outlook on you. And sometimes when you get labeled, we know how it is in sports, you get labeled, that's some of the hardest things to shake. And some people never recover. Like, you know, it depends on who you get that label from. If you get that label from somebody who got a high level of respect, you might be done. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's the biggest difference to me. The guys that really hit are the guys that really work their ass off, and they work hard and they don't stop working.
I enjoy the, whenever the fans and people on Twitter get all upset about somebody who's been labeled a distraction not getting opportunities. I assume it happens in the NBA. In the NFL, it happens. If you're labeled a distraction by like 3-4 GMs, are like, nah, don't. That spreads like wildfire. And they're like, it's already hard enough to win in the NFL. We don't need the shit that's coming with whatever this person is. I assume it's the same thing in the NBA?
100%. Yeah. I mean, you know, like, it's kind of one of those things. If somebody don't know, they're going to ask somebody, right? And when you ask, if you don't like what you're hearing, it ain't going to be good for you. And that's just the way it goes. That could make or break people sometimes. Like, if they hear that this guy's an asshole in the locker room, or he's he's not somebody that's cool, or not a good teammate or something like that, and he keeps things going, like, that's not going to work out well for you.
Well, hey, Quinton, I appreciate you joining us, man. This has been a cool conversation. It's been a long time coming, and we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Who's going to win the NBA this year?
Who's going to win? Right now, I got to go with Phoenix. I got to go right now.
Maybe the Celtics.
Celtics stink.
I don't know.
I know it's St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, look, I like the Celtics. My young fella Jason Tatum on there. I love what he's doing. I'm not saying they're gonna win, but you know, I do wish them well and hope they go.
Thank you.
Listen to the Knuckleheads podcast. We will have you on again, hopefully.
Yeah, man. Anytime. I like to kick it. Anytime.
We don't know shit about fuck when it comes to most of the stuff you're talking about, so we appreciate your knowledge.
Hey, next time I come back, we bring D-Miles and we'll school y'all boys and let y'all know how it go down.
Okay, and then, by the way, maybe we get you in the office.
Yeah.
Hey, we Midwest boys. We ain't scared to come to the nap time.
Listen, tell your friends, too, that are still in the league. Indiana, great city.
Great city.
Indiana's great city.
Hey, I'm not. I like Indiana. I'm straight from Chicago, right next door. So you know, I got family in Gary. Not quite Indianapolis, but you know, I'm cool with Indiana.
Well, we appreciate you. You're welcome here anytime. Thank you for the convo, ladies and gentlemen. 13-year NBA vet, host of the Knuckleheads podcast, Quinton Richardson. Thank you, man. He was awesome.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He was really awesome. It was hard. To pay attention to these games. I'll talk to him because his answers were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And anytime somebody talks about something I don't know a lot about, I try to pay attention as much as possible so that if I do talk to anybody that knows about that world, I can be like, oh, Quinton Richardson told me, boom, insert name of whatever the conversation's about. I appreciate that. Colorado State and Michigan have gotten a little tight.
Yeah, we are in a fight for our lives.
We are in a dog fight right now, but they're attacking the paint, which I appreciate. That's a foul. Fucking give them two, please.
They're still shooting lights out, too.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Who, Colorado State?
Yeah.
Michigan just turned it on a little bit?
Yeah. A few turnovers here and there. But hey,
44-40, 13
when
minutes
D-Miles
left.
comes on, I believe he did create his own rebound to get a triple-double one time. Was that D-Miles? Am I correct?
Yes, he did do that.
Yeah.
He also is an actor.
On his own end.
Yes.
He's been in a bunch of movies.
Can't have that.
No, can't.
Yeah, can't
This
miss
dude just
layups.
missed a fucking layup and then go, Jalen, sit down.
This is Mark.
Jalen Rose, sit down. It's 44-43. Colorado State could ruin our parlay here early.
Oh, this is in Indy?
With that being said.
Yeah, is that Cambridge?
Yeah, this is right downtown.
Yep.
So if Colorado State loses, we will go and berate their bus with tomatoes.
Smart. St. Patrick's Day, these guys are in Indy.
Rotten tomatoes.
How come we don't have anybody at this game? We should probably have somebody at this. Why is
Boots on the ground?
Feels like Gumpy. This is Gumpy. Did you know this was here, Gumpy?
Yeah, I'll be there all weekend.
All right. Thank you. All right, we're back after this break. 4 minutes. I do feel like we should have some sort of representation at some of these games.
Anytime, I'll be there.
It's very nice of you, Gump.
Yeah, anytime.
Gumpy rocking a Kiss shirt, by the way, because Peter Kiss made us some money last night.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Peter Kiss.
Thank you, Peter.
I like the way he plays. There was a couple moments that were like down 15 where he's doing some stuff. He's still a college kid, though. We got to remember that.
Yeah, would have loved him to gun a little bit more, though.
What's that?
Would have loved him to gun a little bit more.
Well, he did start. They were blanketing him.
Oh, they were.
He had a couple threes go in and out. I mean,
Yeah, me and Ty had the 30-plus, and he had 28. So.
See, you should have just followed along with me and the rest of the boys.
We took that as well.
Yeah, funny enough, too, when you said you were taking the 25.5 at plus 100 odds on the show, when I went and checked later, it was 26.5, and it was minus 125. So I believe a lot of people.
And then I think it disappeared.
Yeah, I think FanDuel got broken in half.
Yeah,
Peter Kiss.
I believe I saw it go up to minus 142 was what it was at before I got it, and then I believe they did take it
Hey,
down.
shout out Peter Kiss, man.
Shout out.
Hey, next year, I don't know where you're going to be playing. You guys are going to win and play. And by the way,
Yeah, not good.
turnovers.
Not good.
Can't have his turnovers.
Not good.
Michigan.
Oh, Jalen, tell him to be quiet. Jalen's telling him to get loud. Jalen, tell him to quiet down.
Damn it.
These boys from Colorado State like to work in silence. We talked about the...
Oh,
no,
I mean,
cross pass,
okay.
skip pass.
Okay.
Oh,
Euro.
Got it.
with the knee sleeve.
Here we go, boys. You're getting going.
Hey, I really liked Quinton Richardson.
Yeah, that
I
was
would
awesome.
like to have him on again.
Incredible.
I mean, that's a big time. Oh.
And one. Great jerseys.
Probably when we have an NBA player on there. Sweet.
The thing, he went to the NBA when he was 19.
That's insane.
Think about just getting handed millions and millions of dollars and opportunity to do whatever the fuck you want when you're 19. I'm not guessing where he came from, but a lot of these guys, don't, just like in the NFL, you don't come from necessarily the best neighborhoods or the best background. Then you're handed the world and then being told, like, you better handle this properly. And anything you do wrong, you'll be judged as if you are a 45-year-old adult who has been around this your entire life.
Yeah.
So most NBA guys mentally have to get through so much shit to continue to stick around. And that's why I think every conversation we have with NBA guys is awesome, because they get baptized quickly in finances, tax, life, travel, party, balancing everything. It just happens very quickly. And a lot of guys, I assume, fade out because of that exact same
Also,
reason.
as a McDonald's All-American, DePaul was never a great basketball school. So, like, him staying home also says a lot about him.
Playing home's tough. A lot of expectations.
Yeah.
I don't get why DePaul is not a good basketball school in the middle of Chicago.
All right, I like that long-haired guy missing shots. Keep chucking those up, dude. All right, we're back in 4 minutes. We'll answer some phone calls on the 5 Hour Energy phone line, 1-833-4-MAC. If you need the guy with green shoes to keep getting hot. By the way, this Colorado State team swagged out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they got going, the NIL deal. Maybe it's just Coors Light.
That would have been huge.
We're back in 4. Cheers.
Let's go! Hawks are soaring, baby. Dude, they're about to win by 35.
Live bet these dogs at FanDuel now.
That's a great idea. There's no need to be in this situation anymore because live betting at FanDuel has never been easier. You simply open the app, identify your location, and boom, find the game you want to put some action on. It's easier than it ever has been before with our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. And then comes the best part. We'll see you tomorrow! Let's fucking go! Thank you, FanDuel.
You have got to experience so many things, both as a businessman off the field and on the field. Is there a moment when I ask this question that pops your mind, like, what's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your entire life? Because there was a time there where it felt like you were just getting dropped into insane situations and the world was like watching you do things. Man vs. Wild, you and that Bear Grylls guy, fucking electric. That was maybe the most electric shit I've ever seen. Is there anything that you think of whenever you think, like, what's the most ridiculous thing you've been a part of?
Probably some of the most ridiculous shit I ever been a part of was, I had got the restaurant which I'm in right now, and when we first got it, I would come in here and I would clean up and go outside in the front, sweep up, make sure everything looked nice and shit. And one morning I got up here and I noticed, damn, this is a funky ass smell. And I looked, to the side of my front door, and it's a big ass pile of shit. And I'm talking about human shit.
Yeah,
and it's right on the side of the door. So I was like, somebody done came and and popped the shit right in front of the door. Like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, I can't be in here serving food. Motherfucker come walk in and they smelling straight ass cheeks when they come in there. Like, I don't think that's the restaurant I need to eat in. So, man, I get the water hose and I'm hosing it down. And, I see, we got a couple, dough fiends that usually walk back up in front. Hey, man, did you do this? Like, oh, no. So, one of them owned up to it. I said, man, check it out. So you don't do this no more. Look, you come by here, we get you we get you a broom and you help us, we help you. You feel me? And we put together a little I put a proposition together for him and I ain't cleaning up shit no more.
It's a win-win. It's a win for everybody on that one. Hey, one of your former teammates. Yeah, hey, everybody wins. You're helping the people, man. That's awesome. That's why people love you. But hey,
one of them owned up to it. Just a line of questioning. The line of questioning.
His name was Willie. Willie owned up to. Matter of fact, he just left out. He's saying sweeping up. He's like, hey, what's up? Oh boy, I've been looking for you. You feel? Okay. Yeah, we bust down together up in the front of the restaurant to get it all cleaned up and everything.
Hey, you're helping people. Hey, Willie went from shitting outside to working inside. Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go, Willie. Let's go.
Give it up for my boy Willie, man.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. Having a full carb conversation here because I am in keto, and this frosted mug green beer is delicious.
Yes, they are very delicious.
It's literally in my blood. Both being from Pittsburgh and being named Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
And very Irish.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about like in the fall, because I played football. I'm like, I should get into shape. I'm going to be active. When St. Patrick's Day comes around, it's hard I think for my body not to be like,
it's go time.
Like, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I know you're in keto, you're 17 days away from WrestleMania, but also like
you can have 15 beers today.
Do you remember how tough you were when you were drinking 6-7 nights a week, dude?
You'll be fine.
Do you remember what your body was able to accomplish then? They were in a much different time now with a lot different science and everything like that. You can have a couple beers every once in a while.
Yeah, a couple 10.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Couple dozen.
The sun's out.
Country music.
Remember when my liver used to drink? Remember when St. Patty's Day, you think? Remember when we drank 50 beers before noon? Remember when? Yeah, kegs and eggs used to be the entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget when old Paisan Benetto blew an entire blunt right in my dad's face.
Oh, nice.
9 a.m. at the flip cup table.
I think that was the last time you ever smoked, too.
Yeah, Benetto or Tim? Both. Yeah, Tim got a shotgun of a blunt right into his mouth. We're playing flip cup with full cups at 9 a.m. I mean,
That's Southside.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Get on the floor.
Remember when? That song came on yesterday in the office, and feels like it's probably going to be a thing that's going to make its way into the show. Yes!
Here we go, boys.
Oh, dude.
Keep shooting.
53-52. Need to keep feeding the dudes that can shoot well. That lady clapping left-handed fucking knows.
Yeah.
Memphis up early, too.
Doing this?
2-0.
I'm a left-handed clapper, too.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Are you a lefty, though?
I used to be a right-handed clapper. Right hand meet left hand, right? That's a right-handed clap.
Right.
I turned to left because I saw one person do it, and I was like, oh, that looks super cool.
Oh, no, I am left-handed, yeah.
Yeah, you're a left-handed clapper.
I'm
Right-handed clapper.
I'm ambidextrous.
I can't do anything with
I don't mind the left-handed clapper.
Left-handed clap's easy.
It's like super, like, I think proper.
Yeah.
Like looks proper.
I don't like it. Feel right.
Well, believe me, the first year I did it, it didn't feel right. And I think every time I went to clap, I'd go right, and then I would
Did you microdose into it, or did you just went full into it?
Well, I tried to go full into it, but it turned out because every time I'd start, I'd do this, and then I'd have to, people would think I'm like, what? No, what? And then I would, set the table with the right hand.
Exactly.
Meet it with the left. Yeah. That lady was clapping lefty because she is a lefty, it looked like. Maybe a tennis player, the way she was swinging.
Yeah, could have been.
That entire thing.
Absolutely.
Colorado State down 53-52. Providence up 11 over South Dakota State. Don't like it. Love the Jacks, but I did bet on Providence, so I appreciate that. Memphis 4-3 over Boise. Michigan is just not missing down there. Jalen Rose needs to sit the fuck down.
Someone get to him now.
I am so sick of this. Hey, Gumpy, how good's this beer? I mean,
it's going down smooth, my friend.
Delicious.
More specifically,
green beer.
Is Molson XXX Diet Green?
No, fucking that's gunmetal black, my friend.
I don't know for St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day in Canada or no?
Yeah, Irish.
Oh my God, that's gotta fall.
You gotta be shit.
The Canadians celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, there's a place called Irish Times downtown Victoria, BC. It gets going around 9 a.m., my friend.
A lot of Irish folks in Canada?
Fair amount.
Really?
A lot of Italians up there? No way.
That's Quebec.
You guys,
That's the
no,
French.
it's French,
That's
right?
Montreal.
Yeah, but there's, I believe, a nice little pocket of the mob up there. If a Netflix show I watched is any.
No, I thought Hell's Angels ran
Montreal is still going strong like that.
Oh,
Very
Montreal.
much.
Yeah, Ontario.
Montreal.
Montreal.
Quebec, right?
Quebec.
But there are some Italians up there. I mean, very French.
What
but
you got? What happened to us? We got kicked out of America and went to Canada. What do you think the
No,
Italians
I
are
mean,
going?
you just need to have pods and stations. I mean, for industry reasons and for
Offshore
shipping
accounts.
reasons. I mean, you need to have people everywhere.
Well, because the Italians, everybody knows, like, you can actually see their path. They come in, what is that?
Boston.
The island.
Ellis Island.
Ellis Island. Then they go to New York, and then something pops off. You either get pushed up to Boston because the Irish are running shit, or you go down to Philadelphia, out to Jersey, come over to Pittsburgh, to Youngstown, then to Chicago. That is kind of like the pilgrimage of Italians, I think, in
And then
America.
you get old, move to Florida.
Well, Florida is if you're right
land.
about to
Oh,
get.
yeah.
Well, also
Whitey?
Canada, if the heat is too much heat in the U.S., you need to get out. Canada.
All right.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Irish got lost on the way over. They ended up in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia.
Well, listen, the Newfies,
Yeah.
the Newfies do their own thing up there in Canada. We need to get there, by the way. I've heard nothing but great things, hilarious things. Colorado State's down 3. What the fuck happened?
No, it's not
can you bring up that little tidbit about St. Patrick that was in the group text there?
Oh, please do.
Did you read paragraph 2 and 3, or
yeah.
just the first one?
Nope, all of them.
Okay,
I did not see this.
Neither did I.
because I think it's who was St. Patrick? Jowl, this patron saint of Ireland's father, Calphurnius, was a Roman decuro military officer, and his mother was Conchessa Succat. They were both Italians, but living in a British estate, which is technically a British territory. So he's technically Patrizio and not Patrick. Is he really Italian? Gasp. He's one of the most recognizable and highly celebrated saints in the world. According to his own autobiography called Confessio, Patrick was enslaved and taken from his home in England at the tender age of 16 by a group of Irish pirates to ship him to Ireland. For 6 years, he looked after animals before returning to his place of birth. Upon his return, he made a decision to enter the church life. He later became a bishop, but no one can say where for certain, but found himself being a reverend circa the 7th century to become the patron saint of Ireland.
That's where we got our beer.
So he's Irish.
Is that how you read that?
Patron saint, yeah. We did. That is where we got our keg. It's a great bar here. Great bar here in Indy, actually, the patron saint. But also, so the McAfee family was run out of Scotland to Ireland.
Okay.
So I didn't know the Irish pirates just kind of picked up old Patricio and said, "You're one of us."
They went out on a mission to get much better people to bring back to their lands.
So is he English,
They're
Italian,
pirates.
or Irish? I'm confused.
So he's Italian, born and raised in England, stolen to Ireland, returning to Ireland later to be the saint.
Right. Sounds like
not a movie?
Stockholm syndrome.
Well, it's a holiday.
Stockholm syndrome for sure.
Yeah.
Imagine that on HBO.
Oh,
that'd be good.
That would be good.
Woke up this morning.
How about his book called Confessio?
Yeah, pretty good.
That
Good
doesn't
title.
sound Irish.
Got
It doesn't.
myself some
It doesn't.
potatoes.
What's that?
Woke up this morning. Got myself some potatoes.
Let's go to the 5-hour energy phone line. There are tweets circulating from Josina Anderson, who knows her shit.
Yes, she does.
That Jameis Winston has talked to the Colts and the Saints. The Saints have already made him an offer, and the Colts are also in the conversation. And Jameis views himself as a starter in this league, and that's what he's looking for.
I thought you said no more goofballs.
I didn't say that.
What?
I
No,
said
it
we're done
wasn't.
with goofs.
Yeah.
You did.
I didn't say that Jimmy Winston was necessarily
No, you
a
did not.
goof.
Okay.
No.
It did come after his name was mentioned for the Indianapolis Colts
Right.
starting By the way, congrats to Carson starting his commander career.
Yeah, Carson.
Take command. Happy for him. I think that'll be. He had a sport coat ready for the occasion. He did great in the press conference, and the video on the plane was fantastic. We are all happy for Carson Wentz. Okay, all very happy for Carson Wentz. Jameis Winston, guy led the NFL in touchdowns.
That's right. Locker room loves him, unlike Carson. That'd be a nice change.
Eating dubs.
He works so hard.
He does.
He said he works too hard almost.
Yeah.
That's what Clyde Christensen actually said.
For the shoe?
Man, fucking A. With Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston, I love you.
Yeah.
That's awesome for you guys.
At this point.
I had Aaron Rodgers as quarterback 2 months ago in my head.
Yeah, and before that, Brady. Stafford before that.
Russell Wilson.
Russ Bus.
Matt Ryan's got to be looking awfully tasty right now.
What the fuck is Colorado State?
What do you think? 40 million Matt Ryan or 5 million Jameis Winston?
Give me Jimmy.
Yep.
Exactly.
Give me Jameis Winston.
Yep.
And then let's get another quarterback for Jameis to back up.
There you go.
We're back in 6 minutes for hour 3. I believe Sham Sharania will be joining us. Big basketball show here on March Madness, St. Patrick's Day, Thursday the 17th. Nailed it. Right on the fucking screw.
Yep.
Colorado State's down 6. This is really taking a turn. This is like the big school. Kind of my fear, like the big school is.
Well, look at they've shot 11 free throws this half. Colorado State's shot 1.
Oh, that's because Jalen Rose. There's another one. We're getting 2 more here.
Finally.
Jalen Rose paying off these goddamn refs.
Probably.
Bullshit.
That's what Michigan does. That's a $500 million athletic budget they got all going into these fucking Stripes pockets. It's obvious. Colorado State just wants to play fair, and they're getting fouled all over. That didn't seem to be a foul, by the way.
Well, and you wonder, too, if them getting in real late last night is actually affecting their legs here late in the second half. Michigan's been here
Michigan's
for fucking 3
supposed to be
days.
a goddamn bubble team, and they're an 11th seed. I mean, the fix was in from the beginning.
Well, the fix was whoever told me to bet on Colorado State, right?
I love Colorado.
They didn't get in last night. They got in earlier. They got it figured out.
You sure?
Yeah.
Providence is pulling
Not
away.
exactly sure.
We're okay.
I
When
mean,
you
we
look at
got
the whole.
the guy,
Make your
Friars are up 14.
That's great.
In Memphis.
We need to start the day with a win.
Yeah, I like that the Providence is up 14. That's really good news. Parlay's dead. Maybe not. No. We're back. Come on, 55-60 down 5. There's 5:59 left. I mean, there's nothing but time.
We'll know by the under 4 media timeout. If they're, within 2-3 at that, then we're okay. But if this slips
to 6 to 8,
then we are in trouble.
The 2 o'clock game's around the corner. Should we bet on that now?
Well, there's 4 games in a row after these ones, and the spreads are 21, 18, 10, and 24.
Oh, Teaser City.
So are we taking dogs or are we taking favorites?
I'm on the pops, but
Oh, this fucking guy just had a whirly bird left-handed layup that he took that from his pocket. Who is this guy? Where were they all season? This team stunk, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And Dickinson's playing like he's fucking Luka Doncic. I'm sick of this. What is going on?
I mean,
Colorado State's trying to turn the ball over every time they pass. Knee sleeve guy. Keep this guy the rock. Yeah, I like this guy. Oh no.
Bang.
That's an NBA 3.
Let's
go!
We're back.
They can't shoot themselves back in.
Yeah.
Hey, that kid has been getting a lot of close-ups after banging threes. Let's feed him in the knee sleeve. Okay?
Okay.
I sound like Rex Chapman talking about these guys. Rex, you didn't deserve that, dude. I mean, people are giving him enough. How's he supposed to know all these fucking kids' names?
Well, if you
probably don't sign up for the job if you don't.
Well, to be clear, I took Thursday night football games, and I didn't know one of the kids' names.
That's true.
Oh, 17
Okay, well,
there.
17's a stud.
You're also doing a show 3.5 hours a day, and and you
You're
got a
saying
lot
there's
of
other stuff going on?
and-
Hey, Rex Chapman's Twitter account took the world by storm. I'm happy for Rex doing his thing, getting on TV, but
And then he became an expert in COVID.
That was where it really turned for him. Is when he just decided, you know what? Actually, I am a doctor, and I do know what I'm
Speaking
talking
of doctors,
about.
there's been a certain doctor.
all right.
Okay,
Tony,
come
that's
on.
gone awfully quiet.
Oh, you're talking about the Italian guy.
He must be back in the lab cooking something up. Huh?
Hey, whoa.
Tony,
whoa,
Jesus.
Slow down, Tony.
Whoa.
March Madness,
We
dude.
don't claim
Hey, good
him.
news. I can cash this thing out, $543 still.
For the parlay.
Hey,
or-
there you
No,
go.
They just hit a 3. They just hit a 3.
No cash
Who
out
did?
available.
We're
Colorado
behind?
State.
We're behind?
When, like,
Are you
before
saying
the
the one we saw?
timeout?
We just saw him. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't cash out yet. They might go hot. They might get hot right now.
5 minutes in college basketball, anything could fucking happen.
Yeah, I never
Exactly.
watched. The only time I watch is like right now.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude. That Rutgers game was over. They were up 1. They had the ball.
Are we just getting really boozed up right now?
I mean,
we
might as well.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Feels like we have to. All right, so I might as well. I'm gonna have to eat something good too if I'm just gonna blow through the keto. I might as well have a cheat day here.
What are we thinking?
I don't know. I saw a lot of commercials for P.F. Chang's.
Oh, shrimp
I
fried
am
rice.
a P.F. Chang's.
Breadsticks and wingies. What?
They have a shrimp shortage.
Really?
P.F. Chang's.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Hold
My
the
wife
phones.
orders a P.F. Chang's this weekend or whatever. Shrimp fried rice, no, not available. Only chicken fried rice.
What?
Yeah, and then shrimp as a side, not available. Only this.
What?
It's like, whoa, is there a shrimp shortage? What the fuck? Did the COVID attack the shrimps? And how come nobody's talking about that?
Can't have that.
Can't have a shrimp shortage,
No.
especially if you're a shrimp fried rice fan. Especially.
We should just open up the American shrimp pipeline, and then everything will be fine.
I just
think
had
they
shrimp
do.
for lunch today.
P.F. Chang's is in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what you had mall Chinese food.
Yeah,
That's-
son
of a was delicious.
It was delicious, but that wasn't a scrimp.
Need to stop
Michigan's
here.
playing good, D.
Need to stop here.
Thanks, Fox.
They really stepped it up.
Dickinson's becoming a goddamn Gary Payton on there.
We've got hands in lanes.
No, I mean, these guys stink.
Who's going to make free throws?
Well,
Providence could be going full melt here as well.
Oh, no.
Not?
They're still up by what?
Oh,
Seven?
Yes, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, just fucking
Need
yo.
one.
Yeah, this is that same kid.
Oh,
Oh, he's so
that's a
jacked up
brick.
and ran right into that thing, almost put it through the backboard. Come on, guy. You're our only hope, pal.
Yeah.
That guy's really cool looking. How come we didn't know he was on Michigan?
Well, their starting point
I was
guard's
gonna
actually out.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're playing better? Dickinson, body it. Oh, all right, Dickinson. Okay, we don't
Tease
need...
ass up.
Yeah, seriously.
what about the delayed game like Peter Kiss got?
Yeah.
Can't hang on the rim in pregame.
He's pushing this guy. He can't do that.
By the way, Dickinson appears to be a dog.
He's big.
Yeah, he is.
What is he? 6'14"? How big is this
He's
fucking?
like 6'11".
Yeah.
Jeez, how do they stink
280.
in the Big Ten?
A lot of people are
Juwan
saying
Howard was
Juwan
beating
Howard
his
is a shitty
players.
coach. Yeah. A lot of people saying that.
Phil
Might be a
Martelli's
tournament
actually
coach,
running.
Yeah,
the,
it could be.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Sluncha! Happy St. Patrick's Day here on this obvious March 17th, 2022. Hour 3 of our worst show ever shall begin now.
Yeah.
Last hour, we had a great conversation with Quinton Richardson, but that's really been the only saving grace to today's show. Ian Rappaport joined us earlier to break down the bullshit contracts that he's projecting and then the actual contracts. Von Miller's deal is only like 3 years or something.
Right.
Although it's being reported 17 and a half per, although it's being reported as a 6-year, $120 million, which is vastly different than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers' contract, 5 years, $186 million, actually 3 years, $150 million.
Right.
So it's a fascinating way the contracts are being set up. The New Orleans Saints were able to clear about $100 million in cap space in 2.5 weeks without cutting anybody.
Insane.
So that is the tail of the tape whenever we talk about the salary cap going forward. It means nothing.
Exactly.
They are still in the hunt for Deshaun Watson. Allegedly, a second meeting happened last night as Deshaun left Atlanta, went back to the Saints to hear what was going on. The Atlanta meeting for Deshaun Watson went fantastic. Although the Cleveland Brown meeting went well as well, we are being told that the Cleveland Browns are out of the running for Deshaun Watson. In Joseph Person, a man we don't know, but Ian Rappaport does, who says he's normally on his shit, he says that the Panthers are probably out as well. Seems to be a two-horse race, both from the AFC South for Deshaun Watson. Now it is in Deshaun Watson's hands. There are multiple free agents still available. Jameis Winston potentially is going to the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
And Kyle Pitts put out a tweet basically stating Deshaun Watson's coming to Atlanta. Deletes that, puts up another one to save his ass about Casey Hayward. Things are going banana lands in NFL free agency. Kyle Pitts tweeted, It's about to get scary in Atlanta. Then he deleted it because the entire internet was like, oh shit, Kyle Pitts has the same agent as Deshaun Watson. He's alongside Mulligata. What does he know that we don't know? He's down there in Atlanta already. Is he hearing from not only his agent, his team, but everybody, oh God, we got a new franchise quarterback and his name is fucking Deshaun Watson. He deletes that, then he follows up and says, you guys need to relax. I was talking about Casey Hayward, who the Atlanta Falcons just signed on a 2-year, $6 million deal or something like that to be a corner for the Atlanta Falcons. Now that we've caught you up, we are drinking green beer live on air, watching March Madness. I have $1,500 on Colorado State. They are currently down 8, and when they were up 10 earlier in the game, it has been a nightmare. Also have money on Providence, who's only up 6 all of a sudden. They were up 15 just moments ago. Also have money on Memphis. So with the way this is going, I will announce to everybody what I'm betting on in the 2 o'clock hour so you can fade it, and we shall have a Thursday. Drunk Ty, Iowa plays the 320. How you feeling?
Still feeling great. Yeah, we need Colorado State to stop choking. Stat. In terms of the other game, that is who a potential Iowa team would play next. So I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, yeah, this is nightmare fuel for how the tournament's starting for us.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good because I bet on Peter Kiss, who was a lock.
Yeah,
that was good.
Great hit.
Big money on that bet too.
Oh yeah,
big money. And this is not a good way to bet. You should not do this. I'm only doing this because we have to do a show that's entertaining for people. I can't care about this unless there's a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to care because I want all these guys to succeed.
That's right.
I want all these guys to go on to have very profitable NBA careers. I want them all to win. I know all the bullshit they're going through as they grow as humans and men and students and what could be going on off the court, on the court. It's not easy being a college human student athlete. Okay, I agree that. So college sports, it's always difficult for me to get into a real rooting interest because I'd like to see everybody have their best day ever so they can talk about it forever and be the king on the campus for at least a night or two. But whenever you bet a massive amount of money on it, you can automatically care, and that's what we did today.
Yeah, and who knew Colorado State even had a basketball team?
Well, Colorado State just dribbled the ball right out of bounds.
Yeah, they're just absolutely melting in front of our eyes.
Unfortunately, the $1 million, if Colorado State loses, will not be mine either, unfortunately.
Well, you're talking about our bracket bonanza.
No.
Hey, Bruce Brown just brought in another green beer. More specifically, Bud Light for Gumpy. Shout out to Bruce Brown picking up the keg last night. Shout out to Mitt for attempting to tap the keg and spraying green beer literally all over his face like it was out of a movie.
And new shoes.
And, yeah, one of his 23 days of J's.
Yeah.
Obviously, shout out to Mitt.
Thing we haven't talked about today. Say Deshaun goes to New Orleans.
Okay.
We already know how Baker feels. I mean, how are the Falcons and the Browns going to handle their quarterback situation when their quarterbacks know they're not wanted anymore?
No, okay. So Matt Ryan was basically said to be traded by the owner whenever he fired the coach and the GM just 2 years ago. Remember?
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, the new GM and the new staff will be able to decide what the future looks like for Matt Ryan. Owner said that. Then Artie Smith gets in there. New GM gets in there who looks really cool. What's
Terry Fontenot.
He looks very cool. Cool name, too, by the way. Slancha, Mr. Fontenot. And they went in, and I don't know if they attempted to trade Matt Ryan or looked around at anybody if they'd be interested. And either everybody said no because it's another $120 million guaranteed, or they actually said, let's go ahead and stick with this. With the contract going to be tough to move, and Matt Ryan has had successful football in the past. So I think Matt Ryan, grizzled vet, already rich.
Oh, yeah.
Already rich, already getting paid, been there, done that. I don't think that'll be too difficult for him to handle emotionally. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe Matt Ryan is pissed because there was a lot of tweets out there explaining that guy who dribbled the ball out of bounds just made a massive layup. We're down 8.
Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys.
Should have been an and1.
It should have been an and one, but it's Michigan, obviously, in the pockets of these fucking refs.
Exactly. Greased.
But Baker Mayfield's a different animal, I believe, because he's not rich. Well, he is rich. He's not wealthy, hasn't gotten paid, played through a lot of injuries last year in pain. There's been a lot of things said, like what Morton said. That wasn't a charge.
Oh, it was.
Okay. That ref,
Huge.
that ref on the baseline was fucking swallowing his whistle.
Hanging out.
Jeez Louise, he just fucking ran right through him like he's
Check that guy.
Chris Fuamatu Mafala.
Yeah. Thank you. Great reference.
Thank you. Fuamatu Mafala is actually his name, by the way. Need that to fall. You fuck.
What a bad shot.
We're taking.
Who's taking a mid-range shot down 8?
The guy's got 2 hands in his face.
Threes are layups.
Exactly. And we're hoping for threes.
There goes 15 Hunch. Right dribbling out on this guy's left hand here.
I'm just glad that you agree the Browns are dead.
Yeah, Baker. I think that's going to be tough. He has to get over it because it's the NFL and you're a professional. You're going to have to do what you're going to have to.
Oh no.
Also, contract year.
Here's to the here's to Colorado State. Thanks for trying.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for coming
It was a
out.
fun time when you were up 15 early.
Thank you, Rams.
I heard their campus is beautiful.
Well, it's Colorado's on fucking Rockies. Pull
Bang.
up 3.
Oh, no.
A lot of tears today.
They're not even fouling. It's over.
That'll do it.
Switch games. Switch games. Go to Providence.
Oh
Let's
for
get
one
some
in the
good.
bracket. Oh for one in the bracket. Oh, this guy's coast to coast.
Yeah.
Not even killing time.
Yeah, they gave up 5
Colorado
minutes
State
ago.
said we're not going to foul. We're not going to do anything. Michigan's like, you're right. Fucking let me get mine then.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Those tournament points will last with you forever. You know, when they announce you at some alumni event later, he scored 200 tournament points. You know, these layups at the end, Juwan Howard and the boys are going to try to steal. Providence back up 8.
Yeah.
That's good.
Here we go, Friars.
Did you put 1,500 on the parlay too?
Yeah, yep. Parlay's dead. We're
Parlay's
currently
dead.
0 for
But
2.
if Memphis goes and Providence goes, you're
split,
even.
yeah.
We're good.
I mean, don't forget about the juice, but you're even.
I should have cashed out that Colorado State thing when I had a chance for $500. That would have been a 33% keep.
Yeah.
We fucked that one up.
Yeah,
Well-
but they were within
Oh, they just made
4.
3.
Yeah, they were within 3.
Great. Remember they just made
So much
3.
can happen.
Fuck! Slancha, everybody.
Slancha, everybody.
Gin.
Slancha.
Gin down.
This is March Madness, you know?
Come on!
Here it
Come
is.
on! Jesus, these kids can't shoot, huh?
Judas,
Do
praise
they have a
out.
court? Do
Well,
they,
I think
these
they-
guys practice?
God
I think they
damn.
introduced the NCAA introduced a new ball for the tournament too, so that's always good.
It
Yeah.
seems to be a little lighter colored. Oh,
I
they're
mean-
good. Hey, South Dakota State ran an oop from half court earlier, and they just ran a pick and roll one. I like their style of play. I didn't know anything about them, obviously, other than
Fucking
go big,
foul.
go blue, go Jacks.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
But they seem to have a pretty sweet style of play.
Yeah, they're just tossing it up. They don't care.
I love eating bison burgers.
They haven't lost since like December, I believe.
Yeah, you know what happened though? LeBron James went and visited them.
Showed them the ropes.
He gave,
Yeah, South Dakota
LeBron.
State, I believe, was 21-0 in conference play. So
that's LeBron James.
Yeah.
LeBron's committed to Duke, I believe.
Nah, he wouldn't go to fucking Duke.
No,
LeBron James would never go. Huggins needs to get to his ass on that fucking farm.
True.
If LeBron James is going to any school, he's going to West Virginia University.
He should be.
Maybe
LeBron is
Iowa.
not a front-running son of a bitch, all right?
Yeah, LeBron's like, hey, West Virginia's dead. They're not even getting invited to the little poo-poo tournament.
Yeah.
Fucking let me come back in my goddamn boots, build some wooden shit, and just get wet up here.
Him and Pete Kiss together.
Oh, Peter Kiss, LeBron James, and give me this white with the headband out of South Dakota
Yeah.
State.
Nice.
This kid is a... Raindrop! Let's go, dude! Let's go!
That's a big bucket right there.
Give us that guy, too, whoever just drained that. He's the first one in transition that's made a 3. Everybody in transitions just put it through the backboard on their 3s. Good D.
Yeah.
So
Get it! Run him! Run him out of the gym!
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Judas
That's the same guy.
Priest.
That's the same guy who hit the
dude.
3.
Watch
Oh,
this.
shit!
Oh, no.
That was a bad series for us.
The
That was a-
MLS Cup. I mean, we're watching the MLS Cup.
5-point swing.
This is the MLS Cup. Whenever you watch the MLS,
You know
I
what?
actually watched the goal. One of the goalies. Okay, ball was rolling to him. Break his foot, swinging it off his foot into the goal, and it was like, all right, so anything can happen in this particular brand of soccer. We don't know what's. Guys can run and just fall on their face on the breakaways. Guys could then hit like a 60-yard snipe. Top check.
Yeah.
So that can happen. Upper 90, sorry, in soccer sports. That's what this is right here. I just saw a guy in transition 3, one of the cleanest things ever. Gets the ball back the next time, dribbling, falls on his face.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the court. Has no idea how to run anymore.
No clue.
Looks like a baby giraffe or horse trying to find his legs.
Yep.
When just 2 seconds ago, one of the cleanest, nicest shots of all time. It's not anarchy, dude.
It's college
College
basketball.
basketball.
Also,
Shout out
I'd
State.
like to see that's being played in Buffalo. I don't know if that's at the Sabres arena, but I don't know if the
Oh,
court
the
might
ice
be a little
underneath.
slick.
Slippery
Don't
turf.
love that. Fucking Hawks are playing on that court after this. So
The
we
ice
got guys
does.
fucking, busting their teeth out on the fast break. We need to maybe address that before tip of the next game.
So you think this is potentially a facility issue?
It could be.
Not guy who just drained a sick 3, then fell on his face mid-dribble.
I don't think so. That doesn't make any sense. But to know maybe the Zamboni was, out too late last night, it's possible.
This is up in Buffalo?
This is in Buffalo.
Bars close 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. That's their last call. No shit. Buffalo bars are open all night long, every night, I think.
Whoa.
Real. That's real talk.
So we're talking slippy track here, and if they don't replace that thing, then Iowa might be screwed.
Yeah, there's a chance. Well, not just slippy track, but also the kids could have been out till fucking 5 a.m. this morning. You know what I mean? Depending upon where their hotel was. We used to go up to Niagara Falls, the Canadian side, because we're like 15 years old, and you only had to be 19 to drink and gamble up there. We go up there and we meet up with some people from Buffalo. When the bars would close in Niagara in Canada, they're like, "Oh, we can still get an hour down in Buffalo. You guys want to go?" It's like, I don't think our fake IDs are that good. They only say we're 19. I don't know if we should be crossing the border right now, hammered drunk, going to Buffalo. But that was always the thing. I guess Buffalo just like cold as shit.
Yeah.
Awesome people, great wings, and we'll drink all fucking night if we have to.
Especially with Bohannon because he's 36 years old. So he can.
Dude.
He is pretty old.
Hey, that's a part of his greatness.
Exactly.
It really
seventh
is.
year in college, I believe.
Call him Doc.
Yeah.
Seriously.
They got a casino in Buffalo, too. He'd
casino?
probably tore that place down.
Yeah, what's the name of that place? That's Frank Moraldo's won a bunch of money in the slots up there.
River?
By Finger Lakes?
No, it has a great name.
Salamanca?
No.
That's one of the ones he goes to. I don't know.
And Buffalo. Buffalo has a really cool named one.
Great place to vacation.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
That's where Connor goes every year.
Hey, I used to do this. I mean, I used to vacation in Pittsburgh and Canada.
Yeah.
Niagara Falls, Canada. So I don't judge you. I would go vacation in Pittsburgh in fucking February and March.
It's a great time.
There's no sun. There's no chance of it. I'd sleep on terrible couches in shitty apartments because the houses were just,
Plenty of cheap booze, though.
I would have time of my life. Oh, this guy's in the NFL? Yeah, he's hanging off of that terrible couch.
Sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, that's him, though. Yeah, that was like, so I don't judge you at all.
No, Buffalo's fun. I mean, all you really need is a casino, some good food, and a couple places that are open.
Anywhere can be Vegas.
Exactly.
If you're with the right amount of people and the right people. South Dakota State missing.
Huge.
We like that. We like them missing free throws. Huge. This guy with 2 different shoes is something.
Yeah.
Providence.
Is that Al Durham?
I think so.
Connor, you don't know shit about fuck.
No, Al Durham, the basketball player.
Is that Bo Durham's brother?
Bull, you mean?
Bull Durham, great movie. Providence needs to get some place.
Oh, back rim.
Oh, my God. Can we get an offensive board, too? What the fuck are you guys standing under there for? That was a handout.
Oh, no.
South Dakota State. Go big, go blue, go.
Oh,
Man down, man down.
Remember when Providence was kicking ass? Remember when? That seems like a long time ago now that these South Dakota State boys are starting to run. Joining us now is an NBA insider for Stadium in The Athletic, an absolute superstar, won the trade deadline news break competition with Woj bombs. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show, Providence, that's a big shot. Shams Charania.
Yo, Pat, I got a new backdrop, and also I'm trying to get on your level. You got scoops after scoops after scoops. I'm trying to get like you, man.
I want
to get like you.
Hey, I want to let you know that was a very cool text, because he texted me after the Aaron Rodgers break, and he was like, "Hey, let's go." I'm dabbling in his world there, the genre of his world, and then after I tweet the Johnny Hecker release, he sends me a DJ Khaled, another one. I appreciate that love, Shams. I do. I very much. You had another scoop here. Steph Curry. Sprained ligament in his left foot that was sidelined him indefinitely. This comes after a loose ball where the Celtics, I believe, was it the Celtics, dives. Marcus Smart dives after the ball, which, by the way, I just, as somebody that doesn't know a lot about basketball, seemed like a pretty standard play. Got uncomfortable, got awkward. Steph got hurt. Steve Kerr is pissed. How long is this injury? Is this a pain tolerance thing? What are you hearing about the injury to the foot?
So as far as the injury itself, it's going to be indefinitely. They don't quite know how long it will be, but Pat, it's going to be multiple weeks. It could be 2, 3, 4 weeks with this injury. They're going to need to evaluate it, I'm told, over the next several days. I'm sure he's going to have to get, continue to get evaluations and specialists and all that on that foot. But thankfully for him, there's no fracture. There's no break in that foot. There's definitely fear once Marcus Smart barreled into his foot that, because he came under it. So there was definitely fears that maybe he fractured it. Maybe it was worst case scenario. But thankfully, they got the x-ray back last night. There's no break, but there is a sprained ligament in that foot. And the hope is, of course, you get him back right before the start of the playoffs, ramp him up, and you can have him for the playoffs. But this is a major blow to the Warriors, major blow to the league. But also, this is going to be something where the standings are going to be impacted too. The Warriors have been battling with Memphis for the second seed, third seed all year long. Could they fall even further with this injury? Steph Curry has been, one of the top 5, 6 MVP candidates all year. Tough loss. And as far as the play itself, Pat, I think definitely it was a standard play. I could see why Steve Kerr was upset and thought it was dangerous. To me, it's part of the game. It's super, super unfortunate that Steph's foot was right there and just so happened to get crumpled. But it was a standard dive, and unfortunately, Steph Curry messed his foot up on that play.
You might have heard a let's go in the middle of your great answer there. I want to let you know Providence got a great bucket.
Yeah.
And we needed Providence to get that bucket right. You're watching as well. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Steph Curry, I think this kind of stinks for Steph too. I know it stinks for Steph. It stinks for the Warriors, stinks for the league, stinks for the fans. But Steph was all the way back, wasn't it? I mean, it was like a couple years ago, Steph Curry, Chef Curry, when he kind of changed the entire game of basketball and was just putting up fucking shots from everywhere. The hoop was bigger for Steph, right? I mean, that was still, can he still put up shots still? Is there any thought that he lose that? And do you think he ever loses that?
Well, I think he's going to be able to shoot for years to come. I mean, he can play. You talk about an NBA player that could play up until he's 45. I think Steph is the guy because his whole game is shooting threes. And so as long as he doesn't have any type of catastrophic injury, he's a guy that can go up to 45, just the way he plays and the way he takes care of his body. But yeah, this year there has been a little bit as far as his field goal percentage and three-point percentage. He had a hot start to the year, and then I think once that three-point record started to come into play in December, his percentages all started to drop. So I don't know if it was something in his head. We had a conversation before the All-Star break. He told me he could kind of feel the pressure when it was going on, and he was dealing with the record. And now that the record's behind him, it's been behind him. I think the hope was that he'd find his stride and get back to that point where he's, making 10 threes in a game on any given night. But this injury is obviously going to set him back, and it's going to hurt. It's definitely going to hurt the Warriors in the short term as well.
Not to pivot away from a different sport, but whenever you have a record or something happening, it does consume you, or normally it does. Marty Baron, former goaltender for the New York Rangers, had a 13-game win streak, and they asked him about it last night on That's Hockey Talk. He said it consumed his life. He was miserable for those 13 games straight. It was 2 months straight. His wife and family hated it because he was just a different person. They talk about pitchers who are throwing a perfect game. Like, hey, don't fucking talk to him. Why don't you talk to him? Because they got a lot going on in their head at the moment. I was very lucky to be a part of. Adam Vinatieri was going on a perfect season. He had a perfect. There's only been one other time that this has ever happened. We were in week 15 or 16, I think. We had a perfect season going. And that motherfucker, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. Every single day you would have no idea. It's so there's some aliens, but then there is some real pressure that happens to a lot of these high-level guys because they respect the history that they're making just as much as everybody else. It's an interesting dynamic mentally. Let's talk about another guy who could play till he's 45. Zion, getting back on the court. Happy St. Patrick's Day to me. Zion's coming back and he's playing. Is that what we're doing, Shams?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
What's this all about?
This guy
is back in New Orleans. He's doing, it's good to see these videos of him, handling the basketball and starting to, reintegrate himself with the Pelicans. I don't sense any expectation within that organization, within the Pelicans, that Zion Williamson will make a return this season. And so the fact that he's just now starting to ramp up. There's 12, 13, 14 games left in the Pelicans season. He's got a very, very tight window to come back, and they're looking at a play-in game to get into the playoffs. Right now they're at 10. Maybe they could slide to 9, but that's probably the highest they'll get for a play-in seeding. I just have a hard time believing him missing most of the season, then miraculously coming back with a week left. I think just the calendar's running up against him right now, and as much as I think Zion Williamson wants to play, the Pelicans have to be very mindful of, listen, you can't ramp him up in this short amount of time.
Okay.
I don't sense any expectation.
Oh, so Zion wants to play, the Pelicans don't?
Well, no, I think in a perfect world, I think he would love to ramp up in the next week and play, but the world is not perfect. And also for Zion Williamson, there's a lot more that he has to do than just be able to ramp up in a week. I mean, it's got to go through the normal progressions. The last 2 times when he's tried to rehab, Pat, he's gone from 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4. And remember, I came on this show and I said he's practicing later today on a 5-on-5, and that day he was ruled out of that 5-on-5 scrimmage.
And went to Oregon.
He had his first of, I believe, 2 setbacks. So he's got to go through this progression, and so they're running up against the clock right now.
They need to put a bubble around him when they get to that 5-on-5. Fucking clear the guy.
Bubble boy.
I mean, let's get this guy.
Lock him in a cage, man. I don't know what they
Hey, no, Zion's a Pelican. Yeah, he's a Pelican. Let him spread his fucking wings.
Fly,
All right, let him fly. But when we're talking about that 5-on-5, let's not let him get hurt.
Bubble wrap him.
Yes.
There it is.
Maybe you should do slam ball.
Slam ball. Yes. But he can't be
no one.
no offense or defense.
Yeah.
He stands in the middle.
He might explode those springs out too.
Have you heard anything about slam ball coming back? Sean, is there any? Have you heard about slam ball? Coming back.
I mean, listen. I think Zion would be a great player for that. I mean,
that's his style, though. He was slam ball. I think that's why we all liked him so much. There's a 300-pound man taking off from the foul line as like a 16-year-old, going through his legs and just yamming on people. Then seems to be like the coolest guy of all time. This is a bummer. This is honest. This is a bummer, Shams. I would like to see this.
I know. This is the one show. I'm not gonna lie. You guys have been Zion Williamson through and through.
That's right.
You guys have been there at his lowest. You guys have been there when he was killing it at Duke and early in New Orleans.
Boom.
It's unfortunate that this year I've had to be the bearer of a lot of bad news on the show regarding Zion. But hopefully he'll be able to get healthy. I've been told he's in great spirits in New Orleans. He's feeling good. You hope that you feel good, you look good, you play good, and his foot gets good. So the hope is that he'll be back to being Zion Williamson in no time.
Hey, look good, feel good, play good, pay good, pay good, live good, die good. Shout out to Prime, by the way. Deion Sanders, absolute stud. Watch that documentary that was put together by Dana Beers and Booze and them.
Mm-hmm.
He went through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Happy he's okay, changing the game down there. But Zion looked good. I saw him in that turtleneck with the chain with the two dogs.
Yeah, yoked.
Yeah, he looked like he was ready to go. Maybe the fucking Saints sign him at the Pelicans.
That'd be sweet.
There we go.
Get him over there. Anything else we need to know about Kyrie and that mandate from Eric? I love that. Kevin Durant.
Man.
Hey, listen up, Eric. I mean, let's. I love everything. I guess the internet and some people didn't like that on sports talk shows. I found it to be hysterical. What the fuck is South Dakota State doing right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
But what is going to happen with those mandates, you think, Shams? Is that going to change? Because April 12th to 15th is when everything needs to be started, right?
It's coming up. It's coming up. Pat, I think the one new development, obviously Kyrie went to the game on Sunday, and the fact that he was there, the Nets actually got fined because he came back to the locker room at halftime and postgame.
Hilarious.
It's crazy. This guy's on the bus. He's traveling with the team. He's in practice with the team, home and on the road. He's playing road games, but he can't go back to the locker room at Barclays Center. So the team got fined, and
that makes sense.
I think. Listen.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense, right? I mean, I'm in a tank top with this tie on, and I am a absolute sports stooge. But I think what Kevin Durant was pointing out was very valid. Like, how does that make sense? And I could see how everybody in this situation is probably fucking pissed off about it, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think what makes it so unique, I think even the mayor himself is believing that this rule doesn't make much sense. Obviously, the league, the PA, and also the Nets, they all have been optimistic that this would flip and that things would change. It hasn't yet. Every mandate has been, as far as the vaccination, has been lifted there. The mask mandates, indoor schooling has been lifted. The only one that remains is this private sector mandate, which impacts all employees. And so it's difficult, of course.
What is that? Hey, Shams, what's that?
Is
that made for other companies? They don't if you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed to work in the buildings, like in the cubicles in the offices in New York. Is that why it is something? And how can you not separate sports from that district or genre of life?
Yeah, it's city workers. I mean, it's employees. It's all private businesses. The Nets fall into a private business, and yeah, I mean, it's one of those rules where it doesn't quite make much sense. The Nets are part of that. So this is something that they're going to deal with. The one new thing that has developed, though, Pat, is that...
Could the Nets sell to an entity in Delaware?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I was thinking is they should have... I mean, I wonder early in the year, what if they decided we're going to go play our games in New Jersey again this year? They would have been under New Jersey's restrictions and regulations. So, that's something to think about, because that workplace would have been in New Jersey. Obviously, they can't do that. They have a lease and agreement, obviously, with Barclays Center. The fact that this now impacts the Yankees and the Mets, though, I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Yankees and Mets players all are also going to be impacted by this. And from what I've been told, there are multiple Yankees, high-level Yankees, that are going to be impacted by this private sector mandate. And so we'll see. Yankees opening day is April 7th. I think there's 3 weeks before that point. I think that there's a lot of time for this mandate to change before the Yankees, which I believe are the team in baseball, grace the floor.
So, like, city council, because Eric's optimistic that this is going to change. It's like, well, who's he? What? You're the guy, right? Isn't he? I don't know enough about government. You would think city council might not have a lot of Nets fans, right? Because Nets kind of new to the city.
Right.
City council probably has a lot of Yankees fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Mets fans. Like, and by the way,
you can't mess with the Yankees. Like, you can't mess with the Yankees in New York. But we'll see. We'll see. They
will not get reelected if Aaron Judge is not allowed to hit bombs on opening day.
You're goddamn right.
No way.
Garrett Cole can't
imagine
pitch.
that. Imagine Aaron Judge. I mean, I didn't even think about this. There's 90 home games in baseball. Like, imagine if you bar the top players on the Yankees from playing 90 games. Like, that's just unfathomable to me.
Hey, we were sitting in an area at that thing. It was like $10,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
The people that are sitting in there, you think they're going to be pumped that they just bought season tickets in there and they can't even see the fucking big baseball whacker guys because of that? No way. That'll get changed, dude.
It better.
Has to.
Hey, shout out to the Yankees. Now, we don't know if Aaron Judge is vaccinated or not.
I will say this, Pat, there are doctors, there's scientists that are on Eric Adams' staff. He's got to confer with them daily. And, once it gets to the point where there are the numbers, everything can get backed up, I think you'll see the mandate get lifted. I think Eric Adams even said yesterday, the goal is to peel it back. He's got to just hear the word from his doctors and his scientists.
Oh, yeah, it's not the Yankees fans. I'm sorry.
Fucking do it.
I'm sorry. No, it's not. That's not as easy as that. You're ignoring research and education and knowledge and information, and that's what you're doing right now. You're acting like none of that matters. Why don't you wake up?
Because the guy's fucking playing baseball outside and it's a contract year. Let him fucking play.
Well, listen, I understand what you're saying, but that's why there's adults in charge.
Maybe if he would have got fucking vaccinated.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't know that he's not.
A fucking mask.
We don't know that he's not.
All right, now listen, we don't know if he's not. We actually had this conversation about that situation. This is a different sport, and we're wasting your time right now, but we're boozing, and it's March Madness. We apologize. But what if Aaron Judge was just trolling? Like with, they're like, with this mandate, blah, blah, blah. So I know it's a personal question, but are you vaccinated or not? And he was like, nah, I'm going to go out there and I'm just to see what happens. Because everybody immediately was like, oh, this son of a bitch isn't vaccinated.
Kyrie said the same thing. I mean, everyone, the Nets said the same thing that the Yankees said, like, we're going to work with City Hall. We'll figure this out. And the Nets have gone all year without Kyrie playing. And now the Yankees, their president, Randy Levine, he came out the other day and said, we're going to work with City Hall and come up with a solution. Classic. Well, the only solution here is the private sector mandate being lifted. Otherwise, these guys, whoever is unvaccinated on this team will not be able to play come opening day on April 7th. I mean, that's a Yankee city, I assume. So it's tough for me to see a scenario where the Yankees are starting their season and Aaron, whoever is unvaccinated, Aaron Judge or whoever isn't in the lineup.
Yeah, we don't know if we don't want to HIPAA. We don't.
True.
Gag on.
Yeah, Shams. Why does Kevin Durant hate your guts? Because he dunked in Philadelphia and then he basically stared right at you.
Down.
Told you to go to hell.
Hey, to your credit though, you look like a G in that thing.
Yeah.
You were right back at him. You know what I mean?
I plead the fifth on that one. I just kept, stoic faces at all times. Anything that happens around me, I stay composed, calm, cool, collected.
Did he stare at you? Was he staring at you directly?
I can't confirm nor deny that.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
look at that.
Yeah,
you guys are just.
And I think that's Grady, Michael Grady, formerly of Indiana, incredible voice. He's now, I believe, a commentator.
Can we give Michael Grady a shout out? He was doing when I first met him in Indiana. That's your guy. He was doing public address. Now he's doing like play-by-play some nights. He's doing sidelines some nights. I saw him actually at the game. And I told him pregame. I'm like, yo. The amount, your range is ridiculous. So
his pipes, by the way, he has some of the best pipes. And he and I were tight. We used to hang out before he went over to New York. He's a good dude. I'm a big fan of Grady. I'm happy to see him having success. But let's get back to this. Kevin Durant fucking hates you? What did you do? What did you do?
Oh, man. I plead the fifth, Pat. I got nothing on this, man.
And when you saw that guy to your left right there, were you like, oh, shit, this guy's got COVID. He's the only one wearing a mask. Yeah. Did you think that? Did you say anything?
I'm not going to lie. I was there. There weren't many masks in the arena.
Philly don't fuck around.
That guy, though. He's safer than
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Shout out Michael Grady.
Shout out Michael Grady.
out.
Shout out to you too, Shams. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. Congrats on a hell of an NBA season, and I'm sure you're going to finish it out. Do you watch college ball at all or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching this. What is it, Baylor game now?
That's
Baylor, Norfolk State. So yeah, I'll be watching. I tune in March Madness. Let's get it.
Did
I
you
fill
let-
out one bracket?
Did you enter our bracket?
Go Ramblers. I'm a Loyola Chicago guy. Class of 2017. Go Ramblers.
Oh, have you ever met Sister Jean? Have you ever met her?
I have. She was literally when I was in school. She was in some of the main hall, like in the main like rooms, dorm rooms and halls. It was
2017.
and to see her rise to fame has been amazing.
What
It's
are you,
awesome.
23 years old? How old are you?
I'm like 45 in basketball years, so that's all. That's all.
Sean's a child, dude. You're gonna get paid so much money. Let's go, dude. In college in 2017, just doing your thing, walking around seeing Sister Jean. Did you say like, "What's up"?
I'm trying to have 2 scoops in 2 weeks, like Pat
What's for
right
lunch?
now. Okay, just let me do my thing, man.
Dude, what is the next big scoop? Is it no more trades, right? So it's all injury? Is that what it is? Or like future decisions of franchises? What is the scoop season now?
Well, I mean, it's just monitoring the season going into playoffs, and then you'll have coaches. You know, we'll see which coaches stick going into after the season. It'll be very interesting to see who gets fired, who gets let go, front office. I mean, it's the same thing in all the sports, right? Once NFL season ends, you get coaches that get fired, get let go, front offices turn over. So just stay on top of what's going on there as well.
Why don't you dabble in like football free? If I get anything, I'll send it over to you so you can just kind of drop in. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like you do on the draft. What doesn't he
I
come?
thought you were going to give me, I know you got some ins. I'll just wait on you. How about that?
Could you imagine if, the
be
one
by my-
breaking news we did have, we're just like, you know what, Shams? Go ahead and fucking rattle the
Here you go,
get it.
Shams.
That'd be
Rap sheet.
wild. That'd be wild.
He'll break James to the Colts.
Hey, those.
I'm working.
There you go.
Is there a chance
I'm
you know what
working.
the Saints are going to do? Same ownership, right?
Yeah.
Same
That's
ownership.
a question
Yeah.
for Rap Sheet. But what I will say, I mean, it sounds like them and the Falcons are very involved.
Yes, we know, Sean. You're not breaking any
Breaking
news to us,
news.
all right? You might.
Kicker.
Hey, in your basketball community, hey, listen, Atlanta, New Orleans.
Hey, I didn't know this. I did not know this. So
Okay.
I just learned this morning.
Okay.
So do you look at?
It's-
Will you?
It's news.
Will you follow that at all or no?
No, I'll be honest. I mean, I'll see it when it breaks.
But you won't track that at all or try to find out.
No. But you know what? I kind of want to now, so I don't know.
Go get it.
How about this, Sean? That might be them
Holy
calling
shit.
you. Hey, we'll give.
That might be it. This might be it.
All right, $50,000 if
guys.
you find out what Deshaun Watson's doing before anybody else.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Sharon. I don't even know if I'm allowed to pay him with his contracts, but if he just sent us the Deshaun news before everybody else, that would be sweet.
We'll
Yeah,
give it to
that'd
him
be
in
awesome.
Bitcoin.
Bingo. You
Easy.
can't track that. Who
Nope.
knows what it's doing?
No.
South Dakota State from long range. Brick,
Dead.
out of bounds, big board.
That's
Yeah,
it.
There we
That's
go.
it.
Back off the start.
Memphis is up 20 at half.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
Dude.
Hey, it used to be madness and then sadness, but for us, welcome to March Gladness. Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. More bets, more beers. All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's go, Providence. Thank you, Providence. Let's go, Tigers. Go, Tigers. See you in 4. Bye.
We're appreciative of celebrity fans that come out, but there are just simply some that are like, oh, we're from here, this is what we do, we root for this team. That's not the case here, and that's why I wanted you on here.
Nobody wants to play the Blues in the playoffs. We're a heavy team, we're mean, and we're relentless, and that they don't play hockey like that anymore. Especially the the high flying teams. And all of a sudden the playoffs happen, and you guys see it. The heavy teams, all of a sudden nobody wants to play them. Nobody likes playing the Sharks a couple years ago. Nobody liked playing, the Blackhawks back in the old days. And it's a different beast, and we're built for it.
You know what, Hammer? I love the way you do this. You talk. He knows his shit, guys. I told you this. Like, you know.
And then like the '80s happened, and Hully happened, and Shanahan happened, and Scott. We had so many great players come through our organization that, and lost them in the weirdest, most Byzantine, awful ways of stupid trades and bad arbitration, and and then we lose Shanahan, we get Pronger, and everybody hates Pronger, and then Pronger becomes an all-star, and then we of course we don't win with him, but he wins with Anaheim or wherever he won, and you're just like, we can't. We're snake bit. And then something like 2019 happens, and it's all worth it. So I just been around long enough. Like, that's really it. Through Steiner, I was inducted into the Blues alumni, kind of unofficially / officially. They gave me one of these bad boys.
Oh,
so
look at that! Got you one of these.
I feel pretty strong about that.
Hey, can we see that one more time? That thing was beautiful. Look at that thing.
I genuinely enjoy going to hockey games. I never played. I mean, I played pickup hockey. I can skate. I can go forwards and backwards. But I never really played. I wasn't raised with a lot of money. Hockey equipment's expensive. We're not in Canada where it's like, everybody's got 10 brothers and hand-me-downs and whatnot. I was an only child. I just love the game, and I love talking about it. I love watching it. I've turned my girlfriend on it, and her sister and their friends. They love it. They've become Blues fans. It's like, of course, the first year that they're Blues fans, they win the fucking Stanley Cup, and you're like, okay, listen, this is not how it goes.
You don't know the pain. Like, you don't know the pain. You don't
please let me disabuse you of that notion. Too sweet.
You kind of played the heel at the All-Star game, and I loved it. I loved it.
The absolute best.
There's quite a bit of backlash from that.
I took a little heat, but I think first of all that it's a ridiculous thing, whatever that thing is. It's like it's a Carrot Top's involved. There you go, done.
Oh no!
I mean, come on. There's literally a ventriloquist dummy next to me. I'm sorry, the credibility is completely shot.
Yeah,
but
John Gumpy's got his request with a sequel to The Town. I have a rather simple, adequate request. I hope, and I'm begging you, I'm asking you, man, please start rocking some underwear more, because you're putting the rest of us out here to shame. These paparazzi pics and everything, and the chatter online. It's a lot, and I'm happy for you, and I'm proud for you.
Hey, look,
you're killing.
We all have our cross to bear, man.
Hey, dude. Dude, I'm in the middle of trance.
Oh, no.
Hey, dude.
Oh, no.
People are
Don't
saying
do it.
you don't have it anymore. People are saying you can't drink.
What is it?
An ice cold Bud Light. What? What do we think? What is this? Bring it back. What? Bring it back. Mancha! Welcome back to St. Patrick's Day. Pat McAfee Show here, hour 3. Show wrapping up on Sirius XM. I assume there will continue to be a Madness watch along after we go off air at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show.
Oh, yeah.
I just live bet Baylor minus 26.5. They're currently up 14. That feels like a bad bet, but I couldn't bet against the Sick'em Bears. I jumped into the Brazos River down. I don't like that. Is that the Baylor team?
No, it's Baylor.
Okay, I'll do like that. All right.
They might win by 40.
Norfolk State. Welcome to the fucking Thunderdome, pal.
Norfolk State.
Yeah, Jeez, I think they're actually good people, bro.
Yeah, no, but they're fucked against Baylor.
Oh, gotcha. Nor currently fucked State.
Yes.
God, I like it whenever we make up nicknames for people.
Hell yeah.
Oh, big board here, Bob
Look at
Baylor.
this.
Guy with pink-dyed hair running hard.
That's a block, my friend.
Charge, Tony. Norfolk State. Yeah. What's that all about?
Come on.
Well, I took him like 48 hours before you took Baylor, so I don't know if you come at me for that one.
What did you get him at?
21 and a half.
Tony.
Well, every basketball expert we had on said fucking Baylor's dead, so.
Yeah, who did say that? Goodman said they
Everyone
got
said
no point
it.
guards,
Yeah.
right?
Everyone said
They
it.
didn't
said
check
it.
Baylor's heart, though.
Oh, no.
What happened?
TMG Sports has learned.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go.
Mason Rudolph and Jeannie Bouchard done.
What?
Tough week for that guy, huh?
Remember when? Hey, Get back out in those waters, both of you. You'll be better off.
Thank you, Jeannie.
She will be for sure.
Thank you, Mason.
Oh, Gumpy.
Gumpy.
Guy has no moxie.
We don't know him.
I've heard
We
it.
do not know.
I've heard it from sources.
What's he still doing on the team?
Can't have a beer with the guy, I heard.
Huh?
He's going to be a starter until
Mitch
about 3 days
Trubisky's
ago.
already hanging out with Dewey.
Yeah,
He's nowhere
exactly.
in sight.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky and Dwayne Haskins just have a good time.
What's up, baby? Quarterback room's tight. That other guy, get rid of him.
So he met Dewey this morning. Mason was nowhere to be found.
Shocker.
Because he's fucking heartbroken.
Give him a break.
Come on.
He's a human. He should have been in that meeting room, though.
Should have.
Especially if he's trying to keep that gig.
He might be going back on Rome today to talk about.
You know where Dewey and Trubisky are going tonight. Come on.
Dwayne Haskins.
He's a cowboy.
That's why he came to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right.
They both have an affection, a former affection for similar things, but now they are adults mature in the NFL. We talked to Quinton Richardson. There comes a time where you have to look in the mirror and say, hey, listen, let's be adults. Dwayne Haskins did that. Mitchell Trubisky obviously did that.
Thank you, Pat.
Mason's going, I mean,
If he
they
goes-
were in love. Remember, they were riding bikes.
Oh, yeah, they're doing the whole thing. If he goes back on Rome, give that guy a teleprompter.
Hey, that breakup. Breakups are terrible. And what you're talking about with Rome,
Yeah.
It's terrible, too.
I didn't watch it. I watched the first 10 seconds. I said, all right. I don't like those types of things.
Don't worry, it happens
You know what I
for
mean?
a minute.
Yeah.
and a
10
half.
seconds of stuttering, stammering. Just say something,
Yeah.
dude. You're the
He was
quarterback.
nervous.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
the stuff that I can do and Matt can.
What are you
can-
doing? Are you serious right now? This guy was nervous. It's Rome. He's in the jungle.
He's been on more than once
You know
before.
what? That's a great point, and I hadn't even considered that yet. Ray, he was in the jungle, so I will cut him some
Some
slack
people
there.
come in the Thunderdome. How do you think they feel? You're in the fucking jungle across the aisle there from Jim fucking Rome.
If you're
Guy
a
had
real
malaria.
QB1, you are begging to get into the jungle with Rome. You're not going in there like a
thrive in
scared
the
kitty
jungle.
cat. You're going in there like a tiger.
Need more dogs.
That's right.
Too many
Saber-tooth
cats.
tigers.
Dog mentality.
Oh.
Clowns.
Jameis fucking goes in there and dominates it.
Dominates.
Well, he's gonna be a cult.
That's right.
Exactly, that's
Got to
what
be
I'm saying.
pumped for Jimmy. Eating W's.
Nom, 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 nom.
He's just like we just talked about. He's matured.
Yeah.
He's past that.
He's working hard.
Seeing 2 W's now.
Hopefully 16 of them. And then the last one, we're resting the starters.
Apparently, the Colts gave up on the season last year. They had no Kuth.
Is that right?
Who said that?
Rock you sin.
What'd he say? No couth?
Well, I
don't think you know what couth means. Are you using his word? Couth is like respect, right? Like people said I had no couth for the booth whenever I was on football. I had no
They had no
respect.
Kuth they had no Kuth for the game. The league.
For Jacksonville, you mean?
Competition.
Exactly.
Yasin said he didn't see the trade coming, but his first reaction was more excitement than shock. Said the Colts got complacent and let their foot off the gas last year
No couth.
for the game. Yeah. That won't happen in Vegas. He doesn't know. He's never fucking been around those guys. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not. All right. We've met a couple of them. They seem like great guys.
That's right.
And hardworking dudes, but you don't know them, Rock. Okay. I thank you, Mr. Yasin, for not giving up. Whenever you're saying everybody else may have got complacent and kept working, he's a good fucking player.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's like a very good player.
Yeah, sweet for him too. He sees Chandler Jones go to the Raiders. He's like, "Oh man, they're going to be good." And then right after that, "Oh, I just got traded for Ngakoue. This is actually sweet."
No, you're just saying that because Josh McDaniels over there and you want him to have success.
No,
because he has
I
a
mean,
little bit of Patriot piss in him.
I don't want any other team than the Patriots to have success, but I will say he's going from Indianapolis to Viva Las Vegas. I mean, that's a pretty nice little area. It's warm all the time in Nevada. They're playing in the new stadium.
It does look gorgeous. I mean, Max
Mark
Crosby's
Davis.
house is
Nice out here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice out here today.
It is beautiful. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, it's
Dude, you have a
gorgeous.
bad time? Fuck you. Dude.
No, I love Indiana.
right. Yeah,
I'm
fuck
saying
this guy.
for Rocky Sin going from Indianapolis to playing Game Boy with Mark Davis, like that's a pretty cool little.
I wonder if
turn.
Hard Knocks was a problem. And I loved Hard Knocks. You know?
Keith Cosrow, great guy.
Love it.
Thank you, Keith.
But maybe they did start reading their press clippings a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They always talk about the Hard Knocks curse. Maybe there's a new one. It's the in-season curse.
Carson Wentz touchdown pass on Christmas Day will live in infamy forever.
Carson Wentz is now taking command.
That's right.
Remember, we always take command is how he ended that video promo he shot in the airplane. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Very
it was.
good.
Let's ride, take command.
He looks terrible in those colors, though.
What are you talking
damn.
about?
Right, just got out of the
Fucking
woods.
God
personalized Carhartt jacket.
Yeah, he looks like a mustard ketchup Cheeto. I mean, I really feel bad for the guy. I do.
How dare
I do.
you?
He should not be on.
He said he's had that jacket since college.
That's right.
Yeah, for a clown party, and he hadn't worn it since.
That party they had dress up as your favorite concession food.
I think
Hey,
so.
The internet had its way with that. You know,
My God.
the internet's gonna let their jokes fly. Wale said it when they were talking about when they were talking about naming the new brand and everything. Wale said the internet's gonna let their jokes fly, and I mean they sure did with his press conference and his airplane video. Carson doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
Carson just got done hunting.
Yeah.
He didn't even know he was traded.
That's right.
They had to send a pigeon in with a fucking letter because he was out in the middle of the wilderness hunting
Yeah.
down buffalo on the back of a fucking horse with a crossbow.
Yeah.
This guy is still living on his bobcat.
Yeah.
He just wants to go play football and have fun. I wish him nothing but the best.
Me too.
And guess what he was doing right after that? Boom, going right back to the tree stand. Okay, you think he gives a shit about this? Absolutely not. He's got a fucking new Bobcat, four-wheeler that he probably can't wait to get out there. New fucking 22 that he's going to take some deer down with. I will say he needs to shave his head. His hair, he looks like a fucking asshole.
No, he blends in.
It's like, hey, pal,
No, he blends in.
you're an
With a
NFL
beard.
quarterback,
Put
okay?
that
Your
back
hairline starts in the middle of the top of your head. You look like a 50-year-old plumber. Shave the goddamn thing.
And
or
the beard.
buy new hair.
You guys need to
Don't be
stop.
bashing the tradesman, dude.
Yeah, listen, everybody needs to relax, okay? The 50-year-old plumber doesn't need to be bashed at all. You're right. A little bit more respect for the tradesman, please.
Well,
Out of
I
you.
have a lot of respect for the tradesmen. I don't have respect for NFL quarterbacks who look like seasoned tradesmen. Okay?
All right.
Fair.
With that being said, that's why this guy's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Because he's a tradesman at heart.
That's
That is a shame he was traded. I thought he was just about to get ready to buy Smoke Stewart's house.
Yeah, I thought Cabela's
It was a layup for him.
I didn't even think of that.
Smoke Stewart is currently selling a house an hour and a half south of Indianapolis, or an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know the exact, but about an hour for $30 million.
Worth it.
There's a full waterfall. There's a fishing pond in the living room. Bowling alley in the basement. A club. The whole thing is basically made out of like the finest of mahogany.
Yeah.
There's bricks.
Smells incredible.
Basically a Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah,
That's what you're buying.
Yeah. There's a babbling brook right through
Oh, yeah.
the middle of you.
You imagine falling asleep to the sound of a babbling brook?
Oh, every day, $30 million too.
Unbelievable.
Is he just putting it out there, like floating it, like, hey, somebody make an offer. Somebody's going to come in and be like, hey, how about 6? And he's like, fuck it.
Yep.
Is that what's going on? $30 million is a lot. I mean, I don't know who would buy that. The neighbor, I guess? That's how the farm thing works.
Well, there's a lot of rich hayseeds out there. That's their paradise. They'd love to move into a place like this. We'll see.
Just to tell people, you know who used to live here? Smoke.
There's probably a racetrack in the back, too.
Oh, yeah, dirt track.
Yeah, there's termites.
Kayaks.
Dude, that fire pit down there on the water.
God damn. Massive lake.
Oh,
Man-made.
that fire pit right by the kayak, you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Imagine the mallows.
Oh, that's good. That's a good pit.
Oh, my God. I would put a little, probably a little chip in turf somewhere.
Sure.
Biodegradable balls to feed the fish in the pond that are being stocked by the state, probably.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Remember when?
We had that house in the middle of nowhere.
Remember when?
We sold it for $30 million. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Roasting mellows.
Maybe Jameis.
By the lake.
Maybe Jameis moves in there.
So that's a far trip, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of a go for broke. Hey, if Carson doesn't buy this thing, we're going to be taking a massive hit.
So they tried to get that out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Before he was gone, because they started hearing like, oh, maybe Carson's not happy. He was like, oh, fuck, get it on the market now. We need Carson to buy this thing.
I do believe he was the target demo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because wasn't Carson commuting 4 hours in Philly to practice?
Yeah,
Yep.
Jersey. He was in Jersey out there. Who do we bet on? Baylor.
Yeah, they're still up, what, 20?
I think
They're
half.
14.
14.
What?
Yeah, they're only up 14.
Did you take anyone in this game? Longwood, Tennessee.
No, who do we like?
Gumpy and I are on Longwood, so.
Okay, guys got cool sleeves. 1, 2, 3. 4 sleeves. I think they have 4 arm sleeves on Longwood.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, I'm betting on them.
Shooters.
Yeah, we got 4 arm sleeves.
Tennessee's been incredibly hot.
Due for a loss.
Rick Barnes is 1-12 ATS in his last 13 tournament games, so we're going against them.
Oh,
let's go.
Okay.
Stare down.
There's only 3 arm sleeves, maybe.
5-on-4.
Yeah, there's only 3.
I like when the point guard's a little thick, too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, got a little body on.
Reminds me of Vance Fields, and I'm like, that's a winning culture.
Well, just like John Hamm said, in the playoffs, nobody wants to stop those big teams.
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in front of the big guys.
Big, heavy teams.
That's right.
Heavy by.
Got the heavy.
Going full speed.
All right, so Longwood's getting 19.5 points right now. Is that
Steal?
That's what I got him at.
Oh, 18.5. Fuck you, FanDuel. They're listening. I honestly believe they're potentially listening.
After that kiss movement yesterday, they're definitely listening.
Well, and then remember our first big movement, and I do believe it was a pretty sweet moment. Mac Jones ain't going 3.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was incredible.
Watching that sports.
Oh, yeah. Trey Lance went from
It was the next 2 hours.
plus 270 to like minus 110.
It was awesome. That was a fun day.
Yeah.
That was a really cool
It's
day.
a barn burner.
This one here with Tennessee and Longwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it ended 2-0, I'd be happy. Oh, they're getting dirty on the floor.
Yeah, the Vols have quick hands there.
Yeah, they do.
That's
Charge, go the other way. Hey, that's something college basketball does a lot of.
Oh, yeah. Get those feet set. Take that charge, baby.
Hey, college human student athlete, if you want to go ahead and get knocked down to the wood, we will reward you for it. Refs love the good.
Yeah, they can show off.
Yeah. I wish the umps in baseball would be a little bit more.
It's kind of like strike 3 call.
A couple of them. A couple of the old guard will really.
You punch a guy out looking.
Yeah.
Did you do? You were an ump back in the day down at Colorado Fields, weren't you? Never.
Being an ump was fun.
I thought I remember seeing you in all that costume, but that was just your catcher's.
No. I had a little bit of self-respect.
When you do the younger kids too, you just stand behind the pitcher, which is always a good time.
Well,
come on. Oh
yeah.
They're fucking straight kids.
If baseball didn't stink so bad, I probably would have loved doing that.
It was good pay,
I don't
too.
need some dad with a drinking problem who's unhappy with his fucking
Kids playing time or the strike zone?
Yelling at me.
What about you? Used to?
Oh yeah, all the time. Great pay.
Would you kick parents out?
You embarrass them in front of their peers, and they'll shut up for the rest of the game. That's usually the move.
Speaking of shut up for the rest of the day, we're going to try to do that. We'll see in about 21 hours. Sirius XM. Chris Mad Dog Russo's next. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. You're the best.
Oh yeah.
Slancha. Fuck. I missed that. I had enough time.
Yeah. It's all right.
I had enough time to Slancha. 19.5. I don't know with this Longwood team. I've seen them try a multitude of different offensive things, and they have failed at all of them.
Only 6
Layups,
points, though.
shots.
They're competing on the defense.
They're playing D. That's what you need to keep it close.
Especially with 19.5.
Slow the
Exactly.
pace.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news on this St. Patrick's Day. Plot twist, former Packers pass rusher Zadarius Smith is not signing with his Ravens after all. Sources say he remains a free agent. He was supposed to go back to the Ravens after the Green Bay Packers released him as a salary cap casualty. He got injured but was still a playmaker whenever he was playing. Going back to Baltimore, everybody thought would be a reunion made in heaven for both parties, looking to bolster their team and their resume. Now he's backing out. So first it was Randy Gregory. Then it was McKissick.
Sorry, my bad.
With the Washington Commanders in Buffalo. Now it is Zadarius Smith. I wonder what's going on. Is it fuckery in the details of the contract? Is it second thoughts? What is it, I wonder?
I don't know. Well, and it makes it interesting, too, with that offset language where if these guys are being pitched that they're making, like, hey, the 5 years, $125 million, and then you kind of go back and take a closer look, and it's like, well, this is actually a 1 year deal for $8 million. So am I getting, what I could be getting elsewhere?
Oh, is that... So players are smarter now as opposed to just reading the headlines like they used to hear and be able to tell their family.
Yeah.
Now it's like their families are like, that ain't what they're getting at all.
Probably. And like a guy like him, he missed all of last year, but he went to the Pro Bowl 2 years before that. Like, he is still very, very good when he's healthy. So I'm sure he saw the Von Miller deal and was like, well, actually, maybe,
Hold on.
No, it says 120. It's only 17.5 per for three, basically. But 6 year, 120.
Let's not rule out that Jimmy Seafood fucked this up somehow.
Well, they probably didn't even know he was in town again and didn't have something ready, because if they would have had that platter that we got ready, there's no way he's leaving.
No chance. Staying there forever, probably taking team friendly.
What's the deal? Are they sleeping on the job over there?
Probably.
Sounds like it.
Hey, Jimmy's, okay? You're the best food basically on the East Coast.
Correct.
If a guy is almost about to sign with the Ravens, let's give the guy some fucking food. Or do you not like Baltimore?
What do we
one
say
time.
here?
Also, thank you for the care package that arrived to the office.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
That was very
Food is
nice.
so good. With that being said, is it your fault that Darius Smith's not staying in Baltimore? Because while you guys were putting together this incredible care package that came to the office and probably doing some very important philanthropic stuff around the town of Baltimore, which is so fucking cool, by the way. You guys didn't give, the greatest crab cakes in Maryland is a Darius Smith.
Got some sent to the house, and by far the greatest crab cakes in America. But, I mean, maybe they sent him a COVID sandwich again, or a COVID cicada filled crab cake.
Wake up, Jimmy's.
Because they had that cicada parade.
Oh, I know.
That caused COVID.
Yeah, because the cicada parade was eerily close to the time of COVID.
It really
It was
was.
just a joke out there on the East Coast. I didn't know what we were going through out here with the cicadas.
But
People worry about COVID. How about the cicadas? That's what they said.
The best food, though.
I bet it's awesome today too.
Oh, yeah. I'm
A
juiced.
couple beers and some crab cakes.
What? That's what Indiana
Hey, their
does.
shit is really good.
Yeah,
every
it's
time.
unbelievable.
Everything.
Yeah.
Should we cook some up?
Yeah, we should probably. What was the what are those things that are like this big?
Scallops.
Yeah.
Mussels?
Hush puppies.
Scallops.
Melted in
Scallops are
the mouth.
delicious.
Scallops. You fucking
Bacon,
fry those.
bacon wrapped scallops.
Boom. I don't think it wasn't bacon. They were
No.
just plain scallops.
Just
They were
scallops.
fucking unbelievable.
It's so
Beautiful
good.
white
Cut
color.
through it like butter.
I'm not a big seafood guy at all, so it was like kind of an introduction to a lot of stuff there.
They know seafood.
Oh, yeah. Fresh
They do.
catch.
In that bay over there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go back.
My real estate guy said, if you want to go check out Smoke's house, 415 acres. There's elk, deer.
Oh,
Wow.
so Carson
Century
was the
Down.
target.
Oh, you know who could be? Might be interested in that.
What's that?
Guy used to hold balls for.
Ooh, maybe it is like, hey, Vinatieri's still in town, right? Let's fucking get him.
he
His kid
just
just went
sold
to
his
college.
Company retreat house, weekend getaway house.
For what company?
This one.
No. Listen, my real estate guy is the best. The fucking best. He's sold like 4 of my houses for me. He's got me new house. I mean, he is the absolute greatest. His name is Jeff Cusick. I love the fact that he's watching. He's like, sounds like he's a little boozed up.
Maybe he is
Man,
interested in
why-
Smoke's house.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Maybe I can send him. He's the best. I'm a big fan of his. But that one, that like Tim McAfee. If Tim McAfee was able to, hit for, I guess you would have to have. So that's like 80 million fluid you would have to have, because 80 million taxed is like 42 million, and then 30 million. But then they'd say you get a mortgage, but then that's like, you're kind of on the hook for that.
How much do you think he's going to end up having to sell that for, though?
Who
It's like you
knows?
said,
I don't know
like,
enough about
there's-
real estate, but fucking Indiana, way down there, it would have to be the farmer next. Like, I feel like I don't know a lot about the farming world. I didn't grow up in the farming world, but the way most of this shit gets sold in all those places is like the people buy the land and then they just kind of like keep extending.
Yeah.
Right.
And they buy like, give me that, whatever, the
That's
farm
Yellowstone, baby.
plot.
Add on.
Wonder
to
if
it.
Junior might buy it.
Dale?
Yeah. Or one of the Andretti's, maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe somebody that's in the racing
That's
world.
what I like.
KY.
Who's that guy? There's a guy from, he's from Fox Chapel. He ain't.
Keselowski?
No, he owns a team. He's a team owner.
Good guy, very cool guy, but where he comes from, there ain't no way he wants to hear a babbling brook in his house every single day.
Chip Ganassi.
Would be
Chip
nice.
Ganassi, boom. He's a guy that probably could buy that place. Nick, why don't you look into what the mortgage payment would be for that thing?
Longwood.
Calculating.
I would love to just let me gift that house to Nick. Nick has to drive an hour and a half to work every day. Has to take care of a fucking pond in his house and outside of his house.
Beautiful drive.
You got the upkeep on all that.
Oh,
thing.
God, I can't imagine.
Probably
The
$1 million
energy
odds
bill.
Dude, I just moved into this house because my last house had black mold in it, and that's what happens whenever your house is too big and you don't see, like, I don't know, 3/4 of it for years at a time. This one has a salt water tank in it. Sweet to look at. There's a fucking full team I got to hire to take care of the water, the whole thing. It's like, all right.
Big gadge.
Can we just get fake fish floating around in there? And
It's cool.
And one.
bro, these Longwood boys.
They're playing. You were talking about it.
Plants
You
are
went back
dogs.
over to that house. How was the animal graveyard when you went over there?
They're all alive.
Well,
There was a very fat squirrel that I think was winning. over
picking
there.
scraps.
I don't know what it was doing, but it was winning. And then there was obviously a mouse in the house.
Oh, no.
And that mouse was, Sam said it was like New York City subway size because that thing's just running through everything.
Ratatouille.
So, I think so.
Try cooking its own meals in there.
The oven did not appear to be turned on.
Stove?
Okay.
Stove either.
Okay.
Hibachi thing, none of it.
Okay.
So I don't think that rat's cooking anything, but it was eating a lot. The raccoon's thriving.
Really?
to
They
know.
didn't put a nail gun to those things?
What's that?
They should have just put a nail gun and just, just going to work on the chimney real quick. Doof, doof, doof. Oh, my God, there's 4 dead
We are
raccoons.
remodeling that house,
Yeah.
okay? But I will make sure that there's no nail gun shooting at fucking raccoons.
I don't know. All it
But
takes
when
is...
Happy Gilmore got that, or the big tall guy from Happy Gilmore got that thing right
Yes,
stuck in
Mr.
it.
Larson.
Oh, my God, that would hurt so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I'm around a nail gun, I get a little uncomfortable.
OSHA had a field day with that one.
OSHA did?
Mm-hmm. Because Mr. Larson got one in the head.
Yeah.
How much are we putting down on the home?
On who?
On the home?
Say 10 million.
Okay.
30%.
Wow.
33%.
You're looking at around 150,000 a month.
So
That's it?
you're
Great
saying
investment,
there's a
Smoke.
chance.
That's for 30 years? Is that a 30 year or a 10
30
year?
years, 4% interest rate.
It's going to be tough.
Well, I mean, we'll do a 2.9% interest.
Tony wants to take his horse down there and get some shots in a cowboy hat and a new Tuxfas. What are the boots?
Tecovas?
Thank you.
Tecovas. Did we ever make that deal with that boot company? Hey, Bruce, are we making boots or what?
Bruce is blacked out right now. He's drank half that keg. So we'll say I'll put a pin in that one. Save for tomorrow.
All right, Memphis is up 13. That's good news.
Big.
We're
I'll
winning
go back to that one.
Baylor.
What was the other game?
You want to go back to that one?
Baylor's only up 16. That's at half. This one seems to be.
This is probably the best one aside from. Memphis.
They're already teasing Iowa.
Here we go.
310.
Yeah.
That spread is what, 9.5 now?
Yeah, but what I found and what I really like is Keegan Murray to score 25 plus points and Iowa to win. That's minus 110 right now.
Oh, so because if he does that, they're going to win.
Bingo.
Okay, so that's in more bets in there.
Player performance doubles.
Hey, they got a lot of fucking.
They do.
A lot of bets.
Is there a Bohannon to only score in 2 minutes during the game?
Let me check.
There is a Bohannon to make 3+3s in Iowa to win plus 180.
Tom Pelissero has reported that a decision is coming imminently.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but that feels like very soon. So as we sit here and continue to do what we've done for the last 3 hours, we now know that something might come that's interesting for us to talk about.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Is defined as in a way that is likely to happen very soon.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
Pelissero, the arrow, we know he is a word by the book person.
For sure.
So he knows that that's the definition. He chose that word.
Yeah.
Where will Deshaun Watson go? Will he go to the Atlanta Falcons and go home after a elaborate pitch deck was presented to Deshaun on why the Atlanta Falcons would be his perfect home? Sometimes you have to come back to where it all started to find your true greatness. Or will he go to the New Orleans Saints, a team that was able to create $100 million in cap space in 2.5 weeks, a loaded roster, new coaching staff, but ready to do battle? In New Orleans is a great city.
Oh, yeah.
We now sit and wait for Deshaun Watson to continue to weigh his options. The Cleveland Browns are once in the conversation. They are no more. Joseph Person says the Panthers are also no longer in the convo. Which NFC South team will Deshaun Watson be leading after a suspension that is also imminent from the Roger Goodell in the entire league as a whole? Deshaun Watson carries a $31 million salary cap hit, Depending upon the amount of games he's suspended, those game checks will then be subtracted from his overall hit. How will they know what the salary cap is before a decision is made on how many games he misses? TBD. Interesting situation that heated up very quickly and has become a full-on recruit fest for Deshaun Watson to serve as the pillar of a program, the face of a franchise for hopefully the next 10 to 15 years. A guy that you'd assume has a massive chip on his shoulder, ready to prove everybody wrong who doubted him. To all the people that wanted him locked up for 20 years, said he was a bad guy. He maintained his innocence, and although a grand jury did not indict him, the internet tells us that does not mean he is innocent. But I think what the NFL is saying, that doesn't mean he's guilty either. So now we sit and wait for Deshaun Watson. I thought as I would continue to fill time there with saying things that don't really mean anything, just recycling garbage, we'd be able to buy enough seconds for Deshaun Watson to announce his decision. But here we are, 16-15, Tennessee Longwood. Longwood plus 19.5 is what I have a massive bet on, and we have no clue what's going on with Deshaun, just like we did before this diatribe about Deshaun Watson's situation.
It's Atlanta. It's got to be Atlanta, right?
Kyle Pitts tweet.
A lot of guys on the roster share an agent with him. He's going home.
I wonder if in that meeting they laid out the pitch deck, the offense, what they want to do. Here's a house that we already own that you can live in. It's beautiful. Here's the companies that want to do partnerships with you down here in Atlanta, by the way. Coca-Cola's down there. Waffle House is down there. AT&T's down there. Chick-fil-A's down. A lot of companies are down there. That's why you got to keep an eye on Georgia Tech doing well. But I wonder if at the end of that pitch deck that the Blank family put together for Deshaun Watson for his football services, if everybody in the room was just like, remember when Warwick Dunn gifted your family a house? Remember when you were a ball boy for our team? Remember when we never left your side, pal? Remember when? You think they did that?
I think so.
Or just family
Stay
across the
close to home and went to
across
Clemson.
the board.
Remember when? You think they said we're family?
Yeah, they just said family.
You think they stood on one of those revolving platform things and threw up the A's?
Probably.
Threw up the A down thing and it spun.
Ooh. But the platform was so big, it was everybody.
That
It
was
wasn't
there?
small. Yeah.
And they were all doing the Brian Kelly dance?
Yeah, they were all just going off like Brian Kelly.
They were doing the full.
Uh-huh.
They were actually doing what he was doing, and then they were just throwing the A's. And it did it in slow motion.
Yeah.
What if that's how they announce where he's going?
What
if it's fucking Arthur Blank, R.D. Smith, the entire coaching staff,
T.I.
T.I. definitely there, Jeezy, put
Big
Jeezy
Boy,
in there.
Titty Boy,
Andre 3000. I mean, we can go through the entire.
Quavo,
The whole cast of Atlanta.
the Migos.
There's another decision made. The former tight end of the Falcons is going to the Bengals.
Oh, not
Maybe
Hayden.
Hayden.
Nice.
He's formerly the Ravens as well, right?
Yeah.
Ravens and the Falcons. Now he's going to the Bengals. 1 year deal. Congratulations. That's announced via Enter Sports Management. We would assume, that is his agent. Congrats to him as we wait for Deshaun Watson. But yeah, what if they are all standing on a platform just doing the.
Be sweet.
And then little John's coming out.
Yeah.
And then the Yin Yang twins start.
God.
Hey, Deshaun Watson.
They're all doing the Dirty Bird.
Yeah.
They're gonna do
Let me tell you those something you might like to hear. We got a pretty good team, and
Kyle
Pitts is fast.
We don't need Calvin Ridley.
See if he's gambling off his area.
Mm-hmm.
That was a banger.
Oh yeah.
The
Still
Little
is.
John era.
Yeah.
There was like a Little John run, then there was a Little Wayne run. Then Akon was in there at some point.
Wow.
DJ Khaled hopped in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of different runs. And it all started with Outkast, by the way.
Yeah.
They would be on that platform for sure, probably up in the
Have
front.
to.
Oh yeah.
Andre
Definitely.
3000 ain't doing that shit, actually. He'd
No.
probably say no.
Big Boy
Well,
though. He had
I
his,
don't know about Big Boy.
well, he had
He's
the,
got his own seat.
Yeah,
at
the seat at the
Hawks
Hawks
games.
Arena.
Hey, the Big Boy seats were awesome.
Yeah.
With the Big Boy Budweisers.
Oh yeah.
Do
What?
you remember those Big Boy diesels? What are
Oh,
they,
yeah.
24-ounce bottles?
Huge bottles.
Bottles. Heavy, yeah.
That's all time.
And then his seat had fur on it.
Ooh.
We were sitting on the Big Boy
I
seats.
haven't seen a Bud Heavy in years.
I've been in a lot of places where I shouldn't be. That's right on top of the list. Is I should not be sitting.
Yeah,
in
Foxy's sitting right next to me on these big boy seats.
I'm in Big Boy's chair.
This is Vince Carter taking on Giannis.
We could have stuck our hand out, gave him a high five. We were so close.
Shoulda.
I didn't get a board there.
No, we tried.
Those are the seats you pick up boards though.
Oh, yeah.
You got to body other yups that are
Mhm.
down there.
Well, and we had, we weren't in those seats, but we had some courtside
Oh, yeah,
seats.
you were near
as well
Two Chainz.
that-
You were
yeah,
near Two
very,
Chainz.
very nice.
Shout out to the Coonan family.
Yeah. Shout out. Thank you, Dave.
Titty Boy was
And
right
family.
there.
Titty Boy was there, yeah.
Mhm.
Little Baby was to our
Titty Boy
right.
performed at half.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
I actually bought a. I think Zito
Yeah,
did too.
the
Bought
Two
a
Chainz.
2 Chainz hoodie.
Oh yeah, Atlanta. Yeah,
so comfy.
It prompted our For the Brand necklace shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the coolest hoodie of all time. Had 2 chains on it.
Most affordable food, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
was
was
gonna say, incredible
unbelievable.
in-game experience there.
Yeah, it was like a lobby. Everybody's just kind of chilling. There's music playing. There's food. You can kind of wander out, watch the game. All right, I'm gonna come back in here. I'm gonna do it. That was very smart.
It's like that at the Mercedes-Benz Dome too.
Really?
Like all the food is what it would be if it was at like a gas station. It's unbelievable.
Oh,
Oh, it's because
That's
they're
like-
Coca-Cola partner, right? And all those like.
Well, Arthur
And also
Blank said,
because from what I've heard, the people that are calling the shots down there are like, let's make this place good.
Yeah.
Not that it is, by the way. Every city has its flaws.
Right.
It does feel like the sports shit is handled properly, which is probably what was a part of the pitch deck. Like, hey, look at this stadium. Look at this arena. Look at what we have. Look what we've invested. You're from here. Look at the ATL. I mean, Dirty's working on a jersey swap right now for Deshaun Watson in Atlanta. He looks.
Oh, I can imagine.
He looks awesome.
Atlanta
And-
FC's the most attendance in the league by far.
Absolutely. He can be like the Matthew McConaughey of Atlanta
After the
United.
Reds.
Braves just won the World Series.
Saints Stadium caught on fire.
Yep.
Joseph Martinez plays for that Atlanta United team. He's a player.
He's a dog.
Dog.
Absolute filth.
A lot of that. That's what he does.
I like that.
That's he uses that in conversation. He goes, I was looking around. I was like, oh.
That's pretty sweet.
That's sweet. Yeah, I've never heard anybody use sound effects as well as you in conversation. A lot of whistling. We had to use the MLS asked SeatGeek was partners with the MLS. So we were allowed to shoot content with the MLS. SeatGeek asked us, hey, can you guys come create some content with MLS? Big partner for us. And by the way, we love Ticket Stooge, love SeatGeek. So it's yeah, sounds good. We'll go out there. Fly all the way to California, go all the way out to this place. Have ideas all right, I'll just talk to them. We'll do a hotel. We have a hotel room set up. We'll talk to them, and then we'll just kind of spice up the best parts and we'll kind of do this whole thing. So then as soon as we get there, 12 hours before this is set to begin, we're told, hey, none of the people you're going to interview tomorrow speak English. I was like, oh, great. And do I know any of them? Probably not. We actually didn't have any say on who is actually going to be in there either. It's like, oh, this is fantastic. They'll all have translators, though. I'm like, oh, those are great for interviews.
Yeah.
Those are always very good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we went and bought a Bop It. And
Great
I'll tell you
move.
what, the Bop It really became quite an icebreaker. And I'm going to let everybody in on a secret. Not all of them needed a translator.
Oh,
really?
It was actually, the translator was just a
comfort thing.
Yeah, we have an excuse not to speak to anybody
Right.
if we don't want to. Yeah, which is, by the way, great.
Yeah, that's a good
And
move.
if I was playing in a country that didn't speak English and I knew some of the language, but not all the language, I would you're going to have to
Bring him along.
because I don't fully understand what you're saying. You're speaking too fast for me. But they were all very cool, by the way. Tim Howard stopped by.
Oh.
Joseph Martinez was very cool. And I'll tell you what, maybe that is why Deshaun Watson wants to go to Atlanta. Jimmy Seafood has answered our accusations. We did our part, Pat McAfee Show. Gave Zadarius Smith all he could ask for. Same way you're going to give Austin Theory an L at WrestleMania in a few weeks. That's right, Jimmy. Hey, we apologize for even, accusing you of such a thing.
Yeah.
It was mostly Tone.
Yeah, it was this guy.
Mostly Tone Diggs. I don't like to be a finger pointer, but hey, for our friend you just buried.
I said they have the best food in the United States. Just Baltimore's Baltimore, so.
Oh, yeah. They actually became the Cleveland Browns and went there.
That's
Tough
right.
day. Tough day for the Browns. huh?
Yeah, it was a tough day. Tough day for all Cleveland. I guess, Pittsburgh kids were born and said, hey, we used to hate Cleveland because the Browns, but they couldn't even keep the Browns.
No.
Now the Browns are in Baltimore. That's who we hate now. And it became a thing. Remember, there was I remember down on the south side, there was pep rallies where you could come and I think Mikey and Big Bob were hosting them, and a car would be painted in Ravens colors, and you'd be able to just get a bat and break out windows.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was happening for numerous years. It's time to fucking Go beat the shit out of the Ravens again. Like that. Like you have like 12-year-olds down there with like a metal bat breaking off a part of the
real rivalry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was an actual rivalry there for a while.
You saw a Ravens fan. You had a gentleman's duel. You went on with your day. That's how it went.
Just walk by, see each other. Well, all right. We got to punch each other. That's Southside Pittsburgh. I don't know if that's how it is in Baltimore, but
should be.
I'm sure Southside Pittsburgh's having a great time right now.
Sure they are. Chin
Yeah, we got an imminent fucking liar, Pelissero.
Yeah, no kidding.
Can you read that definition of imminent one more time, please? Just and what time did Pelissero, the Arrow, put out the tweet that something was imminent?
It wasn't him. It was someone watching TV.
What?
It was like a reporter that was watching the TV.
Oh, but he said it on TV.
He said it on TV.
So a reporter was watching the Arrow.
Yeah.
And reported what the Arrow was reporting on
Yes.
television.
Yeah.
That's different than him typing out the word imminent.
It
Because
is.
speaking, it just, who knows?
No, it's imminent.
Yeah, it's like a soon.
Because when he's speaking, it's not the Neuralink.
True.
It's his own thoughts.
Yeah. But in my eyes, that also, but typing, you can actually like you can stop and think about the exact words that you're saying and how you're saying them. When you're speaking live on TV, unless he has he probably has all those registered already.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, there's receipts with typing. Not really a lot of receipts on TV.
Unless a reporter who's watching you report stuff reports it, and then we have to report about the reporter reporting what the reporter said.
Jesus.
Slancha.
By
the way, I think if you listen to that back, it would all make sense. What I just said there.
Registered with me.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, but we're all kind of boozed up, green beer. I think
Right.
if somebody else was listening to it with sober ears, they'd say, yeah,
makes
that
sense.
adds up.
Checks out.
Feel pretty good about that. Slancha. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Dumpy's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Dumpy's back in a tradesman shipyard.
Oh, yeah. You know me. Once I have one, ooh, let it eat, my friend.
Yeah, baby. Guys like One-Eye Whitey.
What?
1 beer, 12 beers. Same gump. Love that. Hey, that Hockey Talk was really good last night.
It was fun, man. Marty Barone, he was a goalie for Buffalo Sabres for a long time, New York Rangers, New York Islanders. Filled in kind of last minute for us because the guy originally, Rupper was trying to get, PR issues, team PR people. You know how it goes. He couldn't work it out. But Marty came on. He was a little ball of energy. He's electric.
He is. He had 45 masks behind his head.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I don't know how the first question wasn't. You ever just put those on, just walk around the house?
Like knee hockey?
They were sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee from long. Yeah, there's no way that was going in.
God, crashing the offensive boards.
This game kind of.
Can you- what
is
time,
Iowa on?
What time did that report of the report come out? Just so we know.
17 minutes ago.
Can you read the definition of imminent again, please?
That was me.
Is he boozed up?
No, I was changing to that.
He and I are keto too, so these beers are probably hitting a little bit because we don't have any carbs. in them.
There is not a lot of keto alcohol out there. I mean, you got basically got to drink it straight.
No, but I'm saying what normally eats up the alcohol in the body is.
You're right. True.
Yeah.
Tito soda, dude.
In a way that is likely to happen very soon. The sentence used is, Venice is imminently threatened with flooding.
Oh, Jesus.
That's rude.
Come on,
Dennis
how
didn't deserve
dare
that.
They've been threatened for flooding for the past 40 years.
That's because everybody knows that the longer we walk on this earth, the closer it's going to get to the core.
That's right.
And the core heat is going to penetrate through the earth, and then we keep puncturing holes with all the spaceships that are going to space in the ozone. So that heat's getting Bluetooth from the sun. So literally, we got going both ways, and then let alone the cows that are fucking farting all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
You see Joe Rogan's post on Instagram?
Oh, listen, that sentence has led to so many wars over the
True.
last 2 years.
True.
But I'm excited to hear what you're saying.
Said two things. There was a computer in 1970
2040, yeah, I did see this.
that projected 2040, and the start of it was something,
What about
a disease in 2020.
We're done in 2040?
This the world. And
Is that real, though? Is that misinformation? How do we know if that's real?
I mean, it's like a meme. You see it, it's real.
Yeah, that, by the way, big conversation. I assume Rogan, by the way, at this point, has had to do all of his research on everything he does.
Well, and the Isaac Newton one was actually from
2042?
Isaac Newton, 2060.
Did you talk to Isaac? Who talked? Did somebody
It
talk?
was all his journals.
Iowa stinks, huh?
Yeah, what the fuck
How come
was that?
we're gonna run
They
out
just
of
threw an
natural
oop like
resources?
Westbrook did that one pass out of the fucking They just threw that thing. The kid almost hit his head off the backboard.
Yeah.
Is that Bohannon?
No, that was not Bohannon.
Classic Fran McAfee.
Bohannon doesn't play till the last minute.
Bohannon's out there, but I'll tell you what, if they keep getting beat backdoor on every fucking possession, we're going to have some real issues.
They can't be calling
Did I
fouls.
bet on
like
Iowa?
that.
Did you? I don't know.
What is imminently happening here?
Venice is the example.
Well,
I mean, that was
Venice.
It wasn't Webster's.
So 2040. So we got what? Was that 18 years?
Yeah, but here's the thing: that computer that was also in 1970 when it predicted
Was it
that.
a Dell?
How many
Was it a
advances?
Dell or a Mac?
Here it is.
How many updates you're saying? 2040,
Oh,
the world
shit,
will
MIT.
collapse. This MIT computer has confirmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was this an emission scandal computer? Like, did this fake ass water polo computer MIT? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
scholarship from the side door.
In 1973, that doesn't take into account all the advances in technology and things that we've had.
Let's
since
read
then.
that again. A computer program developed at MIT predicts that we will see the end of our civilization in 2040. Oh, okay, good. We must expect the first catastrophes already in 2020. MIT researchers originally developed the World One program in 1973 to simulate global sustainability. Instead, it predicted the end of the world.
Oh, these guys don't know.
Come on.
The guy's fucking dead who did this. Did you see that coming?
These people also think.
How come the computer didn't send a little fucking warning to old MIT Isaac Newton?
How about that?
These people also think on the first drive of the game, fucking 3rd and 5 from the 13, you shouldn't kick a field goal, take the points, okay? So let's not worry about it too much, okay? That's
a great point.
That's a good point.
Stats people.
Just saying.
God.
I mean, he stinks, but
With that being said,
Iowa.
So we should, live like we're dying, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. Every day.
Fu Manchu, dude.
Yeah, 2.7 seconds.
Dance like no one's watching.
Bingo.
Those aren't the lyrics.
Live deeper.
That's a different song. That's a pretty good song. That's by Leanne Womack or something.
I went Rocky Mountain climbing. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. And I loved deeper and I spoke sweeter and I gave forgiveness I've been denied. He said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying. Like tomorrow was a gift. What would you think about what you do with it? What would you do with it?
That's that guy, right?
Yeah.
This guy.
He also said,
fucking booing
He
me.
also
Shut
said,
up.
hold on to fucking football and get you one of these.
Yeah.
That guy, he's got
can't you
depth,
call
dude.
football?
Yeah, he was incredible. In
All right, we
1883
bet on
too.
Iowa minus 6.5.
Oh, yeah.
No, I would wait. If it's minus 6.5, it'll go down.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Mine says 5.5.
What's the score in that game?
5.5. What's that? Is my
13-10.
team
Let's not act like they're down by
13-10
30
Richmond.
points.
no doubt
Fuck
about
it, money line minus 360. Go big.
There you go.
Bang, get it in.
They don't look good. I'll tell you
6.5 is on
It's early. Hey, this is the Hawks, baby.
The
You just
Spiders are a formidable foe, man.
What's Memphis at? Oh, they're
They're up by-
they're
All
up
right,
by
good.
9.
Just bet 2,000, win $500. Cool. That's good bet.
Here we go.
This is smart. Hey, money line, dude. Just need to get a dub.
Hey, just need
It's
a W.
easy.
Just need a W.
Hawks need to fly. Gio just dropped in my ear to let me know. We still don't know.
We still
I'll
don't
let
know.
Deshaun Watson.
Longwood's
Oh, yeah, we're not
dying.
going to know.
Yeah, they are dying. They were.
Long was dying.
Tennessee might go on a run in this thing.
Are we
What's the
gonna
deal?
get-
19.5. We got nothing but time.
These dogs are.
Are we going to get a board? That guy with the beard on Richmond looks like an animal.
Might be.
Spiders got some ball players.
They've
What's
been
this
hot.
guy? Look at this guy. He's like 5'11 underneath.
I mean, let's get
Oh,
a
Bohannon.
fucking body. No, that was fucking McCaffrey, coach's son.
Good D. Good D.
Oh, so he shouldn't even be out.
They called a foul on that? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. These fucking refs, that ticky-tack horseshit.
Bohannon's
really.
about to foul out. Ain't going to be able to come down and bank one home.
This is not a foul.
We need Keegan Murray. We know this.
Oh, that's hand on ball.
Can't be calling a foul there.
Oh, Bohannon's not happy about it.
No,
Look, he's still shaking his head.
Listen, I've been here for 8 years. I don't deserve this bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
Is he really 6 years?
6 years.
Oh, yeah.
6 years.
I had a friend that he was a gray shirt, blue shirt, red shirt, then played 4 years. Could have become a doctor. I think he got a bachelor's in like physical education or something like that.
Oh, nice. Teacher,
Gym
Jim.
teacher.
Yeah, 7 years.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how he took 12 hours of classes, everything, and only got that. Like, I assume they just hand you a master's after 6 years, don't they?
Be a lawyer.
Typically.
Nick, what do you got? You got a doctorate in something. I remember you were doing classes for so damn long.
Just the master's, no doctorate.
That was a miserable time. Nick had homework. I was out like, hey, let's go. What are we doing?
That was when we were.
I got some homework to do.
Yeah, I actually thought it would help me stop going out and kind of stay in. It kind of had the reverse effect.
What? Yeah, kind of. He tried to roll the dice a little bit more. Do I really deserve this Masters? I'm gonna go out till 3, 4
stress
a.m.
relief.
You know, the thing about Pittsburgh at that time, and we didn't know about it, I guess. There was no real, like, after-hours bars that we knew about.
Couple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think they're on the south side, I don't think.
There was the Polish one on the south
there's
side.
one, but you had to be a member.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Like the Italian
You got to know
club.
the password at the door.
I'm surprised that we didn't try to become members.
They're all cash too.
Cash bar.
That seemed like our type of operation. I'm happy we didn't go. We did enough.
I mean, the Hogs are not
Hey,
fine.
also another Jimmy's, by the way. I've had great relationships with places called Jimmy's.
Jimmy's is a good name, too.
Well, a guy named John actually owns Jimmy's in Pittsburgh.
Good Italian.
Jimmy
fellow.
John?
Great put together there.
That place is similar to All Saints Day, where you don't know what time it is.
Yeah. You go upstairs, you're in a fucking warp zone.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to maybe the next 10 hours of your life or 25 minutes. You don't know what's going to happen there. They had some great green beer at that place, too.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This guy just pump faked 7 times.
Yeah,
We can't lose to him. Don't call it.
What is that?
That's a charge, right?
Yeah, that certainly wasn't fucking. I mean,
I like that your guy just put your ass in his face, though. Burton, get out. Was that charge?
did they call it a charge?
Then they call that block and then TV timeout.
No, it was charge TV timeout, right?
I don't know what they call it.
I'll tell you what, that better not have been a fucking block. Otherwise, I'm done.
He was
I'll stop
moving his
watching it
feet.
right fucking now.
Unfortunately.
I was in the guy. I mean, fucking Richmond's in the bonus already. This is horse shit. Fucking 10 minutes left in the first half.
Why don't you guys play some fucking tournament basketball and maybe clean it up?
Well, Keegan Murray's
This is the
playing
problem with
tournament
Iowa.
basketball. We got one fucking guy score. He needs to touch the ball every fucking possession.
Yeah, but it's
okay?
not the offensive side of the thing that's been the problem. It's been the defense. You guys just hack the shit out of everybody.
No, they've been. Iowa's missed a decent deal of open threes, which they cannot do. That's kind of their bread and butter.
Tennessee's up 13 with 4 minutes left in the first fucking half. Got them at plus 19.5 Longwood. That's a problem.
That's okay.
The Lancers will fight. They always
Yeah.
do.
Jordan Perkins, guard. He averages 4.9 points.
Holy
season.
shit, he's about to.
This guy's a tournament player.
Yeah, he is.
Give that guy the ball.
Seriously.
He's not scared of the big lights here in Indianapolis.
Did they just
They
sub him
just
out?
took him out, yeah.
What? No, that wasn't him.
No, it was not him.
Oh, okay. No.
You guys don't know shit
I
about
thought that must have been the other Perkins on the team.
I've been watching film on this Longwood team.
Yeah.
The 4.9 points that he averaged, they were in critical moments.
That's right.
Crunch time minutes.
He just left.
Who's the big left white? Who was that?
Yeah,
Jordan just left him wide open for that three. I
You
mean,
cannot.
Well, he's an offensive player. He averaged
Give it
4.9.
to Perkins.
He needs to start smacking the floor there.
There he is.
Longwood needs to start. Here we go.
Go to the hole.
Fucking
Perkins.
put it up.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh.
Good pass.
Oh, buckets. Okay.
Good board.
Kick it.
Perkins.
Perkins, shoot. Oh.
Perkins makes hell of a breakfast.
Oh, step back.
Yeah, baby. That's what we need. That's what we need. I don't know if that's the Tennessee coach or the Longwood coach, but he's
That was
pissed.
Longwood.
He's in a full suit. I like that.
Yeah, he wants. Oh, that's not a foul.
Did you see the extra handles there by the ball after the?
Yeah.
That's
This
pretty
game's getting
sick.
tight.
They're not messing
Yeah, like
around.
a Spice Adams moment.
No, this game can't be getting tight.
No.
49
We're
38.
good.
This ain't a problem. Let's go. T-I-G-E-R-S.
Tigers.
Was that their chant? I did it at game day.
Thanks.
We spelled Tigers for sure. I don't know what the rhythm was.
Yeah, you were talking with Coach Pay Horowitz.
Fucking
Yeah.
loved him, dude.
They
He
might
got into
give
some-
Gonzaga a game.
Who, Memphis?
Yeah, the way they're going.
They're hot.
Yeah.
Penny's got a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, they
Oh,
better
yeah.
take care of this game. This is a little too close for comfort.
Cash.
God damn it.
Oh, that's not us?
No, we're blue.
Fuck.
Oh wow, we got a game.
Yeah.
Boise State, man. They ran the annexation of
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What are we talking about?
We got a foul?
No, it's travel.
Jesus
Going the
Christ.
Guy's got good jeans on. I like that guy's style.
This team's not a closeout fucking ball game.
This goddamn Memphis team, we've been saying this all year.
Got to make it free throws, man. I mean, we'll see. They're about to get fouled here.
Can't be turning it over.
Actually, I believe lead the nation in turnovers.
Well,
Well, that's what we've been saying.
that's why they can't do it. That's why they're the 9 seed, not the 1 seed. Tony?
We've been talking about it this whole fucking time.
Yeah, God.
Protect the ball.
We are currently watching Memphis, Boise State. For those that are still watching, why? 31,000 people watching. What? What are you? Hey, sláinte, dude.
Sláinte. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Sláinte,
Hey, we should probably go get some more beers, huh?
Yeah, I think
All right,
so.
we're going to run a 2-minute break because I got to go to the bathroom, too.
Perfect.
And then we'll be back on the other side with,
Just waiting for Deshaun.
yeah, that is what we're doing. We'll call it Deshaun Watson Watch.
Oh.
Continues in 3 minutes. Also, big money on Iowa money line. Big money on Longwood plus 19.5.
Memphis.
Big money on Memphis.
Your
just
Baylor
money
bet's
line.
looking good.
Baylor money line.
No.
Plus, minus 26.
Minus 26.
That's a lot of points. They're up 21 now.
Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, jeez.
Look at me. I'm becoming a March Madness betting guru. These beers are tasting pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
I got to do some big time cardio later.
Oh, baby.
Or just, wait till tomorrow.
What?
Tom
Watson?
Pelissero has some breaking news about Baker Mayfield. The Arrow, Tom Pelissero tweeting, QB Baker Mayfield has requested a trade per sources. Cleveland has been hoping to move forward after its Deshaun Watson pursuit and offered to fly to Texas to meet with Baker Mayfield. But from the QB's perspective, the bridge is burned and it's time to move on now. Wow. Baker said, no. Did you read my notes section that I screenshotted and put out there? Yins can fuck off. All right, I'm going into my contract year. I played injured for you last year. Now you're out and about putting pitch decks together for Deshaun Watson. I assume that's what the Browns are going to do for Baker Mayfield to let him know why they were looking into Deshaun Watson, who would have been a more expensive option than Baker Mayfield and Baker Mayfield. Baker says, I don't want to hear it. Then the Chris Mortensen report about what he's hearing, and he's a guy who's been around the NFL for a long time, so he has great sources. He said that the Cleveland Browns, although it might have been loved how emotional he was as a leader in Oklahoma, in Cleveland they were looking for somebody more mature or something like that, as a leader, an adult or something. I mean, all these conversations and anonymous sources and hearsay and who knows what's real and what isn't. All we do know now is Baker Mayfield said, I ain't fucking coming back.
No way. And it feels like the Colts are still a primed option for him, honestly. I mean, aside from maybe Seattle, but they got Drew Lock.
Carolina.
My concern would be Seattle with Baker.
Really, because they were interested in Drew Lock, right? They said they liked Drew Lock, what they saw in him in 2019. They're big fans of. He was a part of the trade for Russell Wilson. Everybody thought they were going to be in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. Allegedly, per reports, they were not at all.
No.
Not even in the conversation. So maybe Baker Mayfield to the Seattle Seahawks. I have no idea.
Put him on the jersey. Right there at the bottom. This franchise.
Oh, come on.
This guy.
You're talking about the Browns?
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
He won them a playoff.
Yeah, he won a playoff game, though.
Congrats.
So
What's
that
that?
thing, that thing was
Nah.
that thing was until they won a playoff game, right?
Yeah. It does reset.
Not in my fucking
Oh, you're
world.
saying it's still you're in a Super Bowl.
I mean, do you still stink? Yeah.
So Tony doesn't want to either account for that playoff game either.
Right.
Doesn't matter, dude.
Cleveland should be thanking this
Against
guy.
the Steelers.
Thanking.
They should be. He
Hey,
won
Mike-
a playoff game.
Mike Rupp, Rupper, host of That's Hockey Talk, Stanley Cup champion, proud Clevelandin.
Oh, yeah.
Clevelandin?
Yeah.
Clevelandian? Clevelander.
Clevelander.
Proud,
Guardian.
Yeah.
proud guardian
That's right.
of the city of Cleveland. As a Clevelander. He said he liked Baker Mayfield. He'll miss Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield brought swag to Cleveland, and he was pumped up about it. There's loud noises being made in the back.
Yeah.
So there's some people that are going to miss Baker, but who'll be the next quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? There was a big damn it from Zito in the back. Massive eyes from Drunk Diggs here on this St. Patrick's Day. Ari Mirov is reporting Allen Robinson to the Rams. Per the Schultz report, firepower for the champs.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Schultz report has put us into quite a fire before.
Yes.
That's right.
Ari Mirov, though, a man who just accrues information about the NFL all day, every day,
Right.
would double check, triple check this. I'm not saying Schultz is wrong often. He probably isn't. I just remember a dance we did with the report where we ended up in the fucking jackpot with somebody because it wasn't accurate.
Exactly.
With that being said, Tom Pelissero also reporting it. Allen Robinson to the Rams per source. Okay, so maybe thought he was going to come to the Colts. Turns out he is not. He's going to the Matthew Stafford pass-happy offense of the Los Angeles Rams, the Super Bowl champs. Odell Beckham Jr., still a free agent.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, still on their team.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson, now on their team. I would assume Sean McVay's like, if Odell comes back or not, we're in a pretty good spot with how their offense is set up.
Which, I mean, after the torn ACL, he's probably not in a rush to get back. Like, he seems like a guy that would probably sign later on just because.
Who, Allen Robinson or Odell?
Odell Beckham.
Yeah, Odell will probably have options, especially with how he was playing. Another ACL is very sad. We hope he comes back healthy. The money has now been reported. 3-year, $46.5 million deal that includes $30.7 million fully guaranteed per source. So 3-year, $31 million deal. The deal was negotiated by agents B. Parker of Vayner Sports and Roosevelt Barnes.
Wow.
Who is Tom Pelissero's source?
Gary.
Let's not forget Robert Woods also will be back on that wide receiver.
Yeah, he was injured the day that Odell Beckham Jr. landed in the Rams location. Okay, good for the Rams getting out there. They lose Von Miller, which is obviously massive. That's a big deal. He signs with the Buffalo Bills last night. But the Stafford's back. McVay's back. He turned down, what, $20 million at Amazon?
Yeah.
Andrew Whitworth retired. They'll probably have to address that somehow.
Colts couldn't afford that?
Who?
The 3 years 30. Colts couldn't afford it.
Why is everybody asking these, like, very logical questions?
Because they're at the top. I mean, I think New England could afford that, and they only have $50 million in cap space.
Anybody can afford it because the salary cap's fake.
Exactly.
Well, there's also, I mean, if you're a receiver, go play with Matt Stafford, go play with Sam Ellinger. You know, it's
true.
Or Baker Mayfield.
Or Baker Mayfield.
Excuse me.
Or Matt.
I love Baker's swag and moxie, which takes me back to what Rupp was saying. You know, Baker brought a little swag and moxie to Cleveland for the first time. Won a playoff game. They've been looking for that for a long time. How will the football gods, view this? Because you would think once a quarterback gets there and wins for the first time ever. Now, the team much better than the teams have been for a long time as well. But let's not let that get in the way of quarterback story here.
Yeah.
Quarterback took them to the playoffs, won for the playoffs, brought a little bit of attention, brought some, some conversation, a little swagger. He's out of town now. Maybe they make it up. Maybe they get back on good terms. But when you're commanding a trade, I feel like that's all she wrote there.
That's tough. My point was, if you don't get past your rookie contract, you go on the jersey.
Oh, so you're
still pushing.
You're
this?
doing what Ian Rappaport does.
Sure, if that makes my point easier.
Well, that's what Ian Rappaport does.
Yeah.
By the way, Ian Rappaport, great friend of the show, he was going to a funeral today.
Oh, yeah.
We let our jokes fly. We shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have.
No. You want to lift the spirits on the day.
And Jude and Max in the back.
Exactly.
Awesome.
They were having fun on their iPads.
His grandma's funeral. She was 101.
Wow. Oh, so she lived a century.
Hell of a life.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bingo. Hey. Sláinte. I don't have any beer left, but sláinte.
Now, Albert Breer is reporting, talking about the Baker Mayfield trade. Albert Breer is reporting that Cleveland told Mayfield's camp that they will not accommodate his request. Whoops. I want to be traded. Hey, we don't give a fuck.
Fuck off.
How about that? We'll see you at OTAs, pal. That's awesome.
Jeez.
That is awesome. Andrew Berry, who's the general manager over there. I got a chance to see him when he was like 25, 24 years old. Quarterback from Harvard, was a part of our scouting department. Awesome dude. Was sleeping on people's couches here in Indy whenever I was playing at the Colts. Whenever our first when Bill Polian was sent out after we won 2-14 and Dan Orlovsky won us 2 games late, almost got us out of the Andrew Luck sweepstakes. But when we got a new GM and he's getting interviewed, a lot of us who knew Andrew Berry were like, hey, this incredibly young dude, this dude is a grinder. He's smart. He knows how to talk to people. It feels like he knows the game very well. We love him in the building. We wanted him to be like a general manager at like the age of like 27, I think, like 26. So then he gets the job at Cleveland, and he does his thing. And I always wondered, when I retired and I was going to start this business, Jim Irsay told me, well, you're going to be able to be a boss. You're going to be able to tell somebody that they're fired. And you're going to be able to know that when you fire them, you're not just firing them, you're firing their family, you're firing their kids, you're firing their future. But on the flip side, you're also offering an opportunity for a new family and new kids. Are you going to be able to make those hard decisions? And then he went into something about whether or not he should get a yacht or a 757.
Wow.
And people are asking him these questions. But he said those are hard decisions to make because there's humans involved in that. I wondered that with Andrew Berry, who I found to be an incredibly good guy, nice guy. Whenever you become general manager and you're dealing with people's finances and futures and families, it's not necessarily easy. This is one of those situations where it's like, all right, this is a decision that a general manager is going to have to make at some point. Would Andrew Berry be able to do it? We're staring it down right now. They're like, hey, Albert Breer, why don't you let everybody know we don't give a fuck what Baker Mayfield just said. He's going to be at OTAs, and if he's the best option for quarterback for us, congrats, you're on a contract year. We'll pay you next year. Play football.
And that he gave away all of his leverage, too, by doing this the other night. It's like, oh, okay, well, who cares? Like, if he's not happy, fuck him. Sorry. Like, we're not happy with how shitty you've been. So.
How about they said, we tried to fly down there and talk to him.
Yeah.
And he denied a request to go chat with him. Then he requested a trade. And what we would have told him to his face is, we're not going to trade you now.
Yeah, sorry.
We would have if we would have got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
But
we didn't get him.
We didn't get him. I don't know if you heard. We're out. That was reported by everybody. So you're a quarterback now.
Put your fucking helmet on.
Hey, contract year, trying to make some money.
Yeah, seriously.
And then they got on a private plane, flew right back to Cleveland and said, all right, figure it out over there.
Yeah.
That's the business of the NFL. This is like, this is what people, who played in high school and love the game don't truly understand. And I think AJ and I were trying to talk about this because the Baker Mayfield putting that out there, the immediate response is like, oh, this time they're dead. This ain't going to work or whatever. And it's like in the NFL, business decisions are made by people, both players and teams. Competition happens, and they don't care. They'll be okay with him making himself look bad playing for them as opposed to being out of a quarterback completely. It's an interesting dynamic. I'm not saying that Baker's wrong for doing this. I'm just saying that this is a very standard thing that happens with a lot of other positions in the NFL as opposed to the quarterback position that you don't really hear about. How will Baker respond? Will he hold out? Will he hold in? Will he just retire? Or will they get over it and just say, all right, they wanted somebody else. Now I got to go earn a big bag either here or somewhere else in my contract.
I just don't think there's that much demand for him either. I mean, someone probably would have ended up taking him, but yeah, he's kind of fucked. Like if they weren't going to get Deshaun, there was a very good chance that he was going to be their quarterback next year.
Shefty did put out a tweet that said Baker Mayfield just told ESPN it's in the mutual interest of both sides for us to move on. The relationship is too far gone to mend. It's in the best interest of both sides to move on.
Okay, now we wait for Andrew Berry's team to respond.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to play. He's going to play for the Browns.
Hey, just talked to a source of Cleveland. They said, we don't give a fuck about what Baker Mayfield just told Schefter. We'll see at OTAs.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's an interesting, because they have all the leverage. They have the contract, they have the money, they have the fines, they have the suspensions if you miss things. They hold his name, his rights. They're the ones who have to do the dealing. That's just a part of signing a contract to a team. Once again, not saying Baker Mayfield is wrong in feeling this way. We're just saying that this is professional football, and this can happen, and it does happen at a lot of positions that aren't quarterback on a very regular basis.
Yeah, go play your best football, get paid somewhere else. You don't have to re-sign. Like
Adam Vinatieri has a couple good stories about he gets like maybe a tweet, something, and he misses some kicks. While he's in the training room, they have 6 kickers working out, trying out on the field that he's like watching. It's the greatest of fucking all time, Adam Vinatieri. And as he's watching, instead of being like, oh, these motherfuckers won't stick with me when I want to kick, he goes, oh, none of these motherfuckers are ever going to take my job. That is his exact thought. That's Adam Vinatieri. When I watched that happen to the greatest of all time, I was like, oh, okay. So when they start bringing guys in to beat me out, instead of getting sad or upset or taking it personal, which you can, but that can motivate you to be like, hey, none of these motherfuckers going to get paid in a job that I'm supposed to have. It's just, it happens at all linebackers. It happens defensive end, secondary, corner. It happens in all positions. The fact that it's happening in the quarterback position, I guess, makes it a big deal. But
yeah.
Like Baker has no power here unless he just wants to completely keep going public. And once again, I'm not saying he's wrong. He can feel however he wants to feel. I'm just talking about reality, which we live in. I don't think he has much say at all in how this ends up.
No, other than going out and playing well next year. Like, and it's not like they're in a much worse off position. Like, yeah, they lose Odell and Jarvis, but like you get Amari Cooper, you still have that running game. Their line's good. Like, the ball's kind of in his court. Like, he doesn't want to be there, obviously, but if you don't want to be there, then go ball out this year and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, then what if they were like, oh, yeah, by the way, we are looking to move on. Not this year, though. You're getting franchise tag.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
What does all this say about the Jimmy G news has gone cold, it feels like.
Yeah.
They're not going to move him.
Certainly has.
Or they'll move him in July.
Well, they would have moved him right before
the cap.
salary cap had to be set
Yeah, but instead they just cleared more room.
by doing Kittles and Armsteads.
Mm-hmm. So it feels like he's going to play another year. Why would you get rid of him? You just went to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, let's get
Adam Schefter has reported that the Los Angeles Rams still have enough money to re-sign Odell Beckham Jr., which is their hope in Los Angeles. So Woods, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, and Odell Beckham Jr. might be the weaponry for Matthew Stafford coming off of a Super Bowl season to defend it once again. They lose Andrew Whitworth, but aside from that, they still got the running back.
Yep. Cam Akers. Yep. Sony Michel, I think, was a 1 year.
Aaron Donald's coming back, right? Or is he not decided yet?
I think he said he was coming back.
Drunk,
right?
though. He said that drunk,
Yeah,
right?
true.
They should pay him a little more. They have Van Jefferson at wide receiver as well.
Good for the Rams, dude, being able to figure it out. They have no
Higbee.
picks, though.
Higbee. Yeah.
They have no picks.
Who gives a damn?
Can I report what this just, the text screenshot you sent to me, Nick?
Yeah.
Mike Rupp, who went to bat for Baker Mayfield last night on That's Hockey Talk, said that he loved Baker Mayfield and what he brought to the Browns. He said, I've been a Browns fan my whole life. We finally got a good team. We won a playoff game, and it was this guy's electricity and moxie that brought us back. Mike Rupp, proud Clevelander, was super over the top about Baker Mayfield last night on That's Hockey Talk. He said he would be devastated if Baker left.
Wow.
Last
Man.
night, he said.
Sorry, Rubs.
Nick Moraldo just texted Mike Rupp and said, sorry, Rupper. Rupper goes, oh, no, what happened? Nick tells Rupper, Baker requested a trade. Rupper responds, he's dead to me.
Yeah. That's football city.
So that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. And now the Baker's team is saying the relationship is far too gone to even try to make this thing right. I don't think that's going to continue to win over Cleveland fans. The Cleveland fans that are on his side, him just saying, nah, we ain't going to do it. That's going to be bad. And the Browns know this. They have all the control, and they know that they could potentially PR the hell out of this thing because they can rely on the fact that we were checking every option to make our team the best team we can be. And the Browns fans are like, thank you, Because it wasn't just Baker that brought them their first playoff game, by the way. It was this coach, this
Stefanski,
GM.
right, yeah.
It was this entire operation that also brought them. And they can sit on Deshaun Watson, who's a top 4 quarterback in the NFL. We thought we potentially had a chance. We had to look into that. We want Baker Mayfield back because we still think he could be a part of our future. We're excited to find out. Like, they can do an entire PR thing on this and make Baker continue to look bad. Although Baker, I think we all understand as a human, could potentially feel a little bit upset about how this all has gone. It's a fascinating situation.
Well, just you also look at, like, I feel like if the situation with Rodgers could get repaired, and granted it's different, and Rodgers is a different player, but like there are no situations where it's like, oh, it's beyond reproach. We can't do anything to fix this. Like that's bullshit.
Is it 100 degrees in here?
It's pretty hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Did you happen to see the other text that was sent to you from Jeremy Fowler?
Yeah. It was the same thing we talked about on Tuesday.
What did Jeremy Fowler say? Baker Mayfield has strong interest in the Colts as potential destination. Should he be traded from the Browns?
Yeah.
He is a good game manager.
It doesn't work like that.
Preferred destination.
I'm told Seahawks have discussed exploring acquiring Baker Mayfield a quarterback, says Josina Anderson. And Josina knows her shit.
She does.
That
She
makes
talks to a
sense.
lot of people.
Seattle. I hate to say it.
What?
Beautiful Cheesecake Factory. Been there multiple times.
Doesn't sound like Deshaun's making his decision today.
I don't think so.
Baker and Cleveland are only going to continue to heat up. We're on tomorrow, 11 to 2. YouTube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. I got to take off to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ooh,
Beautiful city.
The metal ball.
Charlotte's awesome.
Michael Jordan.
Maybe you'll see Deshaun.
Stick
there.
your fist
Petey
in that son of a
Pablo.
bitch's mouth.
Some of this. Maybe. Knocked out 3 dudes in the outclassed level.
Sorry about it.
Of the Oculus last night. I had a little allergies in my lungs there for a bit. I was sprinting 70, 75 stairs with the allergies. It was like I was training with one of those fucking masks on.
Hell yeah.
Now the lungs are healthy.
Yeah, Bane mask.
I'm sprinting up those fucking stairs like those firemen Olympics, you see?
Yeah.
I'm boxing motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
I'm jumping in the ring. I'm flying around. I feel real good about what's going on.
Like
And
that.
tomorrow night might be a nice order of a knuckle sandwich.
Goddamn right.
How's
maybe
that
a
taste?
maybe a 2-piece CTE.
What?
If fucking Austin Theory tries me, I bet he won't even go.
No, he's a bitch.
Hold on though. They said something about repercussions. Am I walking into a?
What do you mean?
A trap?
Better not be an ambush.
Why?
I ain't worried about no fucking ambush.
You know what you should do?
I've been ambushed before. What should I do, Frank?
Get some tips from Butch about what goes down in a street fight.
Yeah, call Butch.
Listen, I know what goes down in a street fight. Oh, when Seamus, Ridge, and the boys grew up, they always
Butch.
called that man Butch.
Get him, Butch.
That was his nickname.
You could call. Don't mind if I do. Get some backup from him.
You're right. I will call fucking Danny Birch.
Yeah.
What about the rattlesnake?
I don't know if the Rattlesnake's gonna be there. He was on Rich Eisen yesterday. He was in a bar yesterday too.
Yeah, I saw that. It's awesome.
Broken Skull IPAs.
If I can follow that up, why?
I'll tell you, if I deliver a fucking knuckle sandwich tomorrow, I'm probably gonna have a couple Broken Skull IPAs there.
Well, I have to.
What about friend of the program?
Oh.
Brock.
Brock says there's shit to deal with.
Oh.
Because he might be getting ambushed too.
Oh, yeah. You two should tag team.
By
then.
Big Kev.
You stand back to back. You can't get ambushed. Fun fact.
Don't mind if I do.
Knuckle
He
sandwiches.
just get another beer delivered to him.
He's had a few, yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. PMS, hashtag PMS St. Patrick. Go ahead and tweet your best toast.
ST or SAINT?
Just ST.
Okay.
Let's not be too extra.
Just one.
Hashtag PMS ST PADDYS.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
See that?
Yeah. The way it should be.
Patties.
Patties. Richmond guy's got. That guy's a
And
weapon.
one.
Did they? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, Burton's a weapon. I don't know why he's playing at Richmond, but the Richmond Whites like it in the crowd.
He's a good player.
He is a good player. Look at this triple deke this up and under.
Keeps his pivot
Oh
foot.
my!
Gotta have your arms straight up.
You guys are in trouble, dude.
Spiders were a bad draw.
Do you guys get better in the second half?
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. The issue is fucking coach's son is deciding that he wants to shoot it on every fucking possession instead of giving it to the first team All-American. So hopefully we'll clear that up at half.
Little father son.
Yeah.
Little father son chat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, before we deliver knuckle sandwiches tomorrow night, we're going live 11 to 2. Hashtag PMSSTPADDYS. We'll give away $17,000.
Holy shit.
Perfect.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's March 17th, though.
Yeah.
You got to get a toast. Now, at somebody say something nice. Put your cash tag in there also on Cash App in the hashtag PMS St. Patty's. So this is supposed to be a joyful occasion, a nice occasion. Tweet something nice to somebody. Put your cash tag in there and the hashtag PMS St. Patty's. We're about done for the day. Hammered Down will probably be 15, 20 minutes. Probably going to look a lot like this show. Probably just a watch along. Sláinte to you all. You are the best humans on earth. Bye. See you tomorrow.